Yeah.
Not sure real quick. Let's get it.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Jay the Great here. Welcome back to another weekly podcast. Got me and Batman here today, and a
Yo.
lot of things have happened in the anime community, as you can tell by the very, images before your very eyes. Boruto, has revealed some things narratively as far as Boruto himself and other characters such as Sasuke. So feel free to ask about that. I'm going to talk about it here, but I am going to make it like an official review next week on the actual official translation chapter. It hasn't dropped yet. But feel free to ask questions regardless. Before we even get any further, make sure to hit the like button if you haven't already. Get us up in the algorithm and
What we
results in
do?
future. Yeah, it results in future streams being more and more productive. Which I appreciate all the support as we've grown. More people come in, and we get better and better streams because of it. Because we got more questions, more minds, and it's all the more minds the better when it comes to a conversation. So yeah.
Yep.
What's going on, Serix, Steven, Cloud? What's going on? Sasuke's now tree victim. Yeah, but to be fair, it's a
Ah,
Tentel like tree, like
yeah, like
it's like
come
a
on, like it's not
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Like he. It seems like these trees sedate you, and it seems like based on the chapter, the power that you contain, the chakra you contain, is then utilized by the Tentels. That's what it seems
Yeah,
like based
the
on the
tree
chapter.
is cracked at the end of the day. It's
Yeah,
like some hack suppressing type tree to conceal your power and subdue you. It's for
yeah.
immobilizing you and for whatever other fucking reasons we'll eventually find out for. And if anything, it's probably even like operates in a similar capacity like Infinite Tsukiyomi, where it takes your chakra and uses it to strengthen whatever else, you know.
Yeah, it
So
seems like it
at
has
the it,
a
you know,
yeah, it
yeah.
has like sedation properties. It seems like because if someone of Sasuke's caliber is contained, and it's sedating him more than likely. Like he's
Yeah,
not
and that's a
able.
big deal. Like
Yeah,
Sasuke is way weaker than when we're talking about Boruto and Kawaki. Don't get me wrong,
yeah,
but
yeah,
Sasuke is
yeah,
not no fucking pushover. He's still pretty fucking strong. Yeah, he
yeah.
still has an
Exactly.
EMS. He still has fucking his second final form of Susanoo that he can access to. Matarazzi, you name it, etc. So like he's still no fucking joke. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
even
and
Naruto, like if Naruto was to get out, he'd still be pretty fucking strong, even when saying whatever. You know what I mean? Basically, the best way to think of it is like they're like Kakashi and Guy right now in that
yeah,
timeline. You know?
literally, and
So
this just confirms that basically almost anyone's susceptible to being like contained and utilized and kind of
yeah.
used as a pawn by the Ten Tails with this tree. Because if Sasuke's
Anyone,
able to,
yeah,
yeah,
except for Kawaki and Boruto, I'd say they
they
might
probably
not
not.
get
Yeah,
contained.
maybe
But
because there's Sutsuki, they're probably an
yeah,
exception. Yeah.
exactly.
Boruto knows Flying Thunder God. Now that's incredible. Yeah, dude, absolutely. As far as who taught him, I mean, currently we don't know anyone who's capable of it. We could just
He
assume
just
it's,
learned it to be honest. Like he
yeah,
looked at a scroll, whatever. You know what I mean? Like let's be real.
yeah.
Boruto's been just learning all this shit. You know what I
He is a
mean? So
prodigy. Yeah, he is a prodigy. He is, the grandson of Minato, who, is herald for it. Koji's been teaching him. Koji definitely taught him the sage tricks that he has.
yeah,
Sage,
he had
yeah.
to. Yeah.
Koji is there. I like that. I like that. Maybe you can make a theory that Koji taught him. I mean, he's a
Or
sage,
told him about it. Yeah.
or told him
Yeah.
about it. But either way, he
Or
is a product.
Orochimaru maybe could have been involved and be like, hey,
Yeah,
you
he is a
might,
prodigy figure
whatever.
though, so it's like it makes sense he could have learned it through like just being
And
aware of it. Yeah,
it also goes to show that like because Naruto could have done it too. Naruto's bitch ass, he could have done it. You know what I mean? He was able to do all this other crazy shit, with his shadow clones and whatnot. Because
yeah,
Naruto's dumb, but if he has enough time, he could do whatever. Basically, he can do the impossible. That's kind of how Naruto is. And Naruto could have done it the whole time, and it just makes me go to think it's like imagine if Kishimoto wanted to do the same for Boruto, but for Naruto, where Naruto ended up getting that in like part one, or even Shippuden, like yo, he would have been cracked. That'd have
yeah,
been pretty
exactly.
cool. But
Boruto, no, how do you think he got flying Raijin? I think he's a very obviously he's a prodigy, and I think he's aware of
yeah,
the history of his lineage, like Minato. I mean, he even references
exactly.
his grandfather in the chapter.
He's a
Says,
grandson.
yeah.
Yeah.
So he's very like it seems now. Probably Sasuke talking about his like his lineage as well. He probably learned about his lineage and wanted to adopt some of those skills. Like he has interdimensional flying Raijin, and even his Sage mode is interdimensional. He was able to triangulate Ko's position in another
Oh
dimension
wow.
with Sage energy. That's
What
very
the
impressive.
fuck?
Yeah, he's like, oh, there he is, and then he used flying Raijin to go see him. So he's very very capable now, obviously.
Yeah.
Very
Now,
intelligent.
to be fair, I'm gonna be honest. I think only Boruto could do that shit and say. I don't think fucking Naruto Sage Mode or even like Minato or Hashirama could be doing that shit with
Probably
interdimension.
not.
I don't know
Yeah,
about all that.
that's like
Yeah.
yeah, that becomes ambiguous. This guy has like literal Akatsuki DNA and literally in his
Yeah.
cells, so he's like he's special. I mean, he's the guy. So The Tento clones are trying to get Boruto to make the God Tree. Yeah. Jay, how did Boruto? I just read that. I'm glad he finally acknowledged his grandfather now. Yeah, he acknowledged him. Jiraiya's been acknowledged in the past as like respectable. Yeah, so I do like that he acknowledges his grandfather as well, and he even said my grandfather is more skilled. Like he respects him, so that's
Like
pretty
it's
cool.
just in character for Boruto. What he does is he respects the greats and then he'll take after them and also master their jutsus and what they did.
Yeah,
Like the only one he hasn't done that really for was Kakashi, and that's because for one, Kakashi's not even shown at all in the manga. And
literally,
then
yeah,
two, he doesn't look after Kakashi in the same regard he does for Sasuke, Naruto, and Minato. He looks
yep,
at them differently. You know what I mean? So like whenever he like values someone, he basically adapts into them, but does things within his own ninja way and capacity. And he's just built different. I mean, and that's why he's so fucking strong. Like he's a prodigy genius and a combination with Naruto's unpredictable behavior and to do the impossible on top of having Minato's genius prowess. So like the sky's the limit with this fucking
yeah, and
guy.
it's obvious that he's like
uh,
finally achieving his potential. He's like ridiculously
yeah.
powerful now, so very capable. Flying Thunder Go Naruto wouldn't really go well with the time skip theme of Naruto being reliant on Kurama and eating it. This is what I will say. I agree with you to an extent because he already had a ridiculous arsenal anyway. I think Kishimoto's like, hey, if I give him teleportation, then he's just blatantly better than Sasuke at that point. So I get it. Yeah, he already had a ton of power and abilities already without Flying Thunder God. Boruto it works because he has a little bit from both ideologies from Sasuke, abilities from Sasuke and Naruto via lineage
Facts.
and via just being trained by Sasuke. So, how did the Claw Grimes get Sasuke? He's still strong. I refuse to admit the base Claw Grime could beat Sasuke. I think probably Code or the Sinjus got
Yeah.
him. Code is definitely stronger than Sasuke right now, and those Sinjus, based off their short altercation with Boruto, are stronger than him too. So that's probably how they
And
ended
we
up.
might get those details in the anime too.
Yeah,
So,
we might get those,
like if
which
it
I'm
doesn't
assuming.
show it
Yeah.
in the manga, we might get it in that, or the manga will eventually show the flashback or the path, what led up to that. So,
Yeah, exactly. A thought came to me. This means flying Raijin could teleport across dimensions. We know that for sure. At least with Boruto, we know for sure. With Minato, it's
yeah.
like there's an argument to be had. I don't blame you for
It's still
thinking either way.
possibility for a minute until yeah,
Yeah,
like
it's a
it's not
possibility.
nothing's definitive or like unless Boruto was like stating like verbatim like oh flying Raijin allows you to do that, you know what I mean? Then there you go, right? But
Yeah,
that's not the case. It's just showing him use the technique, and we know Boruto is just built different. So once again, like what we do know definitively is Boruto can do it, and then when it comes to the possibility spectrum of things. You know what I mean? Then it either comes to is Boruto just the only exception, and you substantiate that further, or is Minato's flying Raijin and everything else that it has the ability, but then they just don't have enough chakra juice to fucking pull it off, and that's why they
yeah,
can't do it.
yeah,
So
exactly. I think if Boruto is called the true child of prophecy, I'm dropping the manga. Yeah, here's the thing I am enjoying about Boruto. It seems like Kishimoto and company are making sure he gets his own unique story. Like there are
yeah,
parallels he has with his father, but he's not Naruto 2.0. He's more like towards Sasuke as far as personality. His path is different. He has more of a Sasuke path. Obviously, it's not his fault. It's because of the omnipotence, but he's a blend of both, and he's kind of his own unique character. So I doubt they'll like try to replicate Boruto being the child of prophecy. He is like a chosen one amongst the Otsutsuki, especially after defeating Momoshiki. Like those eyes are gonna be, the Death Year or whatever.
yep.
But I like that he's unique. Like he's his own character now. I don't see him as like a replica of Naruto, which is it's well done. So yeah, so far so good with
Very
with
well
the
done.
yeah, very well done. And this is the most hyped I've been about Boruto since probably Baryon Naruto. It's been a while since it's been this good. So why is it that Sasuke got off screen in the time skip? I feel like that was a bit annoying for me because Sasuke is one of my favorite characters. So why off screen him?
He's just not
Uh,
relevant anymore. Him
yeah,
and Naruto,
one
like
power scale.
Kishimoto's trying to keep him away.
Yeah,
Yeah,
power scaling wise, not relevant. Two, he serves as an obstacle for. Excuse me, he serves as a sort of motivation for Naruto, for Boruto. Obviously, he comes back. He's like, "I'm sorry, Sasuke. You gotta wait a little longer." Like he's adamant about stopping Code and dealing with the Tentals, and obviously a huge reason for that is because of Sasuke. Sasuke is currently being utilized as a pawn by the
yeah.
Tentals. So yeah, that's why he got off screened. He's more of like a motivational factor, if anything.
Yeah. And who
Rather,
knows? Maybe Kishimoto might show the stuff, whatever. But regardless if he does or not, it's like But like but Kishimoto's just been hitting it from day one. He wants to get Naruto and Sasuke out of the story.
Yeah,
It's not about
passing the
them anymore. It's
torch.
about Boruto. Yeah.
Yeah, passing the
So
torch. It happened a while ago. Now it's just more apparent. Sasuke being
yeah.
essentially restrained, Naruto sealed. You know, so it's Boruto's time. So
Now, I'll be honest, Kishimoto might do something eventually legendary for Sasuke and Naruto towards, the end of things or whatever, blah, blah, and to be like, all right, this is the way they either go out or now they're gone, but whatever. However the fuck he's gonna do it, I know that will be good because he's gonna have to. Like, come on. I mean, they're the goats, but
yeah,
better than that, throughout the whole story, it's just not relevant. He doesn't need to have them evolve like that,
yeah.
you know?
No,
So
it seems Kishimoto's adamant on passing the torch. It's very adamant.
yeah,
It's very very clear now, especially with this chapter. So Kishimoto
yeah.
getting hate for off-screening Sasuke. We aren't gonna get a flashback. Yeah, we most likely are gonna get a flashback. Very
Yeah,
unlikely
more
we
like
don't.
it's something, whatever, or something, yeah. Or
Yeah,
Sasuke will even tell Boruto what happened and what even led up, like who
yeah.
knows, But regardless, even if we don't, it is what it is. Then and we don't, and remember, like for all the manga dinglings, don't forget about the anime. The anime will show way more detail. They have to have 20 minutes of airtime. You know what I mean? So like we might actually get answers with even the anime too. So
Yeah.
there's that as well.
What's going on, Morgan? How's it going? It's going well. We're just discussing Boruto. Feel free to ask anything, though, folks. Anything at all. It can be
Yeah.
Boruto, JJK, whatever. What's going on,
Oh,
Dai Arishikage? Thanks for coming in, man.
you.
What's going
And,
on,
and
buddy?
also, guys, like people that are complaining about Sasuke not having any screen time, whatever. Like once again, I'm gonna bring up the anime. The anime also does a very good job with showing more screen time for the side characters like Kakashi, blah blah, Sasuke, Naruto. So you'll definitely see them probably a lot in the anime, but in the manga, it's not going to be focused on them.
Yeah,
So
and it makes sense. It's kind of like the Gojo thing.
yeah,
People are mad he's gone. It's like it's not really about him. It's about Yuji, you know.
yeah,
So he's like a very revered character, but the writers want one character to shine. That's the main protagonist, you know. So
yep.
Yuji, and here in this case, Boruto. So. Um, How much more will Code take L's? Honestly, man, it's kind of a common occurrence. Boruto whipped him, and then these new Shinju
He,
entities.
I feel like they might do a plot twist though eventually. Though he might get a moment. He might get one soon. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And,
maybe
and,
he'll
and
get
it
like
might be
a
bad when it happens
maybe he
too.
gets like a Frieza amp or some shit with a Dental power or some
Literally.
shit. Yeah, I think he'll be relevant.
Or Matt, he becomes a Jinchuriki as code
Yeah,
or
some
something.
like something's gonna happen with him. I doubt they'll keep like
Yeah.
making him just get his ass whooped all the time.
Like, imagine though, Jay, if they make him a bitch throughout the whole show and then he loses like a bitch too, that would
That'd be
be
so sad.
crazy.
Like, yeah, that'd be so sad. I hope that doesn't happen.
Nobody would respect him at that point, bro.
Yeah, nah, it's already bad for him. What's the most iconic transformation you guys have ever seen in anime? Super Saiyan Goku in Namek Saga. Namek arc was the
Yeah,
best I've ever seen. That's the most
super
iconic.
good. Just
Super good.
crazy, yeah.
Super Saiyan was not only iconic in Dragon Ball, but in anime in general.
No,
It
it's like
was,
OG Naruto vibes, like when we got the final valley at the end. Like we all
yeah,
just like, yo, like you know what I mean? So
yeah, exactly. Let's see. Jay, people think Boruto got too strong on the time skip, but you have to keep in mind Boruto is thinking about training for Damon. I don't think he's too strong. I think
but he's
his development
balanced.
makes sense. Yeah, he's balanced.
Yeah.
No way they made Bug more OP than Code. I think Code being burning the food for too long to get him out of the kitchen. I agree. I do think he's already inferior to these Shinju and Bug and shit, and he's like they even talk down on him, and like they do better against Boruto than he did. It is kind of disappointing. I'll agree with that for sure. I ain't gonna lie, sleeping inside a tree sounds kind of comfortable. Yeah, sure. So, Sasuke, he's chilling in there.
He don't
He's
got a
chilling.
choice, bro. He's just taking the L at that point.
He's taking the L, and he's fueling that one Sasuke Tento clone. So he's,
Yeah.
he's resting.
Now,
Um,
let's be real though. Like, you know, what I mean, when he was awake, he probably was talking his shit though, because he ain't a coward. You know what I mean, he
yeah,
was
no,
probably like, fuck you, bitch, whatever. He's
that,
like, you wait till I get out, or Borch is gonna stop you, some shit.
yeah, that's a guy that you have to almost kill to stop. Like, you're gonna have to, he's not
Literally.
gonna just sit there and take that shit. So yeah, they're probably gonna show that eventually. I'm sure. I'm pretty sure about that. But yeah, folks, any questions you may have at all? JJK, Boruto, sports, IRL. We talk about everything here. If you're new to this pod, we try to make it as versatile as possible. We've talked about
Yeah.
everything from this pod, from anime, obviously, like such as currently, to politics, to IRL scaling, all kinds of stuff. So feel free to ask anything. What's the most
Speaking of
iconic?
free balling, what's it
Yeah.
called? You should give your take to the boys too.
Oh
To
yeah,
the
yeah. So shout out to Six, by the way, again. When he was here last time, I was already thinking about The Boys, but he like convinced me to start watching. So I watched The
Mhm.
Boys. Very very well done. The Boys is a very good show. What I like about it is they incorporate the typical superhero story with real life politics and social media. They embedded that and sort of blended it very nicely. Like these characters, these superheroes, they have their incentives to continue to try and feed feed appeal to the audience, which
Ego,
is
social
their audience.
status. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you have Homelander. This guy, very good character so far because he's so powerful that I think power has isolated him. I mean, he's the only guy that doesn't even partake in like immediate gratification. They say like he never drinks, he never smokes, he never parties. Like
Yeah.
he sees himself as a god and he acts like it. And it seems like his care and incentive to be like the Captain America is starting to fade. Like it seems like his own desires and his own god complex is starting to take over. And I really enjoy the way they're progressing his character. Like it's you could tell he's a ticking time bomb. And
Yeah.
I'm not done with it
But
yet, but I
like
could tell. Yeah.
like the political drama, the drama within the characters, then even the action, like it's so well balanced and mixed. It's really, really
Very
good.
well done. Yeah.
Keeps you on your toes. Extremely well done. Incredible writing. The characters are even goated. The acting's incredible. Like
Incredible.
it's just good all around. And then one most importantly, what I love about it the most, what Jay was hinting on, is it's just extremely realistic. Like if we actually had superheroes, that's how our world would have been. Like the
Yeah.
dead ass. You know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah,
the
and
closest illustration you could get to our world.
exactly. And I like
So
that like what it does it the show itself illustrates humanity. Like
yeah,
ironically in heroes, like in superpowered individuals, they still have their humanity and they're not like the typical Captain America perfect saint or Superman Clark Kent angel.
yeah. It's not
He's a,
like DC and Marvel where it's way more
yeah.
fictional. You know what
Like
I mean?
he's a man with his own demons despite being power wise a fucking god. Like he's
Yeah.
a man. Like he has like his ego, his way of doing things, and because his power is so great, he's like, why the fuck am I listening if I can do what the fuck I want? Like that's slowly happening to him, you know.
Yeah.
$5 from Kedrick, I appreciate that, brother. Kedrick is back. Kedrick the goat.
Yeah, no,
Um,
that's what's so great about it. And mind you, like DC and Marvel is realistic too. Like it has its many aspects of where the realism, whatever you name it.
yeah,
But in comparison to the boys, though, Marvel and DC is literally the fiction in comparison.
yeah, they
While the boys is like blatant realism. It's just how it
exactly.
would be. You know,
Yeah,
simple.
especially like humanity
So
wise. Yeah, very very realistic.
and how
Kedrick,
like the Justice League would be in our world, basically.
yeah, exactly. $5 from Kedrick, appreciate it, brother. Once again, any advice on controlling your emotions, specifically anger? This is what I say about emotions. When it comes to negative emotions, obviously, even positive can deter you if you don't use them the right way. So I would say, as far as controlling your emotions, from my observations and my experiences, I guess I would say the best way to control them is sort of to try to sit in them. Like for example, let's say that something doesn't go your way, right, and you're very upset. I would sit
Don't
in
have a
that.
fucking hissy fit.
Yeah,
Yeah, go
I
about it
would
in a positive way.
like I wouldn't react. I would sit in it, try to understand it, and then try to channel it the right way. You know, like a lot of guys, for
Exactly.
example, that become successful, they had a heartbreak, for example. Of course, they're very upset. Let's say that their partner was unfaithful. They utilize that anger for productivity
Yeah.
in their professional life. They go to the gym. They start to
Yeah, they'll
learn a high
develop themselves
skill.
more. They'll even
Yeah,
question like, did I fuck up? You know, is it my fault? They go about it in a way to where they're gonna start self-building instead of self-destroying, like being self-destructive. And that's the most important aspect of it. And most importantly, to also not lash out. Like, you know what
yeah,
I mean? Like, because you don't want to be, because most men will just start either beating on the woman, whatever, blah, blah, and all this other crazy shit. Instead, if you actually look at people by example that are leading by example, for they're not lashing out, they're doing things to continue to build themselves, and if anything, they'll even just take accountability, even if it's not their fault. They'll be like, you know
yeah.
what, it was my fault, I fucked up,
Yeah,
so
and the beauty of
you know,
like discipline is your mind itself, from a neurological standpoint, it begins to adapt to your habits. Like for example, a bad habit, like we said last stream, was drugs. Right? It adapts to that gratification, but also adapts to discipline. If you discipline your mind
yeah,
to control yourself when you're upset, the literal neural pathways begin to adapt to that. Like your mind's like, okay, we're upset, but obviously, the our body and the higher rational mind wants us to use that anger in a certain way. So
yeah.
we have to
And
adapt to
you
that.
can't grow without failure. You can't grow without mishap or without
Yeah.
or without falling. You name it, the whole not like you need those type of experience. Like, and obviously, me and Jared are not saying to go out and look like no, don't do drugs, whatever, blah, blah. But I'm saying like when you get certain interactions, or at least put yourself in a scenario where it enables self building tendencies, right, in a positive light, okay, or at least gives you the practice you need on how to approach when shit hits the fan or gets bad, you know,
Yeah.
that's very important to acknowledge and know how to deal with, you know.
Yeah, I would say so in layman's terms for that question, by the way, good question. I would say first step hesitation, especially if it's a negative emotion. The second step would
Yep.
be just introspection, like kind of observing how your body is reacting to the emotion. Second, and then thirdly is
Accountability.
it kind of yeah. Thirdly, the final step I would say is adjustment. Like how do you want to respond to it? It takes time though. It's not gonna happen over
And
time,
it's
especially
different for everyone too. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like
It
some
takes
people have to
time.
get professional medical help. Some people can't do that at all, and they say fuck that shit, and they'll just do straight up like willpower and yada yada, and just build themselves, and go along that route. Some other people need like a stepping stone. You know what I mean? To where it's just they really just can't really do it on their own, and they'll need like a support, like some type of support. Which I'll be honest with you, that's the last thing I recommend you to try to do. But if worst case scenario, if you're not able to do it, whether if it's on your own or with professional help, then have someone to make sure you're not face planning basically. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah,
someone that it's kind of like having a trainer. You know what I mean? Like a gym trainer, whatever, or you name it, whatever. Some type of person to watch to make sure you're not fucking up. That's important because this way they can make sure you don't fall on your ass or go backwards and keep
yeah.
pushing
I,
forward.
I would say in
So,
general in your life, just become more methodical. Life starts
yeah.
to go your way more when you're more calculated, even under stress, like emotion. So that's basically what we would say. What's the most iconic artifact in all of anime? That's a good question. Pokeballs or Pokemon balls are very iconic. What else? I guess the Dragon Balls. Oh yeah, he said that between the Dragon Ball, Pokeball, and Yu-Gi-Oh card.
And
Yu-Gi-Oh cards are
also,
pretty.
don't. And me and Jay didn't say this, but just in case too, do not hold it in a bottle either. Like,
Yeah,
don't
no, no, yeah,
restrain. Don't. You have to let that shit out in a productive manner. You cannot just channel it or not be, or have a whatever, blah blah. You have to deal with it because if you don't, it's gonna build up and you will explode. Whether if it's gonna be extreme, bad, whatever the case may fucking be, it's not gonna be good. you
yeah,
know.
yeah. You do gotta channel it, find the right way to channel it. You can't just contain it.
Weightlifting, figure it out, something.
Yeah. Um, Sasuke's not even knocked out. He's just not dealing with these fucking aliens anymore. He can't. He's not strong enough. But yeah. What if KCM2
Bust
replaced
that
Ichigo?
Renegon, baby.
Yeah, what if KCM2 replaced Ichigo in the Wako Mundo arc to face Segundo, Resurrection Ulquiorra, and was asked to kill him and protect Orihime? How would Naruto do? So Naruto with KCM2, if he doesn't have six path powers, I don't think he's planetary yet. I think he's at best if I highball, he's multi-continental. Ulquiorra in second Resurrection form against at that point in time, it's hard to gauge him accurately. He seemed like the strongest of the Espada, besides like a
Yeah.
hypothetical rageful enough Yami rather. So there's a possibility he's planetary. It's hard to gauge. I mean, we didn't see much of him. He fought Vassal Lord Ichigo, and he was above Ulquiorra.
Yeah.
I
Worst case, he could also be like
Yeah,
multi-continental or
worst
something like
case,
this,
lowballing him, he's
blowing up shit.
multi-continental.
But
Highballing, I would say he's planetary. More than likely, honestly, I think Ulquiorra probably. I mean, here's the thing: Naruto's regeneration and sort of stamina is insane. But
yeah.
Ulquiorra is very
Unless you're
capable.
weird and you think like they don't hit like mountain level busting fucking power until the like Aizen's final form, and you want to be that weird,
Yeah,
then
no.
whatever. But what's it called? But either way, like yeah, that's like the best way to kind of analyze it. You know what I mean? Because like if that motherfucker did like a zero and just shot that shit in the city, bro, it's nuking the whole fucking city.
Yeah,
or if he
Naruto
threw that one arrow, you know what I mean? That's
in
like a
character.
Biju bomb arrow.
Yeah, in character, Naruto doesn't kill, so there's that. In character, he'll be hesitant
Yeah.
to kill him. So that's gonna
He'll
that's
try
going
to
to
reason or he'll
that's
try to
going to
subdue him.
benefit Ulquiorra. Ulquiorra will kill you in an instant. He doesn't care.
Yeah, he
Um,
don't give a fuck.
yeah, I probably would lean towards Ulquiorra at
I'm
this
gonna be
point.
honest though, Ikura might be in a similar handicap though, because if you have a very unique personality to where he's curious and questions you, Naruto has that trait. He's very similar to Ichigo. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
To where like he'd be like, "What the fuck is up with this human, bro? Like I don't get this moment." But maybe just continue to figure him out, right, or analyze, or maybe even try to break his will. He tried to pull like an Obito on Ichigo too. So it's like I could see that happening as like an interesting interaction, but yeah, for the most part, it's a very disadvantage because he's still very cold and calculating. He don't give a fuck. You
yeah,
know,
I would lean towards Ulquiorra, but Naruto obviously has more of an arsenal, like observably, clones, Rasen Shurikens, things of that
and he has
nature.
healing regen like
Regen.
constant. You
Yeah,
know,
so it'd be a close fight. It's hard to gauge Ulquiorra though, but I'd probably lean towards him, but it's a tough fight. On the top of my head, I'd probably lean towards him. I'm gonna start calling Code Team Rocket until he gets a W. Yeah, dude, that guy's a fucking L. Seriously, Code seems so weak that I feel Kinshiki
Bro,
would beat him.
Team Rocket.
Seriously, Code, I feel like Kinshiki would beat him. No, he wouldn't. Code would fucking
King
slam him.
Shiki? Nah, come
No.
on, bro. What we doing?
Even GB Dark could beat him. No, yeah, he would slam all those people.
Bro,
Um,
what the fuck?
yeah, no. Naruto's gonna jump Luciora with 200 clones. Yeah, that would be one of his best strategies. Would be
But
utilize clones.
Jay, isn't there statements or like a certain, or even like certain other shit that where like code is like that's why he's way above those motherfuckers? Like I could
Yeah,
have
he's
sworn he
above
had
Jigen.
some shit.
Yeah, with no
Yeah,
limiters,
yeah,
he's
see,
above Jigen.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the fuck? What are you
He
guys
looks like
on about,
shit.
bro?
He looks like shit right now because Boruto's stronger than him. That's why. He just looks like shit because the
What do
guy.
you? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what are you guys on
Uh,
about right now with that shit? Come on now.
'Cause if, earlier, like in the story, he almost killed Naruto. Fucking Kawaki had to save his ass. So he's not weak. Yeah. So, $2 from Kedrick. Appreciate that, brother. Let me put that on the screen real quick.
And not only that, like in the beginning, like before the Jigen arc happens and Ishiki, like he was also willing to scrap with Delta. Like they were about to have like a very bloodlusted battle for a moment. And mind you, we see what Delta's capable of fighting against Naruto. I mean, now don't get me wrong, like it's Naruto still suppressed in a way, but he's still going all out while holding back, if that makes sense. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Uh,
But you have all that too, and so Code was no joke, you know.
no, he's never been a joke. It's just he happens to fight a stronger person right now, and Boruto's stronger than
Yeah.
him. So the best antagonist in Dragon Ball Super so far. Good question, Kedrick. Appreciate the $2, by the way, brother. Best antagonist in Dragon Ball Super so far, in my opinion. Probably the best I've seen so far, either Jiren or Goku Black. Probably either one of those guys, in my
Yeah.
opinion, were the best I've
If I had
seen.
a pick, I'd say Jiren though.
Probably Jiren, yeah.
That's
Jiren was probably better, more polarizing
Goku
figure.
Black is more of a bitch. He had to like use hacks in order
Yeah,
to be like that
yeah.
guy.
He was cold, like a very cold person, but Jiren's probably
Yeah.
better. Yeah, those are the
Yeah,
top
no,
that
no,
I've
yeah, he
seen.
was a badass. Don't get me wrong. Like, he was cold. He's a bad, whatever, blah, blah. I just say
Yeah,
he was a bitch in the regard of like he didn't do it like through pure like hard work or talent away. He just
yeah,
did that
no.
like by
He was a
cheating. You know
copy.
what
Yeah,
I
he was a
mean?
copy, literally a copy of Goku, and even Vegeta kind of
Yeah.
exposed him when he got Zenkai boost. He's like, you know what's the difference
Yeah.
between you and Goku is that you're the fake. The reason I'm beating your ass is because you're not the real thing. You're just a simple copycat, and you'll never understand what he had to go through to become who he is. And
Yeah.
that's why I'm beating your ass. So that's
It
why
was a
Jiren,
broken ability though. Like every
yeah,
time he
J
lost, he would get like double your power. That's just crazy.
yeah, Jiren is just more imposing. Yeah, he's definitely more imposing, and he earned it. So,
He was a
but I appreciate,
badass. It was so good, dude. It was like
yeah.
Madara all over again. He was just built different,
He
bro.
will, yeah, literally built different. Appreciate the $2 though, Kedrick. Appreciate that, brother. I think Naruto might win in KC2, to be honest. The Kurama Avatar, plus I think Naruto's more AP with BG. But AP conversation's interesting though. I don't know. It's actually closer than
It's
people
just
think.
really, really, really hard to gauge, dude. That's
Yeah,
the
especially
problem,
in
you know.
Bleach, it's hard to gauge shit.
It's
Besides,
so
like,
much arbitrary, you know, and but
yeah,
yeah.
and in Bleach is very hard because they're not as apparent with their scaling. You have apparent like you do have apparent moments like Yamamoto almost bringing the Soul Society to a crisp, or in the anime the Zero Division shaking the multiverse. That's apparent, but most of Bleach, especially early Bleach, is not very much. I'd say
Yeah,
like
it's not
like
really a lot. Yeah.
observable feats. Yeah, it's like these guys are strong, but we really don't
Like the
know.
only definitive observable feat was when Aizen like casually, like with like effortlessly just cut off multiple mountaintops, like what Madara did in the war, you know, with
Yeah,
his
it's
Edo perfect Sano.
in Bleach, it's like more hacks based, so you don't see as much like observable evidence for scaling.
So like
But
like the basically the best way to analyze it, like if you see Aizen doing that shit, right, in his final form, then compare that to like Madara, where mind you, Madara was also like not even trying and suppressed and cutting off all those fucking mountains. You know what I mean? Like you
yeah,
kind of picture all that, and if Aizen's within that tier, then kind of try to figure out where you know he's at. Like there you go. You know what I mean? It kind of like helps in a sense. But like overall, like it's hard. It's just too much vagueness.
yeah, exactly. $2 for €2 from Steven. Appreciate it, brother. Orochimaru with Mayorga adaptability versus 5 Kage. That's a good question. Here's the thing though. Mayorga. Oh, so
Shit,
you're.
like
I'm assuming the
Raikage is
question. I'm
speechless though,
assuming the
right?
question you mean is he doesn't have Mayorga, but rather the actual adaptability ability of Mayorga rather. So if that's the case, it's tough because I would deduce if you have a strong enough ability. Again, I
Yeah.
haven't. I'm not as deep or knowledgeable on JJK yet, but I'm assuming if you have a strong enough ability to kill Mayorga before he can even begin to adapt, then he'd die.
He's
So that's
dead.
why,
Yeah,
so
if he just
yeah,
speedblitz it.
yeah, that's why I think the Raikage probably, yeah, like maybe he would like end up
But then
one
again, I don't
shotting
know
him.
how fast they are. I don't know how fast Sukuna is in that one thing. So I don't know. I'm just
Yeah, like
saying, but
I know Mayorga battled Sukuna, but it's been a while since I've read it. And again, I read most of it for
mm,
enjoyment. I'd have to watch like how
yeah.
he does in battle and stuff, but I would assume he'd still
Okay.
lose. I'd still
So
assume
you
he'd
think the
lose.
five Kage would win then?
Yeah, they probably still, especially
Gotcha.
particle style. Like that shit's one shot. Like if he
Oh
gets
yeah,
hit
that
clip
just
up,
negs. Yeah.
yeah, he wouldn't really have an ability, a chance to adapt because he'd be erased. You know,
Yeah,
so
and not only that, the problem is like, let's correct me if I'm wrong if you've seen otherwise, Jay. Like,
yeah,
I'm pretty sure the way his ability operates, it's more for offense, not defense.
yeah, you have to get hit
So,
by it for yeah, you have to get hit first. You have to you have to like come into contact with an ability to adapt to. At least from my knowledge, like Infinity, for
oh, okay.
example.
So he is
So
like Doomsday then. Okay,
yeah,
never mind.
in a way, except even faster because he doesn't. You don't have to kill him. Like he just adapts on the like literally in real time. But I would still
Yeah,
say
it's
Orochimaru.
instantaneous. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Kage would beat Orochimaru still. Yeah, basically they can overwhelm his origination before he adapts. Yeah, exactly. That's basically what it is. Yeah, they would overwhelm him.
The particle shot would do it. It's you're literally obliterating things to the fucking atoms, bro, and you name
Yeah,
it. Like,
exactly. It literally like negates and destroys you on a molecular level. So like he wouldn't even get a chance to adapt. You
he
know.
wouldn't be there anymore. He'd be gone.
Yeah, he'd be
Like,
erased at that point. Like Sukuna versus Gojo worked because the ability he adapted to was a defensive ability, like the Infinity. So Mayorga was able to like analyze it, adapt to it, and Sukuna exploited that and beat Gojo. You know, so and he's more powerful than Gojo straight up, so he could handle what he gave, what the Gojo could dish out. So that was a good combo with Sukuna and Mayorga. Here it'd be
Like the way I
different.
see it, it's like Inoki and Raikage, like just them two alone. Like he grabs Raikage, like
Yeah.
instant speed blitz subdues it to the ground, and Inoki particle stop dead.
Yeah, I'm personally of the opinion that without Mayorga, Sukuna would have lost. Gojo would kill him before he figured it out. Uh, that's a debate, obviously, but
I think
one,
Sukuna would still
yeah,
win.
I think
Yeah,
he'd
because the
still win
plot.
because one,
Yeah,
Gojo admits it. Two, he didn't have all 20 fingers. Three, he didn't have forearms. Yeah, he wasn't like fully awakened. So there's just more empirical evidence to suggest he'd win.
yeah.
Still.
Now, if it was just that form, then sure, I'll give you
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
You know what I
If
mean?
it's just
But
that form, there's a possibility Gojo could have won. Yeah.
yeah,
But if it's full power Prime Sukuna, I would see him probably defeating Gojo
like if he
regardless.
didn't have it, like the way I see the plot going, he just goes to his next form, like some Dragon Ball Z shit, and then he just washes Gojo, and Gojo's like, "What? Now he's going all out? Like, wow, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
There's
some
even the
moderate of five Kage shit."
yeah, there's even the argument that he could outlast the Gojo. There's not very many people that could do that. Sukuna might just outlast his infinity ability anyway, to where he can't
Yeah.
keep it up, and then he'll just kill him after that. So yeah, probably Sukuna. I still think he'd win. Prime Hiruzen versus Hashirama. Depends if it's pre-retcon. Hiruzen if it's post. Hashirama.
Yeah.
It depends on things. Prime Kage versus Fuse Momo equal stats. Uh, Fuse Momo has the ability to absorb ninjutsu. More
Yeah, that's the problem.
intelligent.
He gets stronger
Uh,
too from that.
you get stronger. Probably
He can double
Momo.
up on the pills. That makes him even. It's like senso beams. It makes him more chakra. Like,
Yeah, probably Momo. He's more intelligent too. Kage, at least in the war, seemed retarded.
it's
So
not fair. Momo like just cheats, bro.
yeah, he's a cheater.
like,
He
like
probably win
Kage
out.
has all abilities and shit, and chakra, raw chakra and power, like Naruto. Like Momo is just pure hacks and cheating.
Yeah, exactly. Like most things he shoot out of him, he would absorb and then
And his
amplify.
taijutsu is decent. It's pretty decent. Like he was
Yeah,
going blow for blow in a certain regard with Sasuke and Naruto. That's
yeah.
impressive.
As adults, so yeah, he probably would win. But yeah, folks, any questions
Like
at all?
Kaguya had no taijutsu, bro. That bitch was not showing the fight at all.
Yeah, not at all. She's just literally like fucking. Yeah, not at all. Appreciate the
She's
donations.
like Professor Xavier J. You know what I mean? Just sits in a fucking chair and just uses all
Yeah.
her powers.
Literally. Ewok versus Goku. So what I currently know of Ewok, he obviously is very powerful. I would definitely say Planetary Plus, easy. But no, I don't see him as universal. At least the current
That's
Ewok I'm
just
aware
cap.
with. I
Yeah.
haven't finished Bleach. But I'd still say Goku. I know his hacks are
Like,
interesting, but I'd
yeah.
still say Goku. I think he'll get speed blitzed
Like
by Goku.
unless Bleach emphasizes the same way Dragon Ball Super does, then by all means. But if it's not and it's very, like, you know what I mean, type vibes, like It's just I don't think that's the case at all.
Yeah, and I haven't
I think
seen
that's a
the
low possibility. Yeah.
yeah, I haven't seen his full potential yet either. So yeah, Goku would probably speed blitz even before he could use hacks to get speed blitz probably.
Now, if it's like maybe the now Bleach, that's a little,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I haven't finished it, so maybe that'll change. But yeah, right now I'd say Goku. I think Sukuna would have approached the fight very differently. Seems as he has the best battle IQ feats in JJK and would just make sure
Oh,
to
he's
kill
very
Gojo.
smart. Yeah, he
Yeah,
is. Yeah.
Sukuna is very intelligent. Especially if he was at full power and he didn't have
Yeah, all
Mayorga.
the experience,
It,
bro. He's literally Hashram and Madara like
yeah,
experience level.
and he wanted, at least I'm theorizing, he wanted Megumi's body because of the techniques that came with
Yeah,
Megumi, like Mayorga. So it doesn't really negate that he's not capable without it. He's smart. He's gonna try to implement the best arsenal he can attain. And Megumi had fucking Mayorga and the
he doesn't
10 shadows technique.
underestimate shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, he doesn't underestimate shit. Like, don't get me wrong, he is arrogant and he has like his ego moments, whatever, blah, blah. But he only does that to people that are fodder and ants. Now, when it comes to people that can potentially be a threat, or at least, somewhat, especially if they strategize or whatever, or yada yada, like he will take precautions. He will
yeah.
still not underestimate, and he will be like, all right, just in case.
He
I know I'm that guy, but just in case.
Sukuna likes to work smarter, not harder. So obviously having
He's like
Mayorga,
Itachi. If anything,
yeah,
he's like very similar to Itachi in that strategy intellect aspect. You know what I mean? Like he's no like he knows he's fucking really strong, but he's still gonna play it the smart route.
yeah, exactly. So having Mayorga is just because he's intelligent enough to have that ability at hand. He wanted that
And same
to
same
aid
thing with
him.
Madara. Similar to him too. Madara like was strategizing and planning how to deal with Obito while he's a Juba. You know what I mean? Like he wasn't just like going for the smoke. You know what I mean? Yada
Yeah,
yada yada. You name it. Like so, it's like at the end of the day, like Sukuna, he's just a very intelligent person. He knows his limits and yada yada etc. And he's not gonna underestimate. Better yet, I think the reason why he's like that is because he somehow got sealed in the end. So that was probably a learning lesson. He's like, okay, even though I am the strongest, but yet people can still find a way to beat me.
yeah, exactly. So it's not only that he's powerful, but he works smart. So that's why he's so challenged. He really is like Madara. Like he's not only powerful, but he's intelligent. So
Yeah.
$5 from Kedrick. Appreciate the donation, brother. Oh, IRL question. Let me go ahead and put it on the screen real quick, and then we'll have an answer that. Appreciate that, brother. Let's see
Like
here.
Madara knew how strong Hashirama is. He's like, you know what? Let me get the Nine Tails. Let me not underestimate
Exactly.
this motherfucker.
Yeah.
And then you have the War Arc.
He's
Be
about
smart,
he's all
bro.
about winning. Yeah, but Sukuna's all about winning, like winning the day, and that's
Same thing with Madara.
same thing with Madara. Yeah, exactly. So, appreciate the $5, by the way, Kedrick again. In your opinion, who's the greatest actress of all time? That's actually a really good question. The best
That's really
actor,
hard.
yeah,
It's not even fair.
there's a ton of them. Some
It
come to
depends
mind.
it depends how we analyze it, but I guess we have to say
Yeah,
overall. What do you think?
the best performances I've ever seen, movies, period. I would throw up, not even in order, but guys that would come to mind would be like Robert Downey Jr.,
Oh
uh,
yeah, yeah.
De
Without a
Niro.
doubt.
De Niro's up there.
Go.
Heath Ledger.
Oh
Um,
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. No, I would say if I had to choose like as number one, I'd say Heath Ledger,
Heath was
then Robert
spectacular.
Downey
Yeah,
Jr. But I
Yeah,
don't blame you for Robbie Downey Jr. though. He's just a
yeah,
go. Yeah, but
yeah.
those two
Those
have to be in top three, bro. Come
all-time greats. Yeah,
on.
Robert De Niro is really good. Really fucking good ass actor.
Yeah.
Even Christian Bale has some good feats, like he lost like 100
Phoenix,
pounds.
his Joker, yeah.
Yeah,
His
he's
actor.
really good. Other
Christian Bale's
movies,
good.
yeah, Christian Bale
You
in
know.
general is a really good actor. Who else is a very, very good, like, talented
Will Smith
actor?
is good too.
Will, yeah, in his heyday, he was very good.
Yeah, prime days, yeah.
Prime days. Who else is up there?
Oh, Hugh Jackman, yeah, that motherfucker.
Oh, that guy can fucking act. Yeah, he's a really good actor.
Yeah, he's like in any movie for the most part that I've seen him in, he's just really, really fucking good, dude.
Yeah, honestly, as far as female, the best performance I've seen is probably honestly Zendaya from Euphoria. She was fucking good in that show, man. Like her
Yeah,
acting
there's
was
that.
yeah
Scarlett, you could say Scarlett Johansson with the Black Widow shit.
really
That was
good.
pretty on
Yeah,
point.
female roles. What else? Like a really good performance from a female.
Trying to think. Yeah, same.
Let's see. What's some
Oh,
good
like
movies?
the boys show.
Oh
They're
yeah,
pretty good.
Stargirl. The girl that plays
Yep.
Stargirl is pretty good. Yeah, she's a
Yep,
really
she's
good
really, really good.
actor.
Stargirl.
So I'm trying to think of movies with female leads in it. Fucking
I mean, like really great. Like we don't care about mid or whatever.
yeah, we don't
We're
care.
talking about great. Yeah.
Fucking Leonardo DiCaprio would be up there too.
Yeah.
Really good actor.
Oh, the Scarlet Witch actor. She's good.
Oh, yeah,
I think
Elizabeth
she's really
Olsen.
good.
I think
Yeah.
Margaret Robbie, like not just her Harley Quinn, but even in other movies like
Yeah,
Wolf of Wall
yeah,
Street.
her Harley Quinn was underrated, dude. Yeah, she
Yeah,
killed
really, really
that
fucking
shit.
good.
Yeah,
Oh, what's going on, Prodigy? Thanks for coming in again, brother. Denzel
what's
Washington. Oh,
good,
that's a good
bro?
one. Denzel Washington's a really good actor. Yeah, Denzel Washington has some great, John Q, The
And then
Equalizer.
like, and I'll like these are the mids. I'm not trying to be mean. Like, don't get me wrong, they are goated in their own regard. But like, if I'm saying overall, like, in just pure talent and goatness, okay, then I'll bring up Kevin Hart, Dwayne Johnson, and
Yeah,
Ryan
they're
Reynolds. But
good.
they're like the mid tier of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're
They're
not.
awesome. They're good, but they're
Yeah,
not like, oh my god. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. They're not like elite, like the
Yeah.
epitome, but they're good though.
No.
Like The
Yeah.
Rock's, he's a WWE guy. Kevin Hart by trade is mostly a comedian.
Yeah.
Yeah, Anthony Starr who plays Homelander. Oh yeah, dude, he did a damn good job.
Oh yeah,
He's a-
that motherfucker. You know, yeah,
Yeah,
Jay. When you watch the whole show, like his acting was insane. Like
he's
even
fucking
my
good,
girl
man.
was like, my girl was talking to me about it, and she was
Yeah.
like, like the show made you basically hate him, but then at the same time you loved him because the acting was so fucking good.
Yeah, I
Like,
almost forgot. One of the best performances I've ever seen was Breaking Bad with Bryan Cranston. Dude, that guy could fucking act, man. He's a damn good actor.
yeah.
He won like I think he won several fucking Emmys or whatever. Like, he's fucking good. So he's a really good
Yeah.
actor. So yeah, those guys are like the rare air. Brian, Robert Downey Jr., Heath, fucking Hugh Jackman, fucking
What was his name? Tom Hardy. He's
oh
also
Hardy
good
can
too.
he's a good actor.
He's underrated. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's very fucking
I do
good.
think he's
Tom Hardy.
underrated. Yeah, he's actually a really good actor. He's
Very
done a lot of
underrated. Like his Venom role, all his
Venom
IRL roles,
role.
military roles, fucking goated. Like he
Yeah,
takes that shit seriously, dude.
yeah, he does that shit real well.
Like
He's up
I
there.
forgot
So
about that
yeah,
motherfucker. If anything, I'd say he's at least. Well, if you think he's top five, I would say at least he's top 10,
yeah.
bare minimum.
So
You know what I mean?
females, I would say Margaret Robbie, fucking Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah,
Honestly,
facts. Yeah.
Jennifer Lawrence is really good too.
I think yeah, Harley Quinn. I think she's number one out of all
Yeah,
of them.
Margaret Robbie,
Like
really,
out
really
of all
good.
of them. Yeah,
Yeah,
Margaret Robbie. Yeah, she just killed that shit,
she
bro.
killed that shit. Yeah, she's really good at that stuff. At that,
Gal Gadot. Well, for Wonder Woman, she was good too.
she was
I
good.
fucked with her.
I know she
Like,
gets
it wasn't
hate.
like
I don't.
insane, but it was
Yeah,
like it was good. It was mid, you
she
know.
gets hate. I don't get why. Gal Gadot is like cool. I don't understand why she gets hate
Oh no, she
sometimes.
did good. Yeah, yeah, she did.
Yeah.
She wasn't goated like fucking Robert Downey Jr. He
Yeah,
wasn't
no,
all
no,
that shit,
not on that level, but
but she was good enough, you
yeah, she's
know.
good enough. Fucking I guess Paul Walker, R.I.P. He was a good, really good in
Yeah, yeah, he
Fast and
was
Furious.
good in the fast. Yep, yep.
Yeah, Aaron Paul's,
Jensen. I don't know if you guys remember him, Jensen from Supernatural, and he also
he's
plays
good. Yeah, he's good.
he plays Soldier Boy in The Boys. He's
Yeah,
fucking goated.
he's a
Really
really
good
good
acting
actor.
from him. Yeah,
Aaron
really good
Paul's,
acting.
Jesse Pinkman. Oh, dude, he was a good ass actor in Breaking Bad too. Hugh
Yeah.
Jackman, Ryan Reynolds.
Oh
Ryan
yeah,
Reynolds is
yeah, yeah,
another.
yeah. Breaking
Right,
Bad. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Ryan Reynolds is another good one. Yeah. How would Sukuna do against the first five Hokage in a 1v1 for each? Oh, that's a good question. I think Hashirama would probably beat him.
Yeah, he would slam.
Like he's just too blatantly powerful. If he could throw up the
Way, way faster. Yeah.
if he threw up his fucking if he has the even remote possibility of throwing up his domain expansion, maybe, but Hashirama would speed blitz him.
Sure.
So yeah. He'd speed blitz and he wouldn't even get a chance to fire off like any commands from his actual neurotransmitters. He'd get blitzed by Hashirama. So
And if I
uh
saw that fight, like I already know, like immediately he's thinking in his head, so couldn't immediately be serious and be like, "Oh damn, he's really strong," you know, whatever.
yeah. Yeah, he probably would he might I mean he's not in character, but that'll be like the first guy he'd probably retreat from. He's like, fuck that
Yeah.
shit. Sukuna versus Edo Madara, equal stats, and Sukuna can seal him. Equal stats would make it very interesting.
But
He
it's
might
equal
actually,
stats.
he might be,
Madara has to use that
yeah.
Susanoo for his fucking that one
If he gets
domain
caught,
because that's instantaneous hit.
he's
Yeah.
fucked. Yeah, yeah, probably Sukuna to be honest. If it's equal stats, yeah. Especially with Mayorga, will he'll like adapt to Madara's shit too? God damn.
Yeah. You know, and then
Um,
it doesn't the domain also amp you too, like your
yeah,
body?
you have a
Okay. Yeah.
guaranteed
So
hit.
then, yeah, then Madara's
Yeah,
fucked.
he's fucked because once you're in that, you guarantee to get a hit. Like it's like
To be fair,
100%.
Madara Susanoo would amp him too, but
Yeah, yeah. The dude that plays young Magneto is good too. Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I forgot. I don't know his name either, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. He's pretty good. Jamie Foxx. Oh, dude, he's super talented. He can do everything. He could sing, fucking act,
oh yeah,
fucking.
yeah, he's good.
He could do comedy. He's extremely talented, dude.
Oh, I'm over here tripping. I don't know if you mentioned him yet. I can't think of his fucking name. The guy that played Mysterio in Spider-Man, and he's played IRL
Oh,
movies. He's also
Jay
played Dark
Gyllenhaal.
Vulture.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
he's really
He's
good.
really
He
good.
belongs in top 10 as well. He's
Facts, yeah,
very
yeah.
fucking good. Yeah.
Really good roles in a lot of movies, like
But if you
Mysterio,
think he's
South.
top 5 or top 10, I think he's in top 10 bare minimum.
Yeah,
That
he was in
motherfucker's good.
the Zodiac Killer movie. He was in
Yeah.
Southpaw. He was in a lot of good shit. Yeah, he's pretty
He's
he's
just
pretty
a
good.
really good, like, bro. Like when he did the role for Mysterio, he actually blew me away.
He
Like
killed that.
I was
Yeah, he
like,
killed that.
damn, yeah, he killed that shit with him,
Yeah.
bro.
Logan Paul's apology video.
Oh my god.
That's an example of shit acting. That guy's a fucking joke. Ben
Yeah.
Affleck. Ben Affleck's a good actor, yeah. Do you think Kawaki hates Code as much as Jigen? I think he hates all Otsutsuki in general.
He hates, yeah, all of
Yeah,
them.
the only
Yeah.
one he probably doesn't blatantly hate is Boruto, but he still is adamant enough on his goal to kill Boruto. I don't think he hates Boruto, but he knows that he has a Momo in him. So, but everyone else, yeah, I'm pretty sure he fucking hates. Jim Carrey, that's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one. How much weaker is
Oh
Ishiki
yeah,
than
Jim Carrey. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
yeah? How much weaker is Ishiki than Shibai? If Shibai's 4D, everyone's way weaker than him. If he really is 4D, he's way.
Yep.
Everyone gets solo like he does solo the verse. Imagine if Mayorga adapted to the Susanoo chakra and walks through it while you hear Sukuna crackling. Dude, that's some shit he would do.
Yeah.
Mayorga would do that shit, honestly.
Oh, the actor for Black Panther too. He was good.
Oh,
He was actually really
fucking
good.
Chadwick
I don't
Boseman.
think he was
Chadwick.
mid. I actually thought he was underrated. I
Yeah,
thought
he,
he was
he's a
really,
really good
he was
actor.
pretty
He
good.
was in
Yeah.
other movies too,
Yeah.
like this one crime movie. Yeah,
And
he's a
he
pretty
was
good actor.
doing all that shit while he had
While he was
cancer and
sick.
was sick
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Staying in
Like,
shape while sick, that's insane, bro.
yeah,
That's fucking crazy, bro.
he had
Honestly.
that commitment, bro.
Yeah. I just thought of plot hole. If Ishiki knew about the cyborgs, Amato, why not just try to kill them himself? I don't think either Ishiki didn't know or Amato manipulated him into thinking that they're good like on
Yeah.
his side. So
Because
Amato's
they
just
were
more into
pretty fucking tight. Like every time they talked, like he never suspected him or anything. He
yeah.
wasn't, like
It wasn't until
he
like
got him as a
Koji.
loyal comrade. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't until he turned Koji on him, that he became aware.
Yeah,
So
that's when he was like, yeah, and it was funny how like he dealt with it too, because like when Koji's over here trying to flex and talk his shit or whatever, he's like, blah blah. He's like, huh? Who the fuck you talking to, bitch?
yeah, and he was
It
weakened
was
too.
funny
He
as
was like
fuck.
he was still in his broken vessel and still beat him, which
Yeah,
is
and he
crazy.
was still like talking his shit, and he was like, bitch, like, what is your fucking problem? I will beat your ass. It was so
Yeah,
Jake is such a savage, bro. That shit was
yeah,
great.
exactly. Did you
Uh,
hear? Did you guys hear about JJK ending due to the animators going on strike? Oh shit, really? I didn't know that shit. Due to being
oh no.
overworked? Damn. Well, they are killing. I'm not gonna lie, they're killing it with the anime, so I get it. Maybe they are being overworked, and they go weekly too. So yeah,
Yeah.
I understand. Like pay the guys what they deserve. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
they
no, yeah.
they're
That's
uh
you don't pull a Seth.
they'll pull Seth and they're killing it, man. Like the Yuji breakdown episode or
Like
Sukuna
for the
versus
work they're doing and how good it looks animated, like come on,
it's
bro. Don't
fucking
pull
good,
a
man.
Seth. That shit's
Yeah,
goaded. Yeah.
Toji versus Megumi, fucking Sukuna versus Jogo. Like it's fucking goaded, bro. The anime is really good. So I get it. Pay them what they deserve. Do you think Skylar White hate is justified? So that's a good question, right? Breaking Bad. Skylar, man, I'm not gonna lie. There's times she really, spoiler alert, by the way. There's some times she really irritated me, like when she fucked Ted to kind of like spite Walter. He's like, yeah, she's like, yeah, I fucked Ted. He's like, what the fuck, bitch? Like that shit was annoying. Like the way she approached it was kind of annoying. Overall, I do think she's a good character. She's human. Like she cares about her husband, but then she starts to realize that his ego is consuming him, right? And then she starts to not trust him anymore. And eventually, we all see how it ends. And fucking, they basically kick him out of the house, like her and their son, and they see him as a loose cannon. Like he's no longer just doing it for the money. He's doing it for legacy. Like he's like what he said to Jesse. He said, I'm not in the money business. I'm in the empire business. That's when he really went rogue. Like it wasn't about just money to leave his family when he's gone. It was about him being the top kingpin in the world as far as drugs and meth. So I don't think the hate's justified, like the insane amount of hate, but I do think some hate is justified, I'd say. Um, I think she's human. Kind of like with Eren Yeager from Attack on Titan. Like everyone's like, "Oh my God, he flipped the script." Like, no, he's human, dude. Casualties of war, like fucking traumatize him. So I think that's the point. The point is that he is human. He's not a fucking saint. He's not Captain America or Superman. These guys have real humanity and real demons in their closet. Not everyone's Captain America. Not everyone has unbreakable, fucking unbreakable conviction, especially in the real world. So. Momo, JJK speed is absolutely shit compared to Naruto speedsters. Yeah. Yeah. Jay's it wrong that I wish Ishiki had more screen time? No, I actually would have liked to see more screen time too. I would have liked to see more Ishiki screen time. Jigen did try to get Kawaki, then Naruto and Sasuke pulled up on him. Yeah, facts. Yep. And then he schooled them. But yeah. But yeah, folks, any questions you may
I
have?
had to step away for the moment because I have not seen that show yet.
Yeah, it's fucking. Oh, dude, it's so fucking good, man. It might be the best show I've ever seen.
What was
It's
it called again? Just to make sure, I'm pretty sure it was the right one I'm thinking of.
Breaking Bad. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I have it
you're
on my
gonna
watch
get.
list
It's
on
kind of like
Netflix.
you're gonna get hooked pretty fucking quick as soon as you see like the
Yeah,
plot.
my girl, she was an asshole. She spoiled the ending for me. I'm like, you're a
Oh
fucking
shit.
dick.
Yeah, that shit is fucking good, man. Like from beginning to end, it's like holy shit, man. This guy's journey is
Mm,
fucking just
yeah.
wild. Yeah. Sasuke isn't dead though. Oh yeah, he's not dead. Right, right.
No, he's not dead.
He's restrained. I put that in the
If
title.
he was dead, Kishimoto would have made a very very big deal of a chapter, and that shit would have been blowing up if
Yeah,
Sasuke
I put
died.
that in the title just to like. And first of all, I didn't say he's dead. I put a question mark. I put that in the title to kind of like
And now
have
it
a good
could be
title.
hinting of a potential direction that he might die. We
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know,
You can
but
definitely you can definitely start making those theories. Yeah.
yeah.
Prison Break is really
Now I'm gonna
good.
be honest. If Kishimoto's not gonna be killing side characters, then I don't really think so. But
Yeah, exactly. Prison Break is also really good. I've seen some of Prison Break. It's been a while, but yeah, I do remember it was pretty good. That's a good show too. Um, but yeah, The Boys, I'm definitely gonna finish up. It's fucking good, man. After that, I'm probably
so
gonna
good,
watch
dude.
Invincible.
I might actually watch that show again, bro, because of how good it was.
Yeah, it's fucking good, and I'm probably gonna scale it. Probably, I'll probably scale the.
Yeah, that's why I was gonna watch it again. Yeah, just for like
Yeah,
scaling. I might actually think of doing a video.
yeah, I know that'll do well because people fuck with The Boys and stuff. So,
I might
um,
actually scale Invincible against
that shit would dope.
Homelander.
Oh, that'd be sick. Yeah,
What's it
I need to
called?
watch that
That'd be
shit.
pretty cool. Do a little crossword shit.
Yeah. What if Minato is in Shibuya? Where does he stop? He would speed blitz everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone gets fucking speed blitzed. If we presuppose he can
Well,
interact. Um, he speed blitz everybody. Do you think Boruto has Toad stage mode? Yes, I do
oh
think
yeah,
so.
for
If
a
he's working with
fact,
if he
absolutely,
can
yeah.
use interdimensional like location ability with it, I'm sure he does. Yeah. Is Berserk good to
Like,
watch?
bro, if
Haven't watched.
Minato could do that shit instantaneous and Naruto's goofball ass could do it, he could
Oh yeah,
definitely do
definitely. Yeah,
it.
exactly. Is Berserk good to watch? Haven't watched it yet. That's one on my bucket list, but I heard it's really good. Berserk. I haven't seen it either. I'm gonna check that out eventually too. Jay, what is your opinion on Ishiki's character? I actually think he's the best villain I've seen in Boruto. He's my favorite so far. Um, Even though his narrative was short-telled and short-lived, I think it was
Yeah,
well done. Like he was very intimidating from his introduction all the way up until his conclusion. Like very
just
intimidating
a
and power.
badass, dude.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he's my favorite antagonist so far, currently. That might change with Kawaki.
He was the guy, like he was the guy to have that energy, like just to make you like be like, fuck my life.
Yeah, it's kind of like some guys like Six and say like it was their aura. Like he just had an aura about him because of the way they wrote him. That's why he was just so well done.
Took his
Uh,
shoes off and beat Naruto's ass.
yeah, and he was the first guy to fucking thrash Naruto and Sasuke since Madara.
Bro,
Like, yeah.
if Hinata was there too, he probably would have bitch slapped her.
Oh fuck yeah, dude. She'd be fodder. You
Yeah.
put all of Konoha against him, he'll slam all of them. Nah, Invincible is too strong in the comics for anything from the boys. Yeah, I've heard
I
on.
do agree. I do agree. You know, Invincible, from what I've
Uh,
heard, from the most part, that it does scale way higher than the boys. But what I mean, like, if I take a certain composite version of Invincible, then it might be able to be a fair video or interesting. But I would have
yeah,
to look more into it. Yeah.
and I've heard Omni-Man's pretty fucking cracked. So yeah,
Now,
I'm not.
Omni Man, he would slam him. That I do know already. Like,
Yeah, that
Omni
guy's
Man is
cracked as
fucking
fuck.
cracked.
Yeah. The Deep from the boys might be the most pathetic character. Yeah, dude,
Oh, he is.
he's a
He's
fucking pussy.
horrible. Like
He's a fucking
without
pussy.
giving any spoilers, like that motherfucker is ass. Like he makes Aquaman look good, bro.
Yeah, Aquaman is like a god compared to that loser. I'm not gonna lie.
Ugh.
Ishiki was great. Code doesn't have it. I don't think Code can redeem himself. It's becoming more and more challenging with how they're writing him. He's like getting fucking tossed around and like
Yeah.
disrespected
And they
constantly.
might do a plot twist moment, or they might like give him like his final form where he at least puts up a good fight but still loses, you know?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Dre, how strong do you think Boruto with his karma horn is now? Oh, dude, he's fucking near top of
Like,
the
he's gonna be
verse.
cracked.
Yeah, the
Bro, he's
only
gonna be
guys I
like,
thought.
bro, if you saw what he could do as like a young Boruto kid during the Jigen and Shiki arc, imagine what he could
What
do now.
what he did to Code, who's above Jigen, just in base with Rasengan. Imagine what he could do at full power. That's fucking
No
crazy, man.
Sage mode either.
No
Like,
Sage Mode. Yeah, he's just playing around. Like he's probably near top of the verse. The only guys that he probably still can't beat are like Damon, Ida, and like
Like, bro, it's like,
yeah,
what's next? Is this motherfucker gonna get it like a Shidori, like a body armor to increase his speed more? Like what the, you know what I mean? Like, he's just
yeah.
cracked,
He's
bro.
fucking cracked. First the Rasengan, and then this chapter, interdimensional flying thunder god. Like holy shit, bro.
Yep.
He's fucking cracked.
He also has
Um,
two S ranked Rising Gons, Lightning and
literally,
Wind.
yeah, he's fucking cracked. I watched Invincible. You guys have a bad perception of him. He's not Superman. He's not multiplanetary or anything like that. I have to check it out. Yeah. Jay, do you
Oh
think
yeah, no,
Ishii?
no, we're not saying that. The
Yeah,
fuck.
I haven't seen it, so I don't really know anything about him
Yeah,
yet.
Jay hasn't seen it. Like for me, I'm very well aware. Like I don't know everything about it, but I've seen for the most part that I'm very well aware. Omni-Man is nowhere near Superman's peak.
Yeah,
That
exactly. And
motherfucker
yeah,
get bitched.
yeah, literally. Jay, do you think Ishii had any philosophy at all? Because I don't. He didn't have like a extremely relatable like epitome philosophy like Madara. His philosophy was simply just to get more powerful. That's what his was. Like dude, that's the Sasuke philosophy. Gain power. So by any means
What I do
necessary.
know, bare minimum though, is Omni-Man is planetary. I'm just saying
Yeah.
that motherfucker is already planetary. He's
I heard
ridiculous.
convincing arguments that Three Finger Sukuna bullies the disaster curses now. That's aura. Three fingers? Uh,
Three.
I don't know about three. Like I don't know
Yeah,
if he'd
like
be.
because wasn't the Volcano Man like stronger than like 6 or 7 fingers?
Yeah,
Like it was like
he did
Satan or something like
he
yeah.
did okay against nine. I don't think three would fucking beat would be enough to beat someone like him like
Yeah,
Jogo.
that's a little,
Yeah. I think 9 plus he's fucking slaughters all for sure. Even with just half the fingers he would slaughter all of those fuckers. But
yeah,
yeah. How do you think Sarada's gonna catch up to this cracked board? So I hope Kushimo doesn't develop clogging. Uh,
100 heals. That's
100
from what I
heals
see.
and yeah, like she's probably
Or
gonna have like some
EMS.
she's gonna have some combination of like 100 heals and yeah like EMS or some shit like that.
Yeah. It either like, and it depends because Kishimoto's trying to go a different route for her too. Like he's not trying to make it as predictable as it was, in Naruto. Like for like the way I don't know how it happened, but from what I've heard, like kind of in the background is how she awakened her Mangekyo was completely different how it normally happens in Naruto.
Yeah,
So like it's like they're probably going to continue to develop her in a unique way to awaken her power openings, but the problem is this is the problem. Sadara is still a side character. She's not Sasuke. The people confuse that. She's not. It's not like Sasuke and Naruto dynamic. That's Kawaki and Boruto. So
yeah,
Sadara is a side character. She's still on the sidelines. So sure, she might be the third strongest, but I highly, highly doubt she's going to really be up there with It's going to be like Sakura to Sasuke and Naruto all over again, basically.
yeah, exactly.
So
I do think Baramo Naruto can take Boruto. Probably. I don't see enough to consider any of these guys above Ishiki. Jigen, yes, but Ishiki, no. So yeah, he probably will win. That might change quickly though, because they might just show even better scaling for these guys, and then even that Naruto would lose. But right now, yeah, I'd probably say Naruto could probably beat him.
yeah.
And
My
Baramo, rather.
question is, do we even know what her MS abilities is yet?
Yeah,
Like
really, we
the
haven't
fuck,
seen shit. Like currently, right
bro.
now, all she's been doing is talking to Shikamaru and Kawaki, like about helping
Okay.
Boruto. Like she really hasn't fought any. She fought a Tento clone, but they're fodder. They're not that powerful. Um, but yeah, we really haven't seen like her
Imagine
MS.
she has like it's some weird ass name where she can shoot like a fucking like black flames, but if the flames touch you, it like Tsukiyomi's you or some bullshit. I don't know,
Yeah, I'm
bro.
sure. I'm sure in chapters to come, Kishimoto's probably gonna explore that and like reveal that to us, like what she can
Like
do.
what her ability, that's
Yeah,
gonna be cool to even think. Like it's either like she has a cracked like genjutsu, like a hacked genjutsu, or she's gonna have like a Mataratsu hacks type thing where it's not just AP but it's something else. Like, I
yeah,
don't know. It's gonna be really interesting. But I'm very very curious to see what he does.
yeah, exactly. Now, there's a full argument that he was compared by cursed energy, not actual power and jujitsu, and that Toji was bullying them consistently is consistently compared to Three Finger Sukuna. I'd have to reread it because I don't remember him being compared to Three Finger Sukuna. That's a little low. But again, I've only been reading for enjoyment. But
That's
yeah,
just weird because, like,
that
once
seems
again,
very
that
low.
that fodder ass volcano dude that tried to flex on Gojo and got his ass whooped.
Yeah,
Like the guy asked the other strong guy that was stronger than him. He's like, if I were to fight Gojo, like, how many like fingers of power do you think I am? And
yeah, he
he's
was like
like,
six
low
or
ball
seven.
this, high ball this.
Yeah,
He's like, okay, and then there you go. So it's like,
yeah. So yeah, I'd have to reread that, but three just sounds too low to me right now. Is there a source for that claim that Stardust Mangekyo Awakening was significantly different than the other Uchiha's? I haven't seen anything for that. Yeah, her Mangekyo Sharingan hasn't really been explored yet. Jay, which is a better transformation, Black Frieza or Gohan Beast? Personally, I like Black Frieza more. The design, I mean, at least. I like it more, in my opinion. But yeah.
I'm a Gohan tard, bro. I don't like Frieza.
Yeah. Gohan looks dope too, though. I like his. It kind of like a.
I love his beast form, yeah.
Yeah, it's sort of like a similar to Master Ultra Instinct a little bit as far as design. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Who's the closest to Ishiki currently, not counting Baron or Naruto, of course? Probably Boruto.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably Boruto.
Yeah, we don't know if he is surpassed yet, but but it's you could definitely argue like he's approaching. You know what I mean?
Yeah, honestly, Damon is probably stronger than Ishiki. I'm not gonna lie. He's that fucking strong.
Oh yeah, he is. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
he just reflects intention. Like he's fucking insane. Ida,
And she has like
yeah,
a wall planetary Kodo Matsukami or
literally
whatever.
fucking planetary Kodo. Like, I mean, besides that, we haven't seen anything else she's capable of. Like, she hasn't have actually engaged in combat yet, at least to my knowledge. So,
Yeah.
nah, Joga has 7 to 8 fingers in cursed energy, not actual refinement, which is important. I see what you're saying. Refinement is important, but cursed energy usually is a good indication of the caliber of opponent. Is it the only factor? No, but typically the ones with the most cursed energy are the most capable, like Yuta, Gojo, Sukuna, guys like that. It's not the only
Yeah.
factor. Obviously, refinement and respective curse techniques matter too. But
So I'm assuming JJK operates in a similar way with Naruto, where like it doesn't matter if you have the most chakra, if your
yeah,
chakra
yeah,
controls shit, you're pathetic. Okay.
yeah. It's not the only factor. Like
Yeah.
Kisame has the most chakra in the Akatsuki, yet he gets slammed by Itachi.
Yeah.
So kind of like that. So it's not the only thing. I see what you're saying, but yeah, I, I'd have to reread it because right now I don't think Three Fingers fucking beats Jogo. So rank the Buu Saga, Namek, Saiyan Saga, and Android Saga. Number one for me.
Eesh.
That's a tough one. Number one for
Yeah, it's
me
tough.
personally, probably it's tough. If I had to choose
It's
number
really hard,
one,
bro.
at the bottom, I already know. At the bottom, I'd probably have the Saiyan
Because it
Saga.
depends what category. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
that's where these questions were makes it so hard. It's like, well, in what aspect? You know what I mean?
I think the Saiyan
But if we
Saga
had
would
to
be
say like
last.
overall, like
Yeah, let's say it's the Saiyan Saga would be last to me. I think the other
yeah,
three are
that would.
better.
I
But
agree.
amongst
Yeah.
those three, probably honestly probably the Cell Saga. Nah, I mean the Boo one's really good too, though. Fuck.
Yeah, it's the cell was good though. Like if
Yeah.
we're going off like impact, off like character and story written design and all that, because I feel like the Boo Saga was more just action, like
Yeah, it
nothing
was
but
more action.
action filled shit. You know what I mean? Like
Narratively, yeah, narratively, probably Cell Saga is number one.
yeah,
Like
and then
action wise,
action, I would
Boo,
say Boo.
yeah.
Yeah,
And then after those two would be the Namek, and then it'd be the Saiyan.
because
Yeah,
wasn't even the goated fight with like the Majin Vegeta against Goku too with
yeah,
him and
it had that
the
moment.
so.
Like, yeah, it was a really good
Yeah.
moment. I need to learn to get past my L's. Yeah, but that takes time, especially when you're young. It's hard to bite bullets
It
sometimes.
just takes time and growth, dude. You're gonna learn and you're gonna go through the punches, you're gonna go through the experiences, the ups and downs, and that's how you grow, bro.
Yeah, your
Like it
mind
doesn't matter
starts
what me
to.
and Jay say, at the end of the day, you're gonna have to go through it to understand it.
Yeah,
So
you to really deal with loss, you have to experience loss first to know how to navigate through it. So. How does Kawaki do right now against Ishiki if they were to fight? He'd probably lose. I think, in my opinion, he'd still lose to. He couldn't. He didn't do well. I mean, it was only one exchange of like battle. It wasn't even an exchange. He tried to blitz code or like take him out while he was injured, and he still failed to do it. So I'd probably still say Ishiki beats him. Who is the MVP of the Buu Saga for real? No bias. The MVP of the Buu Saga, Goku, probably. Still could have been Gohan, but he got too arrogant. So. I feel like the Dragon Ball is held back by the fact that death isn't really meaningful. That's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, death is very oversaturated in Dragon Ball. I agree. And obviously they have like the Dragon Balls and they have the ability to come back as like angels and shit like that. So not angel, but rather like when they have like the little fucking angel thing over their head and shit like that. So I get what you're saying. That is a good point. It does kind of diminish the significance of death. That is true. Like Goku's death in the Cell arc, for example. He's back again. Like that shit doesn't mean as much anymore. Stuff like that. So Frieza's death he comes back again. I see what you're saying. Worst part is that I was really confident. Also, it is actual aura in Sukuna case. Mahito, after getting bitched by Sukuna in his first fight with UG states, and cursed energy, Mahito has more, but Sukuna souls on another level. Yeah, it's a multivariate equation. I do agree with that. JJK is a multivariate equation as far as scaling. So you could also argue though that Mahito only had more cursed energy because Sukuna didn't have many fingers consumed at that point. You could argue that. My points during that debate weren't even bad. Yeah, practice makes perfect, man. Or not perfect, but practice makes excellence, I guess. Who's MVP in the Saiyan Saga? Like, if there weren't there, it would not work. Saiyan Saga? Goku. I mean, I know it's a cliche answer, but yeah, Goku still. Goku's basically MVP in almost every arc. Tournament of Power, Boo, Namek, Saiyan Saga,
Like
uh,
Vegeta had like his most peak like when he had the Majin
Majin, yeah.
yeah, like that's
And
when he put Goku in his place.
yeah, literally, that was probably like his peak. And
Yeah.
I would say in Dragon Ball Super with Ultra Ego, like him like kind of catching up to Goku a little bit, that's kind of peak too. Like those moments were his peak,
Yeah.
but most of the
But
time
to
it's
be
Goku.
fair, Goku hold back because he didn't use Super Saiyan 3, and even
Yeah,
Vegeta called that
yeah,
out. He's like, oh, you want to be a bitch about it? Bet I'm just gonna beat your ass in these forms. And
yeah. The only time where he's not the MVP is probably the Cell arc because Gohan technically beat Cell, not Goku. So
yeah,
yeah. Besides that, he usually is the MVP. You know.
yeah, Goku had to fucking do the sacrifice card instead, and
Yeah.
for nothing.
Jay, what's your opinion on Frieza's character in the Namek Saga? Very intimidating figure. Both
Incredible,
yeah,
sinister, evil,
sinister.
and it's a perfect like dynamic of like of true evil and then true like triumph with
Yeah,
Goku.
he was like very antithetical to Goku, which was the point. You know, they had conflicting interests, and the conflict they had made sense. You know, the fact that he was Saiyan, the fact that Frieza exterminated his race and stuff like that was very well done. I think he's a very one of the best villains, obviously, in Dragon Ball, arguably the best. So
Fight was incredible too.
yeah, the fight was incredible, and we got Super
It
Saiyan
was it
because of it.
wasn't it like it wasn't like a like a typical like oh the main protagonist gets super angry and a power up right and then now he just slammed like it wasn't even like that like Goku did slam for the most part but there was at least relativity and it was just so good.
Yeah. Death in One Piece is worse than I like One Piece. Yeah, Nature got One Piece. I know it's fucking long, so it makes sense why Death might not matter because it's so fucking long. I should probably just stay away from this Reddit. Reddit's a strange place. Vegeta's low-key a fraud. The man gets smoked in every arc. Low-key, man. You get a point. Not gonna lie.
Hmm.
I wish it wasn't the case, but it is, man. You know what I'm saying?
He's a
So,
code.
yeah, he's like Robin to Goku's Batman, you know?
Yeah.
It is what it is. So, it's kind of disappointing because I like Vegeta more than Goku, actually. But it is what it is, you know?
A lot of people actually like fuck with that too with
Yeah,
that vibe they
he's more
actually like
relatable
Vegeta
to me
more.
because
Yeah.
Goku's like the ideal Captain America figure. Vegeta's more like Iron Man. Like he's more human. Like he has more emotion.
Goku's a goofball, bro.
Yeah, he's a
He's a
goofball.
clown.
He's a clown. Like Vegeta has more substance as a character, in my opinion. Yeah. I wonder which version of Jigen they were referring to when they said Code was stronger than Jigen. Karma 1 or Jigen with his horn. Probably Jigen with his horn. Because I'm sure Amato has seen all versions of, he's aware of like all the versions of Ishiki. So, who's more willing to kill? Minato killing Naruto or Itachi killing Sasuke? That's a good question. They're both cutthroat. Um, Honestly, probably Minato. I think Minato would be
Yeah.
more willing.
Minato's
Itachi,
always bloodlusted. Yeah.
yeah, like Itachi's decision to spare the Konoha, a big reason for that decision was Sasuke. Obviously, it was to negate high numbers of casualties, but Sasuke himself was a deterrent too. So I think
Itachi
Minato,
just wouldn't be able to do it. He would
yeah,
literally, it would be impossible,
yeah,
literally.
Minato was more willing. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, Minato
Uh,
is the guy that he'll do whatever it fucking takes. He don't play.
yeah, he
Even if
don't play.
even if it would mentally scar him for the rest of his life, and it wouldn't mentally nerf him too. Let's be honest, but compared to who would actually be willing, definitely Minato.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I think Vegeta carried the Saiyan Saga. When I say MVP, I don't mean who wins all the fights, but who carried the arc. Oh, okay. So
Yeah, Vegeta's fight against
yeah,
Kaioken Goku was fucking lit.
that shit's fire. Yeah, I would say the Saiyan Saga. Vegeta did kind of carry that saga. He was a good villain in the Saiyan Saga. Namek
Yeah,
arc. I mean, Goku did a lot in that arc. I'd still say he probably carried in that arc, the Namek arc. Cell arc. Uh, that's a tough one. There's so many good moments for all these guys in that arc. The Bull arc, honestly, I'd say Vegeta carried as far as impact. Um, yeah. Oh, $2 from Kedrick. Appreciate that, brother. Appreciate the $2. I'll put that on the
Yeah,
screen
my
real
watch list
quick.
order, bro, right now is
Yeah.
finishing up Boruto, Attack on Titan. Then
Yeah.
I'm watching Dragon Ball, like not Dragon Ball, but Dragon Ball Z from beginning to end. And then I'm not watching Super. I already seen that. And it was good, but not like to the same level of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, not good
I
Dragon Ball
just want to
Z.
watch Dragon Ball Z again just to get like a recap and refresh the
Yeah.
memory. Um, and then I'm going into Death Note, and then just further on from there. But that's
Yeah.
my goal.
$2 from Kedrick again. Appreciate it, brother. What's the worst rapper you've ever seen?
But
That's a good question, man. I've seen some dog shit
actually,
ass
out of
rappers.
all that one fucking clown that had the balls and audacity to diss Eminem, what was his name?
Oh, fucking MGK.
No. He's all right. He's like mid or
Oh, I know you're
whatever.
talking about fucking Nick Cannon.
Uh,
Yeah.
yes, that fucking
He's
clown is
fucking dog shit.
horrible.
Yeah, he's fucking dog shit. His shit was absolute fucking ass. I think another one that was dog shit was
Like
Blueface's
he's a
chick.
comedian rapper. He's not a fucking like, and he actually thinks he was about it in like a lyric. Like,
Yeah, honestly, the worst shit I've ever seen was Blueface's baby mama. He like allowed her to like produce a song. It was the most dog shit I've ever heard.
worse than that dude. Oh my
Yeah,
god,
that was shit was so ass. I thought it was a skit. It was that bad. I was like, what the fuck is this bullshit?
damn.
Six is the one that reposted it. He's like, this shit is ass. I was like, bro, this shit is fucking ass. Like, this is fucking trash. Like, what the fuck is this? This is
Well,
this makes.
what about out of all the wannabe like mumble rappers or the ones
Oh
trying to copy
God,
Drake and Lil Wayne and yada yada?
I
Like, what about
think
out of those clowns?
fuck, who's really ass? Fucking trying to think of like
Wasn't it?
who's kind of popular but ass.
I
Fucking
could be
six.
capping. I haven't been kept up with, but wasn't it like what
Yeah.
Little Baby or something? I don't know. I don't
Fucking
know.
that one guy that was popular for a while, 6ix9ine. His shit's ass. He just
Oh,
had
he
like.
was bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he just had like a one catchy song or two. He's fucking ass. Blueface's ass. He has like one catchy song. Probably Bleed It is
Oh
like his
my
only good
god.
song. He's dog shit.
They're so bad,
Yeah,
dude.
so ass. Those are like the worst I can think of.
Like it makes you contemplate life to the point where it's like, damn, like I guess like if I just did that, I would have been rich. Like, yeah, I never knew. I guess being
Yeah,
badass, you know?
yeah, he's literally dog shit. Fucking yeah. Oh, Iggy Azalea's ass. Iggy Azalea, her shit is so ass. Do you hear a rap? It's like she's fucking like literally mumbling. Like, what the fuck are you saying? You're fucking dog shit.
A lot of
She's
people
really bad too.
make fun of Will Smith's daughter for singing.
Oh God, yeah, that's fucking yeah. So fucking Blueface, his baby mama, 6ix9ine, fucking Iggy Azalea, people like that. They're fucking dog shit. Really, really bad rappers. Probably the worst I've heard. The Blueface baby mama song, dude, that shit was the worst shit I've ever heard. It was terrible. I couldn't believe it. Then six again, me and six like even like we tweeted back and forth. We're like, dude, this shit is fucking ass. Like, it is terrible. So, Vegeta is that guy let me read that who thinks of coming back in the shower surpassing his enemies an arc later than needed. Yeah. Like for example, I think Frieza's the MVP of the Namek saga. Yeah, he was very pivotal. If y'all think death fake outs in Naruto are bad, you haven't seen shit until you read One Piece. Yeah, man, it's just so long. I'm sure people die. When shows are that long, usually someone dies. Who is the relative top 5 coolest characters in Naruto? Top 5 coolest? Minato, Itachi, um, Kakashi.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably like going back to that One Piece thing, and then I'll say the Naruto thing. I'm probably not watching One Piece until like dead last, bro. Like I'm
Yeah, that
probably
shit
gonna
is
watch
so fucking
all the
long.
golden shit that's out right now and just go through it like as an enjoyment personal level, and then I'll worry about like picking and choosing of what to skill next. But yeah, but like One Piece, I'm probably just gonna do that last, bro, because like it's in all categories. I don't. It to me it looks really goofy. And then like just how it's constructed and then how long it is. Like if anything, I feel like I'm gonna be doing a chore more than actually watching
Yeah,
something.
because
And
it's so
that's what
damn long.
so
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, top 5 coolest: Itachi, Minato, Kakashi. Honestly, Madara.
But
Probably
I
like
could be wrong. I'll admit that though. I could be wrong. Who knows? For all I know, I might actually enjoy one, but whatever, so it is what it is.
yeah,
But
exactly. And then probably Naruto. I'd probably be like the coolest. Um,
like I
who was
do know One Piece was like one of the main MC. I mean, like he's up there with like Dragon Ball, like Goku, Naruto, you name it, and
yeah,
Bleach.
large fan
Like
base. Like yeah,
But yeah, like whenever like fucking like the first five animes that are immediately brought upon or compared, it's always One Piece, Dragon Ball, Naruto, and Bleach every time.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Who was more arrogant and overconfident, Zamazu or Momo? Probably, probably Momo. They're both pretty arrogant though.
I will say
Uh,
this though, Jay. Who do you think is gonna like? Who do you think is gonna fall out though? Like out of those main ones that have always been the ones in comparison or talked about the most, or even in games, like who do you think? Because I think JJK is gonna take one of those roles. So who do you think it would
Probably,
be?
honestly, probably One Piece.
One
I
Piece?
think
You
that
think
one,
One Piece will
yeah,
fall out from
yeah,
JJK?
probably, yeah. If out of the big
And do you
three,
think Boruto will kick the others out potentially or no?
in time, yeah, probably. It's
In
the hardest
time.
one to probably take down. Would probably be Dragon Ball. That shit's been around for
That's what
fucking
I'm
decades.
saying. Yeah,
Yeah,
like it's like
and it's
because I
still
feel like
going.
Boruto
You know?
has like the potential to take it down like momentarily, but not in
Yeah,
history. You
like
know,
history, legacy
so
wise, it's gonna be really difficult. Like
I
Dragon
think
Ball.
JJK will definitely surpass one of them in history. And if I had
Yeah,
to
I
choose,
did.
probably One
JJK has a
Piece.
potential.
But
JJK definitely has a
yeah,
potential. I think One Piece would probably be the first one to get replaced out of the big three right
yeah,
now. Dragon Ball will be the last. It's gonna be really hard to fucking. That shit's like global, like fucking everywhere.
yeah.
So
And another underrated one is Hero Academia. That shit's pretty good
that
too.
one's pretty.
You
Yeah, I've
know.
heard a lot of good, like mostly positive reception for that too.
Yeah.
Bleach is gonna fall out. One Piece ain't gonna fall out because it doesn't end. It's a good point. Yeah, I forgot about Bleach actually. That might because it's coming to an end soon with the anime. That might uh, be replaced first. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah. Y'all won't know what a bad rapper is until you hear Maury Calliope. I don't know what that is, but yeah, sounds like a fucking ass rapper. Dragon Ball ain't ever getting taken down. Naruto and One Piece are also way too big and popular. If any of them get replaced, it's gonna be Bleach. Out of those four, yeah, I do agree. But I mean, between One Piece,
Okay.
Naruto, and Dragon Ball, One Piece would go down first.
Yeah, like my problem, I just don't know anything about One Piece, so I can't really say like for like I don't know. I mean like but at least from what I've also heard, like even like seeing on Twitter, etc. You name it, I do see like that there's way more Bleach fans than One Piece. At least from what I've seen. I don't know,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah. Between One Piece and Bleach, I
I
probably
don't
would say,
know, bro.
yeah. I don't like. I know the fan base is huge for One Piece. I know that.
But that's hard. That's like the fact that I can't even decide on that when I know Bleach way more than One Piece. Like that just goes to show, like I know both of them are up there. I really just don't know which one's actually like I
Yeah,
don't like if
exactly.
we're being objective as possible, we're not having any bias or bullshit, right? Like which one statistically performed better, and two was more popular to everyone. Like that's the main two questions, and I don't know. So
Yeah, exactly. One Piece is not. Oh, I just read that. Jay's wrong. The Aizen is my favorite character. No, he's a really good villain. Do you think most people would support the Infinite Tsukuyomi? I think they would disagree with the force, the force execution of the Infinite Tsukuyomi. In modern Western
yeah,
civilization, free will is a very, very like valued aspect in human rights. So I think
yeah,
most people wouldn't agree to like the forced execution of it. They might agree if it
yeah.
was like if it was optional. Maybe a lot of people would, but if
Yeah,
it's
if
like
it was like optional with how our world is nowadays, of how soft everyone is and sensitive, whatever, and blah blah, and just weird or like trying to take the easy route, I
yeah,
could definitely see the majority taking it if under that regard. But it depends on the perception of it and how it's brought upon. If it's just brought upon like, oh hey, this happens and you lose your free will, blah blah yada yada yada, and then like, but at least there's this stuff. It's gonna make everyone very conflicted, and at that point they probably won't fuck with it. But if it's along the regard like, hey, this is optional, but if you do this, you can do whatever you want in your life. Then, bro, come on, who wouldn't want to
yeah,
do that?
no. In modern Western civilization, you'll always be met with resentment if you try to remove
Yeah,
choice. If you remove choice in general, you're gonna have resentment and backlash for it. In the
yeah.
United States, the UK, anywhere in modern Western
I think
civilization.
all the governments, yeah, and all the countries, they would obviously not put up with that at all. They would be
Yeah,
like,
no.
fuck that,
It would probably be kind of like Naruto. Like the UN would
Yeah.
go against that. They wouldn't agree with
Like
that.
the especially the political figures, they'd be like, hell no.
Yeah. So most people wouldn't agree, I'd say, if it's forced, I'd say.
Yeah.
But let's see. I think Naruto's too big to die. It's like 15 years old, and Boruto gets less attention than anything Naruto knew. For now. Yeah,
Eesh.
for now.
Hey, the fact that people still debate Naruto to this day instead of Boruto.
Yeah, it's been around longer, so you can't really compare. But yeah, I see what you're saying. It is more popular than Boruto right now. Definitely. Agreed. Jay, who had more hatred towards Aizen? Hitsugaya or Shinji? Probably Shinji, because he was literally like fucking used as a pawn to become a hollowification. I'd say Shinji.
Hey, but I'll say this: when I do watch One Piece, though, I'll keep it a buck, and I'll tell you guys what I liked more. Like I'll say from a biased perspective, and then I'll just say from an objective, or even like some subjective as well. I will keep it a buck. Like I'm not going to sugarcoat, and I'll be the first one if One Piece does somehow surpass Bleach for me or whatever. I'll be the first one to admit it.
Yeah,
So
it's just so damn long. I'd, like
but
put
Bleach
time
was
aside
good.
for it.
Bleach was
Bleach was fucking
really
good.
fucking good though, man.
Yeah,
So like I
Bleach was
don't know,
really
like
good.
it's like Bleach was on a high pedestal for me. So it's like I really doubt One Piece will do it, but who knows? Maybe it would. I don't know. So
Yeah, exactly. People were cheering when someone made up a rumor that the reanimated Naruto episodes would be a reveal that all Boruto is a genjutsu by Madara. Uh, ain't ever replacing the OG. Yeah, man, it's just we have our nostalgia, and it is what it is. I reckon
I'll
anyone,
be honest, that's gonna piss me off if they do that though.
yeah, I reckon anyone who gets Naruto training, winning a UFC title. I mean, martial arts isn't really explored in Naruto though. Like martial arts itself, it's more about
Yeah.
power. Like martial arts is more like Berserk or
Martial arts is more in like Dragon
Dragon
Ball,
Ball,
Dragon
Berserk,
Ball,
like those shows.
Baki.
Yeah, I don't think they'd win any martial arts titles, to be honest. Like if it's like no powers, I mean, I don't think so.
Yeah.
What's up, people? What's going
Even
on now?
even even Hero Academia, that's more to martial arts too. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's powers and abilities, but they're mainly scrapping and throwing hands.
yeah. What's going on, Nio? Thanks for coming in. If the first five Hokage were in JJK and had curse energy, what sort of sorcery would they be based on skill? That's a good question. Hashirama would have some sort of wood domain expansion. Fucking Togurama would probably have like some water type thing. Hiruzen interesting. Hiruzen, that's hard to
Or I
kind
guess
of gauge.
pole, like
Yeah,
Enma, or
yeah. Maybe it has some sort of like curse technique with a curse tool like Enma. Minato speed. His speed would be his
yeah.
thing. With domain expansion, maybe to have
If
like
anything, Minato might just be like so fast to the point where you're just frozen. It's like hit basically, where you can't even move and you just get killed.
yeah, he'd have some like time warping shit, some weird
Yeah,
domain, and then Tsunade would be strength based. Uh,
yeah.
Maybe it should be like Toji or some shit, like very good on hand to hand. Yeah. Let's see. I'm
That'd
surprised
be a
that.
cool fucking Naruto video to do, like how each Naruto character's domain could possibly be like. That'd be pretty cool thing that they could
Yeah,
do.
I'm really surprised that there's not this community of Homelander stands on Twitter. Based off who
No,
Homelander is to me currently, I'm not surprised because he seems like an asshole. So, um,
that
one finger
motherfucker's
Su-
hilarious. Such an
one
asshole, dude.
one finger Sukuna versus Jogo. Now you've seen how they throw hands with people relative with them in Naruto, showing a bunch of different fighting techniques they just don't explore. And because of that, I can't assume that they're good at martial arts though. So I'm not gonna say they would win like UFC titles in this verse.
Like the
Power.
only one that was focused on martial arts for Naruto, like because me and Jay are gonna keep it a buck, was Lee and Guy
Yeah, like
and
the
Neji. That's it.
the ability to know martial arts is negated by power anyway. Like they don't need to like fucking
Yeah.
Itachi.
Power. It was
Like
mainly just power and jutsu that
like
dictated.
Madara, for example, doesn't even need to know it. He just fucking slams everyone. He's just way
No,
above
yeah, he
everybody.
just kills people, bro.
Or like Minato or guys like that, they don't need martial arts.
Yeah, they don't need
Yeah.
that. And then for one, they're genius anyway, so like they're obviously going to be good at taijutsu but no, like the only ones that were heavily focused on that shit was Lee and Neji and Guy. Like they were
Yeah.
just nothing but martial arts, which made sense. They can't do ninja, whatever, right? But they were superhuman martial artists basically. And then Neji, he took the real life adaptation of what the Wing Chun. That's basically what his fighting style was, if you actually pay attention to it. And
Yeah.
Naruto also does some techniques with that in Boruto too against Momoshiki. But either way, like that's once again, that's why we're saying like it's really not martial arts,
Yeah, in
oriented.
UFC, you
Really
know what
not.
what no one does in Naruto that they would do in UFC? You don't see any grappling in fucking Naruto. You don't see people fucking
Yeah, you don't
wrestling.
see no grappling, you don't see no
uh,
blocking, boxing techniques,
yeah,
like none of it's just straight
like
up like
Khabib,
they're just doing hand to hand. They're doing military hand to hand combat. That's all they're doing.
like
You
if
know.
they fought John, like John fought Naruto, equal stats, just combat, no powers, he would just fucking maul Naruto. Like he'd maul
Oh
him in
yeah,
fucking
yeah. Like
wrestling. So,
Goku would fucking maul too.
yeah, he'd get mauled.
Slam.
Like there's more martial arts there with Roshi and shit, but even then, like there's no grappling and fucking. I think the only animes that have grappling is like
Don't they
fucking.
got pressure points in Dragon Ball too?
Yeah, I
So
think Baki has grappling. I think I haven't seen Baki though,
yeah,
but yeah. Berserk.
I gotta watch Baki. I've actually never seen that. I heard it's goaded.
Yeah.
So
Let's see, what were your thoughts when Light Yagami tried to justify himself killing anyone in his way? It's very clear that his pride consumed him. That was it's very, 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 very technical.
yeah,
Could KCM1 Naruto summon 100% Katsuyu? Theoretically, I would say he has the chocolate levels for it. If it's like adult Naruto. Yep. Technically A grapple Sasuke. Yeah, he does like the tiger bomb or whatever, Liger bomb, whatever the shit he has. But they don't have like tons of techniques for wrestling and grappling and stuff like that. It's one attack. It's like a WWE move. Yeah. Jay, who else thinks that Madara was the best villain? I think most of the fandom thinks Madara was the best villain in Naruto. Yeah, the majority, I'd say. But yeah, folks, any questions at all? Any questions at all? Can be IRL. We do enjoy the IRL questions as well. You know, UFC, combat. You know, there is some sort of scaling in real life combat. It's different, obviously. There's different ways to like create propositions for people when scaling a fighter. It's different. And there's parallels as well. Like you can measure AP and things like that for some character, for some fighters like Mike Tyson or you know. But it's interesting. It's interesting. So feel free to ask about that as well. Any questions at all? Appreciate all the donations, by the way, folks, so far. Very, very appreciated. Jay, what were your thoughts when Madara massacred the fourth division, summoned a meteor? I was just impressed by his power. Most people were.
yeah.
In a domain clash, I have any finger Sukuna barrelless domain over the disaster crush those domains. If Megumi's incomplete domain can cancel theirs, sure hits out. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying, yeah. Did you know
Yeah.
Wing Chun was a fighting style that was created by a woman to defend from superior physical stats of men, and that's why eye gouging, jugular grabbing, and teeth smashing, all that is involved.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah, it's because it boils down to smaller body builds. The fighting style complicates that more, which I'm just being honest, women are gradually more smaller than compared to men.
Yeah,
What's called so that's the main reason too. But yeah, no, that is true.
it's interesting. Yeah, it makes sense. You know, to have an advantage, technique is necessary. Like if you're fighting a larger person, they're gonna have probably an AP advantage, a strength advantage.
Yeah,
You got to be able to
you're gonna
mitigate
have to
that.
know how to grapple and hit like the critical points and joints, you name it, etc. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. So it makes sense. I slightly hate myself for being a toxic debate goon. I think in our younger years, a lot of us were. Do
yeah,
y'all regret the way you act?
everybody was, bro.
Do y'all regret the way you acted 5 years ago? I would say I do have regrets. I was more I didn't have as much patience back then. This was before
Like
YouTube,
I
obviously.
don't really have regrets, but like at the same time, like was it really necessary or should I have not done it? Things like that, whatever. I'm like, yeah, like stupid, but I don't really regret it. I didn't like because I didn't do anything that was like fucking like a crime. You know what I mean? Or absolutely horrendous. Like it was more just like just immaturity, and that's
Yeah,
it.
I would
Stupid
say
bullshit. But
yeah, maybe regret's not the right word. I don't regret it, but yeah, I was more immature and less patient and stuff back then, obviously. I wasn't
uh,
like as like patient or uh just disciplined as I am today. So yeah. How many 12-year-olds can you beat in a fight all at once? Good question. So it depends on their character. If they're bloodlusted, they're gonna bite and shit. So there's not very many you could take before they start to like
yeah,
tear you apart. If they're like regular 12-year-olds with 12-year-old
and they can't
intellect,
fight either. Like you
and
could beat
they
them a
don't,
lot.
yeah, if they're a regular 12-year-old, like the average 12-year-old size and intelligence,
Yeah,
etc., um, I would probably
like 5 to
say,
10, right?
yeah, probably max. I think once you start getting like 8, 9, 10, you're gonna start struggling
Yeah,
because they're gonna the
yeah.
very weight of that many will start to pin you down, and they'll just stomp you
You're gonna
out.
get exhausted too, yeah.
Yeah, so I'd say like 5, 6, maybe 7.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah. I can see that.
once
I
there's
think
like 8.
ten's pushing it, but
Yeah, because then
yeah,
they'll blitz you and they'll hold you down. Like their weight, they're
yeah.
not even that they're stronger. There's just too much weight on you.
Like
And they'll
you're
just
gonna have to be like really quick with your strikes and movement in order to even make to get through 10. Yeah.
yeah. Like the best shot you have is knocking each one out. Like
Or grappling. Grappling will go a long way. That would
yeah,
because if they have no knowledge or nothing. Even like sure, those are factors too. But if you know how to grapple and technique, like that's gonna give them a run for their money though. You know.
Yeah, I would say like 6 or 7. I think once you get to like 10,
Yeah.
then they're just gonna fucking like all of them would grab your arms and
Just
like pin
gang
you.
bang, yeah.
Yeah, and then they're gonna stop stomping on you, stomping your face, stomping your fucking body. Yeah, it starts to get very. Sometimes they might even bite if you get desperate.
Imagine Jay does a video like, how many 12-year-olds would it take to beat John Jones?
John would probably kill like a good 20. He'd be hard to kill.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he'd knock them out,
Uh,
throw them around. Yeah, it'd be crazy.
I'd say probably more than 20 if I'm being honest, but
Yeah, like a fucking classroom of them. He'd fucking probably kill all of
because
them.
he has crazy striking power too,
Yeah,
like,
he'll
and
not. He has
especially if they're
one,
not used to it.
especially against kids. Like yeah, that'd be fucking crazy.
Now if they have like martial arts discipline as well, then that's a different story.
It'd
Like at
probably be
that point,
yeah, because
probably
they'll
like
go
what,
for
two or three?
if they know how to grapple, they're gonna go for your joints and shit. They're gonna break
Yeah.
shit, and then you're fucked. So they have like jujitsu experience at 12, then you're probably
Yeah,
not
that's a
handling.
whole game changer if they
Yeah,
have
probably no
martial
more
art
than 5 at
knowledge.
that point. Probably no more than 5, because they'd go for your neck, your joints,
Yeah.
your ankles. They'd go for all that shit. So yeah,
Now, to be fair, mind you, like it's coming from a guy. I don't know about Jay's experience. But I'm pretty sure he went through similar stuff. Like for my whole experience, like just seeing like young kids around that age or even teen, like for the majority of them are actually pretty fucking ass at fighting.
yeah.
They're pretty fucking bad. So I'm just saying, like, but then again, that's like the bad and fodder people that are just trying
Yeah,
to do it, but they can't, right?
like the average
But if
12 year
we're talking
old,
about like
like
the talented motherfuckers, which those did exist,
yeah, they
like the
do. Yeah,
geniuses, right, in the real world, like Naruto, right? That's a different story. Like,
like
yeah, that's
like the average 12-year-old doesn't weigh much, can't hit very hard, doesn't know how to
yeah.
fight. Especially with today's statistics, they're out of shape and shit. Like yeah,
Like you watch them like punch a bag and they're like fucking doing a baby ass soft ass punch, like
yeah.
bitch, like what the fuck, you know what I
You got
mean?
no
Like,
power.
yeah.
Yeah, at that age, you really don't have power yet, so you're not like very dangerous at that point. If fucking
Uh,
fighting a grown man, you're gonna get fucked up. So unless you're a fucking prodigy like Mike
yeah,
Tyson or
if you're
some
like a
shit.
prodigy, then yeah, no, you're gonna be yeah, even
Yeah,
even at a young age, you're gonna be no joke.
yeah, exactly. Wing Chun even have like grappling pubic areas. What the fuck? Crushing joints. It's so lethal. It is very good. I heard you can shank veins. It's banned by the UFC. Yeah, because that's like dirty to most
Yeah,
fighters,
it's
like
dirty
modern
fighting. Yeah.
fighters. That's like
Yeah,
survival
there's certain
tactic.
hand-to-hand military combat techniques that are not allowed. There's,
That
certain elbow strikes that are not allowed.
that's like not even combat. That's like survival tactics. Like
Yeah,
you're trying not to die. That's like different.
yeah. UFC doesn't want you to kill the guy. They just want you to beat the
Yeah, like you
guy.
can beat his ass, but if you're fucking biting his fucking arteries and shit, that's something else. So I remember Seth tweet where he pointed out how Naruto and Sasuke's taijutsu fighting styles are a mix of multiple martial arts. I'm sure they are, but again, it's not like an emphasized thing in Naruto.
Yeah.
Who is the Kage longer, Onoki or Hiruzen? I think Onoki got fucking old in the Onoki. Onoki was Kage for longer. He died like fucking old as shit. He died in Boruto.
like I'm just being honest with you, like the majority of the Naruto characters, they were all mainly trained not really to be goated martial artists, but just to go straight for the kill, whether if it was ninjutsu, a kunai, a paper bomb, or just strategy. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't based upon fucking martial arts. Like it was only
Yeah.
like the goats that really shined in like those aspects, but not to like a like extreme emphasis, like Jay said. But you could tell they were about it, like Kakashi, Sasuke, Naruto, etc. Or specialists, like Neji and Rock Lee. So
Yeah.
like, no matter what, it's just that wasn't for Naruto. That wasn't the focus.
Yeah,
So
exactly. Onoki was a Kage for longer than Hiruzen. Yeah, yeah. Let's see.
if anything,
Jamie.
those fucking bloodlines and fucking Sharingan and all
Yeah,
that
they don't really
shit.
care about that shit. Yeah. Uh,
Summonings, animals, sage mode,
yeah.
curse marks, like
What's more corruptive, the legislative or judiciary parts of government? If I'm taking the U.S. government, I'd probably say legislative.
yeah,
There's more money involved, lobbyists, etc. Judiciary positions, of course, is corruption, but there's not as much incentive. The main incentive is like power play, right? Like you have the power to like turn down certain propositions or enact upon them. Legislation, there's more money, lobbyists, competing. There's more conflictory interests that involve selfish reasons, while conversely, judiciary is mostly more political and less monetarily based. So I'd probably say legislative is more corrupted. So Probably say the legislative, at least in the U.S. government, which I'm more aware of than like other forms where there's the three branches of government, the executive, legislative, and judiciary. So legislative has lobbyists and things like that. So especially during elections, they could influence policy and all kinds of things. Money talks. So what would have happened if Minato didn't stop Naruto during the Nine Tails transformation in Shibaku Tensei? I think he would have fully emerged. The Nine Tails would have fully emerged, and it would have been a catastrophe. That would have been a catastrophe. Naruto probably would have died. Anoki's character writing is kind of underrated, to be honest. Gaara asking him when he gave up on himself and that paying off by having him join the war 100 chapters later is good. Yeah, Anoki's well written. I agree. He is well written.
Yeah, so much growth too.
Yeah, he had a lot of even as an old man, he was growing. Like he was very very stuck in his ways prior to the Five Kage Summit, but the war changed him. Like he was still evolving even as an old man as far as like his mentality.
He was very stubborn and arrogant and always thinking the worst of the worst with the Shinobi world and and rightfully so, obviously. And I mean, like for many, I don't blame the guy, but he was a very, very negative Nancy, let's put it that way.
Yeah, first.
And then his will, right? Like friends, like Konoha has the will of fire. For him, like his will of rock or whatever the fuck it's called, he struggled with that shit too. And he got way, way, way better throughout,
Yeah, so. Even Madara acknowledges like your resolve is impressive and stuff. So he's evolved, even as an old man. So imagine having shadow clones and having 13 jobs at once while your real body can do whatever it wants. Yeah, that's pretty cool actually. That would be very useful in the real world. Have you guys ever watched The Burial? It has Jamie Foxx and Tommy Lee Jones. I think I've heard of it. I've never seen it though. I've heard of it, yeah. But yeah, folks, any questions at all? Any questions at all? Even political ones we'll answer. We've had some very political pods. I'm surprised I didn't get fucking yellow flagged because of the controversy. Lucky. maybe when we get bigger, YouTube's gonna be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I want to be honest with you. Like it may cause that's the problem with fucking YouTube. They like to pick and choose or be really weird to where like. Let's say like out of nowhere, like you have like hundreds, thousands of subs or even like millions at a certain point, right? And then like they'll pull a video from like 5 or 10 years ago and be like, oh, you said ants are ugly, so shame on you. Strike. Like they'll be doing some weird out the fucking whip shit, bro.
Hopefully the more we grow, we don't get to that point where we're getting yellow flag for talking about politics or some shit. Yeah. But we enjoy it though. We like to keep it versatile in the pod, so. Jay, whose ideology was better for peace, Sasuke's revolution or Nagato's peace through pain?
Definitely Sasuke. Nagato was fucked.
Nagato's was more brutal. They're both not peaceful, but Sasuke was the better of two evils, I'd say.
But Sasuke was at least only like he was basically willing to cut down what was the problems, like the main source of the issues. Like he was just gonna be like, nope, you don't have any free will, no say nothing, you're just dead. Because that shit was fucked up. But that's a lot better than slaughter like insane genocide. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Sasuke Nagato just wanted to get rid of the Kage and the Tailed Beast, and then from that point run a dictatorship to where if nobody didn't listen to him, then he would kill you. But if you at least listened to him, then he wouldn't kill you.
Yeah, so, I think Sasuke was a lesser of two evils, and Pain was more of like not just a totalitarian, but he was like willing to exterminate, like just allow for extermination for peace.
He was gonna make Hitler look like a fucking baby, basically.
Yeah, so he was more malevolent, not malevolent, but more twisted in his goal, I'd say. Who do you reckon?
Now, to be fair, Nagato is way, way more moral than Hitler, though, too. Like I'm putting that.
Obviously, yeah.
Like Hitler just did that shit because of retarded materialistic nonsense. Nagato at least wanted to get some form of peace. He did have somewhat of a good initiative.
Yeah. Who do you reckon is bigger, Messi or Taylor Swift internationally? I think Messi because most worlds don't care about Western pop culture. So yeah, I agree. I think Messi is bigger. Soccer is global. It's a global phenomenon as far as the sport. Taylor Swift is huge, especially in the West, like you said. I agree. But Messi is a global superstar. If you look at his numbers on social media, he has hundreds of fucking millions of people that follow him. That's even social media numbers, like they illustrate who's bigger. Don't get me wrong.
Why do you think there's more people, there's more athletes than fucking singers too?
Yeah, and don't get me wrong. Taylor Swift is big, but Messi's global, just like Ronaldo. These guys are like global fucking phenomenons. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that
he's
bitch is
big.
big. Like she bigger than
Yeah,
swag.
yeah. So he's bigger. I'd say Messi's bigger. Do you guys see that pro
Sports will
got?
always be bigger, bro. You have to be like one of the big all time like rare exception goats to be
Yeah.
like surpassing certain
Did
athletes.
you
For the
guys see
most part,
that
they're
pro?
always better.
Yeah, especially the soccer stars. Those guys are
Yeah.
gigantic. Or even boxing stars like Ali, guys like that.
Hmm.
Yeah. Did you guys see that pro got demonetized? Really? I didn't know that.
Wait, who?
Pro got demonetized, I guess. I'm not
I
surprised. I'm not
saw
surprised.
that coming from a mile away. It's only a matter of time, bro. Like, the world is
Yeah.
very sensitive, and even if she may have some, form of logic, whatever reasoning behind her context, at the end of the day, they don't give a fuck. If they get butthurt, they're gonna get rid of you.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
everything's about feelings nowadays. It's not about the facts. It's not about reality. It's not about any of that. You're just not allowed to fucking talk at all, basically. You know what I mean? Like you
yeah.
could, but basically, it's a crime just to explain why the sky is blue, and I don't give a fuck if you think it's pink. It's
Yeah.
sad, you know.
It's clearly not freedom of speech, obviously.
Yeah.
Um, let's see. Really weird question, but do you think shadow clones can orgasm? Uh, hmm.
Yeah, yeah. They
Probably.
feel everything the same. Yeah, like physical. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. So
they can take damage and not disappear, so I'm sure they can
that's a
orgasm.
random weird ass question, bro.
Uh, I'm assuming so. Like if your organs are, well, I mean, they're not like tangible like the actual user, but they have a replication of it, so I'm sure they can. I'm assuming.
Like to be fair, we did see Naruto in the anime where all his shadow clones were trying to take a shit, but.
Yeah. Let's see. Sukuna versus Miriam. I'm not familiar with that verse. I know who that is, but I can't scale him. So, Messi's a far bigger than Taylor Swift. Yeah, he is. He's global.
Like that's just common sense.
I don't think there's many people
Like
on the planet bigger than him or
like
Ronaldo.
you can't compare a certain segment of like an area of the U.S. compared to the entire world.
Yeah, he's
Like,
like those soccer stars are global. Yeah. Uh, yeah, folks. Any questions you may have? How pessimistic was Madara compared to Obito?
he wasn't
I mean,
really pessimistic, but
yeah, no.
yeah, like he was just real about it. Like he basically just said, "There's winners, there's losers, there's light, there's darkness." You know, what I mean? Blah blah. Like yada yada. Like he wasn't really like a negative Nancy. It's just based upon all the trauma, all the loss, and just seeing how unfair the world is. That he basically just saw as like completely useless to partake in. You know what I mean? Like, and he wanted it to be fair and for everyone to win, basically, for everyone to have love and this and popularity, yada yada yada, etc.
Yeah.
So
If Naruto transformed into a girl and got pregnant and transformed back into himself, what would happen to the baby? I'm assuming it'd be extinct. It would be
aborted.
dissipated, just like the Clint. Yeah, basically like an abortion. I'm assuming. I think U.S. football would do a lot better internationally if it didn't have so many ads. You mean like advertisements? I mean, I think the U.S. football sport is just it's centralized here. So soccer has been a practice that's been distributed amongst the world. I think it'd do well, but it's hard to compare because we just never see
Definitely
that.
way more popular though. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
Way more popular.
way more. Yeah. Um,
Like
Jay, how
like
about?
if you do a poll, everyone would be way more willing to watch football than comparison to soccer. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Globally, it wouldn't be close. They'll get
Yeah.
buried. How justified was Sasuke and his plans? Justified? I don't think it was justified at all. Destiny's biggest issue might be how much of a coomer he is, bro. Had a stalker who tried to ruin his life, and he still went back to sexting her only a few. Destiny is not the epitome of masculinity. I'll say that. He's cool, but I wouldn't like consider him a mentor or anything. So I guess I'm a fan though. If I'm being fair. I don't have to agree with everything everyone says to be a fan of them. So
Yeah.
Destiny's cool. He's intelligent, good debater. So yeah.
want to say he knows everything and he's a god, but
Yeah,
but
I've seen I've seen him beaten in debates. Myron's beaten him in a debate, and a couple guys have beaten him. But he's
yeah.
intelligent though. Yeah. He does just like most guys. He has his flaws. I think we all do. Jay, how much do you think Madara was justified? I mean, the moral dilemma is still being discussed. Madara's ideology. So
Jay has a video. If you really want to understand, watch that
yeah,
video.
I have a video that I kind of gave arguments for both sides. So
Yeah.
but yeah, folks, any questions at all? Any questions at all? Let's see. Let's see what questions are up here. All you guys asked. Feel free to ask anything, by the way. As you could tell, we answer a little bit of everything on here. So appreciate all the donations,
Yeah.
by the way. Make sure to hit the like button if you haven't already. I haven't reminded the people in a minute. Make sure to hit the like button. Get this up in the algorithm for it results in better future streams. Now, football, European is the most watched sport ever, but unlike U.S. football, that you can switch teams, you got to be loyal to a club to truly appreciate football. There seems to be more loyalty in that sport in comparison to U.S. football.
Yeah.
U.S. football is more like transactional with its players. Um, do you think Minato ever tried to kill A and B in their encounters? No, I don't think he tried to
No.
kill them. I think he respected them and was kind of testing them out.
He says it verbatim. He's like, you're my enemy, but I don't, but I like you and I don't want to kill you. Like,
Yeah, he wasn't like bloodlusted there. It was very, very
he
apparent,
literally
especially
hesitates. Like,
especially in the
it's
anime.
like an out of character moment to where Minato's always bloodlusted and just going for the kill and one-shotting motherfuckers, which is why he had to run on sight order. He sees these two individuals. He's annoyed with Raikage. He's basically annoyed with him. And he's like, I'm going to kill this fucking bonehead. But then when he sees Killer B, the fact that he could control the eight tails, and then in the fact that Killer B's genius talent was able to predict where he was going to teleport, he was like, you know what? I like you. You're that guy. You know what I mean? Like, he was fucking with them, So,
Yeah, his demeanor itself implies he wasn't trying to exterminate him. Now, if you compare his demeanor to the Obito exchange, he was much more cutthroat there. So
yeah, exactly. Like if he wanted them dead, they would have been dead. And then they had like several like exchanges throughout history. We don't know all the details with that, but basically for the most part, Minato was just either put them in their place, but just not kill. Like he just liked them. It was just like, which is rare. Minato acknowledges and likes basically shinobi that are very, very gifted, or shinobi that he thinks will make a difference in the world in a positive light. And if he thinks that, then he's not gonna remove the variable unless he's forced to,
yeah.
So
Destiny's also a horrible judge of character. The amount of people he's tried to befriend that turned out to be Destiny. He gets too emotional sometimes, even in not just debates, but just in decision making. He gets emotional.
I haven't watched it, but
Which
there's a link I sent you, Jay. He debated Kent.
Oh yeah, the guy's a retard, so I'm not surprised. But yeah, he gets emotional and he like clouds his judgment a lot of the time. Destiny.
Doesn't he do that with like woman stances too and stuff? Like
Yeah.
he's very emotional or some shit.
Yeah, he does. When he tries to debate Myron, they're like very emotionally charged, like very highly appealing to emotion, fallacious arguments that he uses. Well, Myron uses statistics. He doesn't like use his emotion.
Yeah, he uses statistics or behavioral pattern logic.
Yeah, he's much more logical. Pain versus Five Kage-sama Sasuke and Sage Mode Naruto. Full power Pain would still beat them probably. If it's fucking Pain arc Naruto, I mean. Loco scaling. Oh yeah, the guy's he's alright. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. Sekitachi
like don't get me wrong, like he's a guy. You know what I mean? Like he does his thing, respect, love, whatever, blah blah. But no, but when it comes to like the whole like competence aspect and transparency, I don't know about all that one.
Yeah, the fucking video he made with the Toriyama shit, yeah, it's a little sus. Sekitachi versus Sage Mode Naruto. Sekitachi. If it's Pain arc Naruto. If he's actually bloodlusted. Five Kage-sama Sasuke versus Fatigue Pain. Pain. What's going on, Yellow Flash? Thanks for the name, brother. Steven Loco is a Tobirama tard. Speaking of the A and B versus Minato fight, what do y'all think of the arguments that B already surpassed A in speed even back then due to reacting to Minato while A got blitzed? I would just deduce Minato wasn't going at full speed when he was trying to chop down the Raikage, so that's not
it's a dishonest take. Like
it doesn't substantiate that he surpassed him. In fact, it's contradicted by B when he sees
literally
Raikage go full speed. He's like, oh, no one can keep up with him now. So no, I didn't agree with that.
Yeah, there's plenty of contradicting statements and feats, and if you analyze the entire context and atmosphere of that entire interaction and fight, it is blatantly clear Minato is over.
Yeah,
Blatantly.
it's very blatant. What are we talking about? Are we talking about the Ken? No, we're talking about Kent Hovind. He's just some retard that debates that
Yeah.
his bullshit ass theory that not even like actual Christians believe in. He's a retard. It's the reason that
Uh,
he's been debating the same shit for like 60 plus years, and he's
for
still
like 60 years or some
uh,
shit.
and he's still a joke. So he only has like 3,000 subscribers on his like trash ass channel. He's a
I'll
retard.
give him credit. He's such a joke. Like he's gotten so much like fame clout to the point where like he is interacting with all like the big boys and stuff in a certain regard. Not like the huge people, but like decently big. Like Destiny, etc. You name it, right? But
Yeah.
like it's just funny though. He's such a clown.
Yeah, he's a clown. What I hate about Loco is that he's lenient towards Tobirama, but not mean. That's what happens in
Yes,
general with
they
some
cherry pick.
people.
Yeah,
It's
they're biased.
it's logical inconsistency, and that
Yep.
illustrates bias. So that illustrates that your claims are not as objective as they could be because you're being more charitable towards the person you're biased towards. So
Yeah.
that's logical
And it's the
inconsistency.
same issue with Minato too. Like it's
Yeah,
annoying as fuck. You have Minato tards that take Minato to ridiculous
and
extreme
and that
regards,
illustrates
and
an
then
appeal to
you know
yeah that illustrates an appeal
yeah
to emotion. So yeah,
yeah it's
kind
the
of
same shit on
prove
both. Like Tobirama and Minato are the worst characters that
if
get
anything
fucking winged
yeah
to
if
me.
anything that type of logical inconsistency proves you're appealing to emotion. So
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I think of the signing and their signing plus forms where the Orochimaru Kage summons in part one are bullying the part one Kage. Switch Tsunade with Hiruzen and Gaara with the Rasa. Probably yeah. I don't see a problem with that claim. Hiruzen's
Uh,
old and shit, so yeah, probably. The Ray Kage though would be interesting actually.
Yeah, the Raikkonen, yeah, because if he's, like with the whole entire narrative, you name it, and he's already like Minato level, like I don't know about him, bro. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. Like you got to put respect in the Raikkone's name, dude.
yeah. Seth's
Now,
debating
if he's
skills
an
were
idiot and he starts in V1, I could see him losing,
yeah. Seth's
but
debate skills were always overrated, especially now. I'd say yeah.
yeah,
I've never seen him go against like a top of the line debater recorded.
not me either. Yeah,
Never.
no. It was
But
either just him straight up like ad hominems or spurging for the most part,
yeah,
or it was just him like pulling the strings and making a bunch of other people just debate and then just
yeah.
like enabling the toxic behaviors.
It was more so lore. That's the reason why people thought he was like the top, but nah.
Yeah, he's mainly just content. Yeah, just
No.
content.
Hypothetical Ten Tails Jinchuriki dual Tomoe Renegon with both arms Sasuke versus Ishiki. Ten Tails Jinchuriki Sasuke, he'd probably still lose. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Base
Or Seth
Minato,
would debate a bunch of low tiers or people that can't even debate. Like
yeah,
he would debate lore or content creators that don't even debate. And it's like, bro,
like
like come on.
Afro and shit. Yeah, like guys that don't even debate.
Yeah, like it's like they
Early,
don't.
yeah, base Minato is relative to early KCM to high end. I would never go higher. It's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
Uh,
That's reasonable. It's not
uh,
like, like if we're being as a transparent as possible, I'd say we did like definitively know no matter what, not even possibility. He's obviously, KCM1 and all that and blah blah yada yada. But when it comes to KCM2, like that's contentious, when it's basically possibility territory. And there's many, it just depends on your perspective and how you analyze it. Then if you analyze it in a certain regard, like you could definitely argue him being relative or KCM2 level. Or if you analyze it another way, that he's approaching it. It just depends.
yeah,
So
John Jones versus Sakura. John Jones before the tuning
uh,
exams. Who before the tuning exams? Okay. Shinobi just have a more advanced and
it would
higher
slam,
a
yeah.
higher order of physiology. Like Shinobi's
It's not even
physiology
fair.
is superior to even peak human, and Sakura's chakra control even at that point was impressive. I think
It was, yeah.
one shot from her
Yeah.
would probably break him. Yeah.
Like literally, like Kakashi flat out says, like compare, mind you, like Sasuke and Naruto were like way stronger, but when it came to like movement and speed or utilizing your chakra and even AP with like their hits, she was the most superior at that point during early part one, mainly due to the fact that her chakra control was so good that she was the closest to becoming Hokage,
He one
and
shot.
Hokage is the strongest ninja.
Not only would she be faster, but one shot would either kill him or it
Yeah.
would severely like brain damage him. But
It's just
him
not
get
fair. It's like putting a normal human up against a fucking like one of the boys from you know what I mean from the it's like putting a superhero that's more enhanced physically and speed you name it against a civilian. It's not
yeah, that
fair.
would even be yeah. 2017, 2019 was a crack debater. He fell off afterwards due to getting lazy. But he's genuinely talented. Is he talented? Yeah, but I don't think he's like as good as he made himself out to be. That's just me now. I don't trust
Now,
really
if it's
what he says.
before headband Sakura, I might lean towards John Jones.
If it's like baby Sakura, maybe. Yeah. Edo Minato versus Edo Madara. Madara. Between
Yeah, yeah.
2016 to 2019, Seth was a top tier debater. I've never heard him debate a good person though. I never
Now, if
have.
Minato has KCM2, though, I might be leaning with Minato, especially in
Yeah,
stacked stage mode. But you know,
yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I've never heard the guy debate someone good. Never have. I heard him debate six, but it was over like some dumbass topic. They were like playing
yeah,
around.
and then around that time, like that was still like six when he was getting into
He was barely
everything too.
starting.
You
Yeah,
know, what I mean? Yeah.
yeah.
So
Could Homelander beat any of the Konoha 12 in episode one of Naruto? I don't know too much about him, but currently I'd say he would beat Sakura. I do think
yeah,
he would beat Ino.
yeah,
Um,
he would slam. So like Homelander is literally like a planet level threat. Like I wouldn't go as far to say he's planetary, but he could fuck up the planet pretty fucking good. And Sakura was not built like that at all remotely in the
yeah,
beginning of
like,
One Piece.
even now I'd say
No.
Homelander's at least like just lowballing him like building level at least.
Yeah,
He could like one shot from one of his strikes would like shatter a skyscraper, not shatter but destroy one.
and like
Um,
effortlessly too, like
yeah,
not even
effortlessly.
trying. You know?
Like he probably could just fly through it and do it. Like he's that powerful.
Yeah, he could
So
fly her to space. He could fucking laser beam her ass. You know,
yeah, the only
so
ones he'd struggle with from the Konoha 12 in part one, probably like Nine-Tail Enhanced Naruto, Curse Mark
yeah.
Sasuke, um, maybe
Kashi would
Rock,
slam. Guy would slam.
Maybe Fifth Gate
Yeah,
Lee, maybe, yeah,
Lee. Yeah, maybe.
and
Yeah,
then fucking
Gaara would slam.
Gara, yeah, guys like that would he'd probably struggle. But the weaker fodder people, he'd fucking demolish. I'm not gonna lie. Like Tenten and shit, he'd fucking slam all their asses. Um, Seth would have his friends debate people when they say he's better than them, so could beat anyone. Yeah, he did do that a lot. That's what Clyde talked about in his video. He would try to keep up his image by having his friends beat people that he already allegedly beat, so he could just say, "Oh, I'm better than you too," you know. So he did do that a lot.
At the end of the day, I'm just gonna be honest with you. Like, if you know you're drastically better than someone, you're not gonna give two fucks of even debating them to begin with. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna do it regardless, whatever, blah blah. Especially if you know either the person either is a big content creator or popular,
Yeah,
whatever, or even like maybe even a decent debater. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, if it's some random dickhead, D Rider hater, or someone that's not even known, then yeah, like I don't blame Seth for not even giving the attention of the day.
yeah, yeah. I don't blame
But
there.
you know, but if it's like other regards and yet he's still choosing not whatever, to me, I feel like that's like just him being a bitch and just not wanting to have any like you know underperformances basically recorded or anything like that.
Yeah,
He's being smart about it, but like ratty at the same time. You know?
yeah. How would Minato deal with the cow control Madara can utilize? Do you think Minato could teleport a meteor?
Oh
Uh,
yeah,
I do
like
think
yeah, if
that.
he
Either
just
way, even
yeah
if you can't, you just get out of the way. I mean, it doesn't. You
yeah
could just teleport out of the way. Yeah, it's not
yeah, but if he
difficult.
could do it at Biju bombs, that would definitely blow that shit up or go through it, like the Ten Tails, you know? If he could
Yeah, like
touch a
Tento
Ten
bomb.
Tails Biju bomb at full
Yeah,
velocity and speed and force and TP that away, I could definitely see him doing it to moderate shit.
yeah. He could probably teleport it
um,
away. Like he doesn't need to tank it. He
yeah.
just needs to move it.
He could do the ceiling barrier too. He doesn't even need to have to touch it either. He could just do what he did to Biju bombs and
Yeah,
just like it goes into it and then just make it go elsewhere.
yeah.
So
Most versions of Minato would most likely lose. The most interesting one would be like KCM2 Minato, but against Madara, that'd be like the most interesting. But
it would be really funny. What I would if we actually saw the interaction, if I, and Kishimoto was actually writing it, I feel like what would happen is Minato throws his kunai where Madara is. He does then like that ceiling barrier flying Raijin thing to absorb it, and then teleports the meteor on top of Madara to force him to go Susanoo. And then Minato's just giving him the look, and they're about to go at it. Like that's how I kind of would see it would go in a way.
yeah,
Like
to be overly fair, I don't think that a lack of recorded debates from Thess is a strong argument. I mean, you could argue it's an appeal to arrogance, if I'm being fair. He deleted most of his debate content in Pin, and it wasn't normal I've seen most of his content before he deleted it. It wasn't against anyone good, really. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna
no,
lie.
no.
It wasn't like, oh shit, this guy's good and you beat him. Like,
There's not one person that I saw. Yeah.
yeah, the best guy I've seen him, and it wasn't even a debate. They were arguing who's better, Destiny or Seth, was against Trini, and Trini actually did pretty well. And it wasn't even a debate; that was a discussion. And Trini's good, and
Yeah.
he actually, you could argue that Trini like got the better of that conversation. And I wouldn't even consider that a debate, to be fair to Seth, but
Yeah,
Trini's
there's
good,
a
and
difference between discussions, competitive discussions, and then actual debates where you're providing scans and evidence, etc.
yeah,
And
like
going
that guy
point by
Trini's
point.
that guy Trini's intelligent, like, and
Yeah.
he actually had better rhetoric than Seth. So, and again, that's not a debate, but he didn't look that good there. Base Edo Minuto versus Edo Madara, but Minuto as a flying thunder gun marking on Madara before the fight began. How that goes? If he has a marking on Madara, it's gonna be a big advantage. If he has a marking on
Oh, for
Madara
sure.
already,
Yeah.
yeah,
Bro, it
um,
even surprised Jubi Madara when he
yeah,
TP'd. He's like, "What the fuck?" He
yeah,
it was blatantly emphasized. He was like, "Oh shit," and then he just immediately no diffs him with his body speed. But
yeah, exactly. His
uh,
best feat was against Trini. He didn't even win that. Yeah, the best recording I've seen was against Trini, and I don't think he won that either. So I agree. Mm,
yeah, if Minato's able to mark Madara, that's going to be a very, very big problem because that means he could get inside of the Susanoo and he could just
literally,
always have instant access to blind spots. So
yeah, and that's gonna be difficult for, especially in KCM too. It's gonna be a problem.
like that's just
Um,
not even that's going to be hard, like really,
yeah.
really rough.
Even for Madara's caliber, it'd be
Like I'm
difficult.
gonna be honest, if like at that point, like Madara would just have to go at full power. Like he wouldn't be able to hold back at that point, like he was doing to the five Kage.
Yeah, no, he'd actually have to get serious at that
Um,
point. Yeah,
yeah,
that caliber of opponent, he can't just fuck around with. Like that guy's.
and that's just shown. That's shown overall, not with just Minato. That's even shown with Tobirama. Like Flying Raijin's ridiculous. Where
Yeah,
Flying Raijin's helping against Jubito, it's helping against fucking it's even helping against Alive Madara. Flying Raijin's no fucking joke, dude.
yeah, exactly.
So
Primal Alpha Hashirama versus KCM2 War Sage Mode Naruto. Probably still Naruto. Probably.
yeah,
That's a tough fight though. You could argue either way. Hashirama can sedate Biju Chakra. We know that, and obviously Naruto's utilizing Biju Chakra.
yeah.
If he loses that, he's fucked. I mean, Hashirama will be blatantly superior, even with Sage Mode.
Like
Um,
Madara with his the same exact wood golem dragon that Hashirama used in base, he was able to subdue KCM2 Naruto effortlessly, and he was just
yeah,
watching him struggle. He could have just instantly attacked him with his Rinnegan or something, or just went perfect Susanoo and slice, but he was just like enjoying it and making fun of him.
yeah.
Like
Let's see. Madara does have way more chakra, and the perception of the Sharingan apping is CQC. It's hard. KCM2 though is an argument he might not be able to react though. There's an argument. It's not like
yeah.
blatant, but yeah. It's arguable.
I feel like KCM2 Sage mode is where Madara would have to go to perfect Susanoo at that point.
Yeah,
Like I feel like I don't think he's gonna be over here like being able to defend himself against a full Biju Sage mode KCM2 avatar, and shit.
yeah.
So
Seth was absolutely an egotistical a-hole, but the arguments that he was a complete fraud, he never beat anyone. I'm not saying he never beat anyone. I'm sure he did. He's not retarded, but he's not as good
no,
as
we're
he
not
made
we're
him.
not saying Seth is a low tier, you know what I mean, or any of that
But
bullshit.
he's
Like
not as
we're
good
not
as
even
he.
we're not even saying he's like a mid tier either. Like if
He's
we're like
good.
fucking low balling, like I'd say a high mid tier. You know what I mean, like so we have low mid tier, then mid tier, and then high mid tier. But then if you want to high ball him, then I guess you can call him a high tier, whatever, regardless
Yeah,
whatever
he's
level.
not
But it's
ass. I'm
just
not saying
he
he's
doesn't
ass, but
have, yeah, he doesn't have like feats basically in a sense. Like there's
nah.
not one person I've known that was like really, really good, or whatever, that he just either no diff or low diff or whatever. He doesn't have shit like that.
Yeah, I don't think he's ass.
So
He's good, but I don't think he's fucking like
no,
God's gift to debating now, though. I don't think
no.
that. Yeah.
I think a
Um.
lot of people would wash his ass up. I think Troy would beat him. I think Six would beat him. I think fucking you know what I mean, like it's just there's a good amount of people I could see definitely being able to fuck with him or beat him. Even
Yeah.
TG. I think TG
I
could be
think
able to beat him.
I think
You know?
someone that doesn't highly respect him would beat him. Like guys that look
Yeah.
up to him like he's God. Like they have honestly, there's almost like a mental nerf there. They're like, oh man, he's so fucking good. There's no fucking chance I could beat this motherfucker. Like
Yeah.
that's dead now though, because people don't respect him anymore.
Yeah.
So I think more people could beat him today,
If
especially.
anything, it does the opposite. It basically be like five Kage and Madara all over again, where he's trying to like demoralize all of them and make them, be like doubt themselves. Instead,
Yeah.
it's the opposite with showing like the Hashirama face. That's basically what it is with Seth.
Yeah, and that's what he used to do actually. Some of the debates he would try like demoralize you, beat you, like mental warfare kind of.
Make you doubt yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, but people now don't respect him. Like a great debater isn't gonna get nerfed by him now. They're gonna be like, I don't give a fuck who you are.
No.
Like I'm gonna beat you now.
So, yeah, so
So
I don't give a fuck about your ad hominem questions or whatever. I don't give a fuck about your insults, this or that. Nah, I'm gonna fucking slam your bitch ass. Let's
yeah,
go. You
exactly.
know?
So he's not. I don't think he's as good as he portrayed himself. He's not ass, but he's not as good as he portrayed
Yeah,
himself.
I'll like we'll say this: he was overrated. That's
Yeah,
all we're saying. He
overrated.
was
Yeah,
overrated. He was
exactly.
not how people were proclaiming him to be. I think that was a
Yeah,
little ridiculous. So
yeah, I agreed. Especially now, Seth lost
yeah,
to Keemstar. There's no way. Yeah, dude, he looked terrible there.
exactly. Like, and
Uh,
Keemstar's not even a debater, bro.
he's just some
Like,
like
he has
dumbass old
some
man.
level of logic, and but
Uh,
yeah, but he's like a dumbass old man that's also emotional and appealing to popularity the whole time. You know,
yeah, he's a
so
fucking
like
yeah.
it's and you see that perform like, come on, bro, like
He's a
that's
fucking
bad. You know
leech
what I
and
mean?
fucking like he was like Seth couldn't even defend himself.
He was
You know?
baiting him the whole time. He was like all
Uh,
kinds of shit. You know,
yeah, he looked
rabbit
terrible in that shit.
holes.
I think people who overscale every character to be relative to people who they aren't makes their power scaling a headache. For example, Darui relative to Kin and Gin, relative to Toby, relative to Juby. I know, dude. Yeah, especially the Toby round one, man.
Like, but you gotta if you at least comprehend it in a simplicity regard, like such as like because there's different levels of relativity though. Like it's when you say relativity, obviously it can be vague in a sense, but when it comes to relativity, like there's different level. Like for instance, like you have like the part one shit where they say Sasuke is almost as fast as weightlessly. I mean, they say, oh, Sasuke, or then they say like practically as fast or whatever. Things like that. That's where basically it's hitting a certain like spectrum where he's like right there. Like he's not like equal or max, but he's right fucking there. And
Yeah,
then you have like other relativity where they can be able to like to perceive in a way or kind of interact in a sense, but they would still get fucking folded. Or if they were able to create like a more of an opening or go even fully all out, they're getting like shitted on. So it just depends on the level of relativity that we're talking about.
it's
And there's
true.
only so much you can do depending on like on analyzing what we have. But like
Yeah,
Darwi, he's just like the problem with Darwi, yeah, he can have relativity or whatever, but he's nowhere near fucking KCM speed and Raikage V2 speed. Nowhere near. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Not
no.
even close, you
That's
know? So it's
in
like,
general
yeah.
that's just a dishonest scaling. Yeah, so
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like fucking
um
like we literally see the feats too. In the 5 Kage Summit, he's on par with V1 Raikage.
yeah,
So
communito version of the Kurama Avatar at least hold off Madara perfect Susanoo because we know Madara is equal to full Kurama. That's a good question. That's a good question because you can make the argument that he wouldn't be as good with Kurama as Naruto. He doesn't have that
yeah,
chemistry with him. Um, Probably not. If it's KCM2, Edo Minato, maybe. It's a tough question. It's a tough question.
because
Noodles,
this is so much shit we just don't know. We don't know
yeah.
like why Minato was
You have
able
to
to
speculate.
immediately
Yeah.
access it. It's like if I had to guess, I would say because they're at war and they don't want to lose and be sealed. So the Nine Tails, like within Minato, is probably like, hey, I'll be willing to work with you, but just this once. And
Yeah.
then Minato's just such a genius prodigy to where the moment he was permission granted, he could just do it on the fly because he's built different.
Yeah.
So
Darth Vader versus Palpatine without Vader's weakness to lightning. I think Darth
Vader.
Vader. Yeah,
Yeah,
Vader.
it was just implied and heavily narratively emphasized that he could beat him, but he purposely put him in a fucking suit, vulnerable to
Yeah,
that.
literally.
So
It kind of like nerfed him, yeah. Noodles versus
yeah,
Seth. Cockers versus Pain debate who wins. I'm gonna be fair to Seth. I think Seth would beat Noodles on that. Seth is not ass
yeah,
enough to lose on that. Not that Noodles is ass, but that fucking argument in general is comical. Swag beat him.
yeah, no, yeah. Seth would
Seth,
beat Noodles, yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
And I think
yeah,
Seth is good enough to beat him on that.
yeah. No, he is definitely good. Yeah, especially if it's Cox versus Payne, Seth would slam him on that.
Yeah,
I don't
no.
give a fuck.
Six today,
Uh,
Seth, several guys, yeah, would beat him on that. The closest Kishimoto's ever come to admitting to a retcon was when he said he regretted making Naruto able to use hundreds of shadow clones so early, since he could have been spamming it in part one. That's fair. Is it Jay? What are your top 10 athletes of all time in your opinion? That's a good question. It's a very good
Definitely John
question.
Jones is in the top
Johnny
10.
Bones is
So
up
him,
there.
yeah,
So
Tom Brady.
number one, the best athlete ever. Hmm. That's a very good question. It might be Tom, just because of his dominance, how long and how dominant he
Yeah,
was.
physical and speed. Football takes all those
Yeah.
attributes. You need
Um,
speed, you need perception, strength.
yeah, and it obviously depends upon criteria. I'm gonna go overall.
Sure.
So greatness, physical capability, uh, I would say longevity.
Yeah.
Those are the main criteria. So if we're using that, because if it's just pure athleticism, the best athlete I've ever
What
seen is
about
probably
Michael
like,
Jordan to Tom Brady or
oh, that's a good
LeBron?
one. That's a good one. Yeah. If it's pure
Like,
athleticism, then I think the best athlete I've ever heard of was probably like Bo Jackson. The guy, I mean, he didn't win
yeah,
anything, but he
makes
had like
sense.
the fastest 40-yard dash, strong as
Yeah,
fuck, could play major league and football and dominate in both. But that's
he
not,
was just well rounded. He was built
yeah.
different. Yeah.
He was a freak athlete. But as far as like overall, number one is probably Tom. Probably Tom. Jordan's right there, man. Though he's fucking and LeBron. Like those three guys, you can
That's what I'm
almost
saying. They're like
uh,
right there, dude.
like athleticism, greatness, longevity. All these guys, specifically
But
Tom
it's
and
like let's be real. Like if we had Michael Jordan or LeBron fighting Tom Brady, who's more likely winning? My money's probably on Tom Brady. You know what I mean? With the more aggression, the physical, endurance. Like well, not really. They both have great endurance, but you get what
yeah,
I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like basketball's not really. Basketball is more focused on technique and accuracy and speed
yeah.
and velocity and momentum.
I would
Football is
say
more like strength, hitting. You name it, aggressive, yada yada. And
yeah. I mean,
IQ.
there's other like Usain Bolt's up there.
True. Yeah.
Who else is up there? Michael Phelps. I mean, that's just swimming though, but I mean, he's great
Yeah,
at it.
that's only swimming, and that's only like running. But if we're saying in a more general sense,
Yeah,
I think it's between Tom Brady, fucking LeBron, Michael Jordan, and you could even throw John Jones in there. It's between
Johnny.
those
Yeah.
guys.
There's
Yeah,
then the soccer guys. There's like Messi and Ronaldo. Those guys are fucking great.
yeah. Or
Um,
boxing, the fucking
boxing Floyd,
Yeah,
Ali.
Floyd. Yep.
Um, yeah, those guys
It's
would probably
hard.
be. It's hard to like order them, but I'd say in
Yeah,
general, John, Tom, Jordan, LeBron, probably
it's really just
Ronaldo.
those guys. Just
Yeah,
those three.
maybe, and
Yeah,
then maybe like Ronaldo. Maybe he's been at it for like
or
over a
four. My
decade.
bad, four.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Ronaldo. Who else is up there? Ali, I think for his time. Ali. Uh, Wilt
Yeah.
Chamberlain. I mean, Wilt didn't win enough though. He was a fucking freak
Let
athlete, but he didn't win.
let's if we minimize it further,
Probably Usain Bolt up there
um,
too.
yeah, if we minimize it further though, to where we have to get some more out now, then John Jones is still in it because overall he's just a monster,
Yeah, in a
grappling,
fight, he'd fuck up
speed,
any of these
strength.
guys. I mean, we know
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Uh,
exactly. So, but we're not doing it in a category in fighting though. It's
yeah,
just all
no.
around. So, but he's
Overall,
still in it. John Jones has to be in it because he's overall.
yeah.
Same thing for Tom Brady. He should still be in it. Who do we pick between LeBron and Michael? That's the problem.
Athletically, I mean, that's a tough
I'd
one.
probably say
Uh,
LeBron because
Probably
LeBron's
LeBron.
more stronger
Overall,
and more
he's
yeah.
more.
Like
Yeah,
Michael is more like I guess he'd be more in the technique and shooting
he's
aspects,
probably.
but
I'll
LeBron is
admit,
more of a brute,
yeah.
all
Like
around.
Jordan probably has the. I'll give him the nod on like killer mentality, but LeBron's just a better
Yeah,
athlete. The better athlete
that's
than
what I'm
Jordan.
saying. Yeah, I think
Uh,
so it's like when it comes to it, all right, now we have LeBron, Tom Brady, and John Jones. And it's like,
yeah, that's tough.
what do we do? Like they're all just really good all around. Like, what do we
Extreme.
do
They
there?
they've all been around for a decade plus. They all like rarely lose. Well, I mean, if you want to be
uh,
technical, LeBron lost a lot of finals, but it's different. It's more like
yeah.
a um
So if we go like if we do it in that route though, and like success, then 'cause that's also in a general department, then I guess we get rid of LeBron, and then we have Tom Brady and John Jones.
yeah. John was so fucking. And you know what's crazy is he didn't even take
And
care of
I'd say John
himself.
Jones at that point.
Yeah, he was like partying like
So
an animal in his prime and
he
still
never even
winning.
lost a fight. It was
Uh,
a DQ, which doesn't really count. So it's like,
John, yeah, John might just be the
so
best.
yeah,
Yeah,
if we're doing all around and success on top of it, I'd say John Jones.
yeah.
There you go.
Like in his own respective sport, he's like the best by, and it's kind of not even close to be honest.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and he doesn't even take care. He didn't take care of himself. He was like getting like fucking blacked out every weekend and shit. Still dominating. That's
Yeah,
fucking insane,
as
man.
crazy as that sounds, the best
Uh,
fighter, not fighter, like athlete out of all would be John Jones. He had the most
yeah,
success, and he's all around in general, like very good in all categories.
yeah. I
So
guess the closest things to him would be like Brady, Ronaldo, and like LeBron. Like those would be like the
yeah,
closest.
that's
Yeah,
it. Yeah,
it's fucking crazy, man. Those guys are all those athletes are fucking ridiculous. Pure
yeah.
physicality, probably Bo Jackson. He doesn't belong on this
And
list,
mind you, LeBron was in
but
football too originally.
yeah,
He
and he was.
went from doing football professionally and then went to professional NBA.
Yeah, no one, and he was like a fucking ridiculous athlete in football too.
Yeah.
He was like really good. So yeah. Let's see. Jay, do you like Venom and Spider-Man too? Oh hell yeah, dude. goated as fuck. Goated as fuck. It's 10 out of 10. He's a 10 out of 10 in that. Um, let's see. Usain Bolt's probably number one. Literally, no one comes close to him in the sport. Usain Bolt's up there, top
Yeah,
10 for sure.
He's definitely up there when it comes like one of the greatest. But like the problem is if we're speaking upon the argument of overall and success,
Yeah, the
he's
longevity
only good in
part.
the speed department. Yeah, like that's
Yeah,
the problem. It's just speed for him.
sprinters in
So
general, they're at careers don't last long because that's like a very
yeah.
competitive, hyper competitive sport. And once your body starts to break down, you're just not as fast anymore.
Yeah.
You
Now, if
know.
we're just talking obviously only speed too, then yeah,
Oh,
obviously
he's the best
both.
ever.
But
Yeah.
no, I don't know.
Mm, Bolt's up there though. I'd say he's up there,
Yeah,
but he's not the
yeah.
best.
He's definitely in the competition. Like if you want to put
Yeah.
him in the top 10 or top whatever, 5 out of overall in most
Yeah.
success. Yeah, sure, I
I,
see
I
that.
think
But he's
Phelps is
definitely
a
not
better.
number one.
Honestly, I think Phelps is
Yeah.
a better athlete than Usain because he has like I think he still has a record for most gold medals ever in like Olympics history or some shit. Like
Oh
even
god
more.
damn.
Yeah, he's a fucking monster. Like
How many
as
medals did he have?
I think like fucking 20 or some shit. Like he won a fuck ton. He's a fucking
Okay.
monster.
So
Yeah,
John
so
Jones
he
still has more though, because doesn't John Jones have like 30 wins though?
John Jones never
Yeah.
lost, period, and has the most title defenses, youngest champion ever. And he didn't
Yeah.
even try in his 20s. He was like getting blacked out
Yeah.
every week.
Now,
So,
to be fair, like if we're doing like only win loss success stats, then technically Mayweather is the best.
yeah,
But
Mayweather.
but the reason why he doesn't count in this is because in a general sense, he's not fucking with people like LeBron and Tom Brady or even John Jones in like a certain aggression aspect and straight. That's the
Yeah,
problem.
no. He
So
might make the top 10, but yeah, it's like greatest
yeah,
athlete
no,
ever. Nah, probably
no,
not.
yeah, no.
Yeah. Um, someone donated, appreciate it, brother. $5 from Kedrick. I don't know if
That's a
I
good question though. That was
Yeah,
actually
that's
really
actually
sick. He
that's a
analyzed it.
really good
Yeah.
question actually. That's a video almost like you can make a video on that.
Shit, yeah.
Yeah, I might make a fucking video on top 10 athletes. I don't know
It's
if I
crazy
asked.
to say that it was John Jones in the end. That's kind of
Yeah.
funny.
And he's like it's funny
Logically.
ironically he's like the most fucked up like mentally, but he's the best athlete. So, I don't know if I
There's
asked
some
you
people that
before.
hate on John Jones too. Like, bro, when I was on a live stream, it was either yesterday or the day before, Jay. This
Yeah.
guy was like immediately getting pissed. Like I was talking about like your great video you did on John Jones was that one dude, and he starts immediately like hating Jones. He's like, "Oh fuck Jones, he's a bitch." Blah, blah. And I'm like, "Damn, bro!" Like,
He's a fuck up outside fighting. I admit that, but
well, he
he's
was
a
saying like, "Oh, he's overrated" or this and that.
what
It's
the
like, nah, he
fuck?
sucks. And he was like, that's why he was getting his ass beat by these 3 fighters. I'm like, bro, come on, bro,
Shut
come
the
on.
fuck
If
up.
he actually was, he would have lost then.
Yeah, he's never gotten his ass beat. That's not true.
I'm
I don't know.
saying,
Yeah, I don't know if I asked you before, but Pain versus the legendary Sonny. Pain.
Pain slams to a whip,
Without
bro.
the edits, of course.
Bro,
Without
go
edits. Yeah.
go play the Naruto story. Better either get connections, because I'm pretty sure Naruto Storm Revolution's in that too, or just get Naruto Storm Revolution. Not even expensive, cheap. Look at what Pain does to Orochimaru. No
Yeah,
diffs. No diffs.
exactly. Michael
And
Phelps is really
Orochimaru concedes. He has the transformation and everything, and he still concedes the fight.
yeah.
So
Michael Phelps is really great athlete. Yeah, he is. Um, Jay, did you like being able to play as Venom? Because I've heard rumors that Carnage will be in the DLC. I've heard as well. We talked to Six about this. He probably will be either in the Spider-Man 3 game or in the DLC. Carnage. Yeah, so that should be pretty cool. Adult-based Naruto versus 4 Hokages alive. Naruto would absolutely obliterate.
yeah, he would just
Yeah,
slam.
it wouldn't even be a competition.
You
Yeah.
analyze his Momoshiki feats in base against Fuse is insane.
If you think fucking Jubito is bad, imagine Naruto. My God,
Yeah,
that'd be
like
fucking
bro, like and
awful.
then what the fuck is his name? Tenari or whatever, Tenari,
Yeah,
like that, like fighting on the moon, like they're moon busters and shit, and he's just in base, like bro,
he's fucking cracked. Yeah.
like
Mordrick is
base is cracked.
Yeah, Mordrick is up there, 38, still playing. Oh yeah, he's a good athlete as well. Yeah.
Like people forget that Jay, like that Tenari dude was like in a KCM2 cloak, but alien style, right? Naruto's still fighting in base, and then only puts a KCM2 cloak on his arm and just decks him once, and he's done,
Yeah,
and like
that's like
completely devastates the moon too.
yeah,
Like
that's he was already casually like busting up like small planets
in
at
base, bro,
yeah,
and
in
that's not even
base.
Okage Naruto. That's like getting to like where he's about to be promoted to it.
Yeah, he was a monster even by then. So, who was better at manipulating others, Light or Aizen? Uh, Light. No, actually Aizen. Aizen. Yeah. Well, Kamui is a sealed dimension. Code dimension might be different for Kamui from Kamui. A sealed dimension? I think I know what you mean by that. You mean like it's only accessible via Kamui itself.
Yeah.
Um, Code dimension might be different from Kamui. That's a good point, actually. Good point. But then
What's it
again,
called?
but then again, that could be negated by the fact we've never seen like a marking in that dimension. We don't know how that interaction would go.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
could argue against it too. You reacted on Swag's video, but what are your thoughts now if Pain went to the Five Kage Summit instead of Sasuke? He'd fucking, if he's full power,
He
he's gonna
just
slam.
slam, yeah.
Yeah. If
Like
anything,
he
he could.
basically like he would strategize too. He wouldn't even have all six there either. He would go there like with a certain setup, right? Like how he normally does in character. He'll strategize how he'll have it. He won't have the revival path there just in case too.
Yeah,
Like he'll be
he
in
could
the like
nuke it.
behind the scenes.
He could use
Yeah, yeah.
fucking
He could just he
Shin or
just come. He'd
Tensei that
probably
shit.
pull an Obito. Yeah, he'd probably just pull an Obito. Be like it would just be the Tendo only and summoning path. I could see that
Yeah.
too. Where the summoning path would be putting a lot of pressure, whatever, but Tendo would just be flexing whatever, like, hey, do what I say, and then they're all not gonna want to do that, right? Kage's gonna be a fucking fool, and then he does a Shinra Tensei, and they're all done.
Yeah, he could like
Like,
nuke the whole summit, like fucking level it with a
yeah.
Shin or
Or
Tensei or some
Chibaku
shit.
Tensei.
Oh,
What do they do
Chewbacca, yeah.
against that? Yeah.
Literally, yeah, they're all fucked basically. If it's Warwick or Boruto Orochimaru, the Sonic shit stump. Although, yeah, with Boruto, yeah. If we're talking about that era, it's different.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
Orochimaru or even that Jiraiya clone, like yeah, they would
yeah. Oh,
slam.
Koji Kashin
They
would
slammed
fucking
the whole
slam.
Shinobi. They slammed the whole Shippuden verse.
Yeah, Koji Kashin would fucking obliterate Pain. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
crazy how Naruto and base is moon level as a teenager, and now Boruto as a teenager is planetary. He's beyond planetary. Boruto's beyond
Yeah,
planetary.
he's ridiculous. Like now thinking about it, like how do you think that interaction goes with the Naruto that was already moon level in base, and then if we eventually see him go further in Boruto, like how do you think he does in Dragon Ball? Like, is
Oh,
there
that
aren't those
one.
people like moon level people too?
Yeah, I think even the Saiyan saga, he might struggle. Like those guys are already far, like
Okay, so
significantly above
you
planetary.
think Dragon Ball he's not there then?
Yeah, no.
Even for Dragon Ball, okay,
Where it even becomes a conversation is like peak
yeah,
Naruto. Like that's
okay.
maybe he'll get past the Saiyan
So like
saga.
Baryon mode Naruto.
Yeah, like he'd get past the Saiyan saga, the Namek saga, and then the
Okay.
Cell arc is probably where he'd peak. Like Cell and
Oh
shit, like those
damn, you
guys.
think Baryon mode hits that high? Damn.
Yeah, like
Okay.
solar system at least solar
Okay.
system. Yeah, he's pretty fucking peaked. Like Kaguya
Makes
already was like
sense. If he's already
Kaguya already.
planetary.
Yeah, because Kaguya with expanded True Seeking Orb was already like solar system. But if you're talking
Yeah,
about Ishiki level guys that are beyond that, you're talking beyond solar
exactly.
system. Yeah, not universal, but like
Yeah.
I would say like max. If I'm like highballing, Galaxy max.
Yeah, and not only that,
Uh,
like Naruto in base is already moon level and planetary,
in
bro. Like,
base, yeah, in
and
base,
that's
like
like the last movie. That's not
yeah,
like Hokage Boruto. That's like Jonin like Boruto Naruto basically.
yeah, like wanking these guys. I would say Ishiki wanking is like Galaxy, which is not very
Yeah,
high in Dragon Ball. Like Boo's above that and stuff, but
yeah.
it's high for Naruto. Yeah. I would say fucking Boruto today is probably Solar System
Yeah.
Plus, full power.
It's just cool to think about because like once again like you see Naruto block the attack effortlessly like his long green blade and it
Yeah,
just cuts the moon in half. And then you
literally,
see in Dragon Ball it was either Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z I don't remember where one of the characters like blows up the moon I think or some shit.
literally. It was fucking
Um
I think Piccolo. I think. Yeah.
Yeah, King Piccolo. Yeah, it's that's what So it's like it'd be so cool to see because it's like if Naruto could be doing shit like that, you could definitely kind of picture in a way where there's some form of relativity, and it'd be a pretty interesting shit.
Yeah, literally.
He'd more than likely still loses. Like he'd be relative, but he's not there.
Yeah.
So
$2 from Kedra. Appreciate it, brother. Can you give an example of a good retcon in Naruto? A good retcon?
there's him.
Yeah, here's and I think that made sense. Like he's fucking struggling with Orochimaru, yet he's fucking above Hashirama. I'm glad they retconned that. Yeah, it made things make a lot more sense, especially with Madara and stuff like that. Like the lore wouldn't even have
Also,
worked.
Minato slightly.
Yeah,
Like
and
he
Minato.
was originally going the direction of like making him a beyond Hashirama, but
Yeah.
then he stopped. So
So that's probably the best retcon I can think of. Yeah, it'd probably be that. The Kisame one, I guess, made more sense. It seemed like he was even scared of fucking Jiraiya, but then in Shippuden, he's fucking slamming B. So
yeah, like
yeah,
Asame's like I don't even think necessarily he's a retcon. I think it's like in the beginning he just wasn't there yet. He was more on like the Joning level, which clearly he was.
yeah,
What's it called? And then like with him using Samahata and getting chakra over the years, he just gets so fucking strong because of how much chakra. You know what I mean? So it's like he's basically his power grows through time, and that's why he was how he was. I don't
Yeah.
think really necessarily he was a retcon though.
Yeah, you could argue it's not. You could argue, yeah, that one, maybe Itachi influenced him by saying, yeah, we would die, or you could argue, like you said, he wasn't just as strong yet as he was in Shippuden.
Yeah,
So it makes sense.
exactly.
Makes sense, yeah.
You
Speaking
could
of,
argue Itachi's a retcon in a way, depending on how you analyze that.
yeah,
But
if
in a
you're like
way,
being not charitable to him, you could say it's a retcon. Like he legitimately thought
yeah.
Jiraiya could fucking beat him, then yeah, that would be like
Yeah,
a
like
retcon.
now personally, I don't think Itachi's a retcon. That's
Yeah,
I
no,
mean, a
me
lot,
either.
there's actually idiots out there that do say he is, and I think that's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
I think
But
he was
um,
lying because he didn't want to fight a fucking
yeah,
Konoha Shinobi. So. Yeah.
yeah.
Speaking of connections, have y'all heard of the dub fuck up? There's a line during a boss fight that sounds terrible, and Naruto's VA swear they didn't record that, implying AI was used. What the fuck? Really? I would have to check that
But
out. That's weird as fuck.
who,
Even Sasuke one-shotted half a meteor with a basic Chidori. Oh, dude, Sasuke was cracked as fuck. Yeah,
oh
in the
yeah, and the
last,
last yeah,
uh,
it's like a big it was a big ass piece of the moon basically that was falling from
that shit was like a
space.
fucking city. That shit was huge.
Yeah,
Uh,
it was like the size of a city. He like no like suppressed and no different effortlessly, just one basic ass
yeah,
Shidori.
he fucking
Not even
obliterated it.
Susanoo, bro, just blows
Yeah,
it up.
that's a lot of power, and that's him just fucking like barely trying. So. Yeah,
Yeah.
adult Naruto, excluding
Like
Baryon.
imagine a Shinra Tensei like bloodless as Sasuke or a perfect Susanoo like swing sword like
Yeah,
like that shit would be crazy powerful.
he'd probably blow up the planet if he wanted to. Easy,
Literally.
easy, yeah. Adult Naruto, excluding Baryon, versus Shippuden Sasuke, Demons Kakashi, and Jibidar. Naruto would slime all those people. I'm
Like
sorry, even
it's just
Kakashi.
not battle. Yeah, it's not a
Uh,
battle, bro. He's so
no,
gone. Like he's power cliffing so hard, bro. Like people
it's
don't
really hard.
understand that.
Yeah, like the jump
Like
in
unless you're
caliber.
NC Hammer and other people, like the power cliff is immaculate.
Yeah, it was a huge power cliff. Like the significant increase in these guys' abilities, it's fucking significant. So yeah,
Like
Naruto would fucking
Sakura's
slime.
bitch ass is growing ridiculously,
Even
bro.
her.
Like,
Yeah, even her. Like as much as people hate to admit
and
it,
I hate
including my
to admit that. Yeah,
yeah,
like she's fucking cracked in Boruto, you
yeah, she's
know?
fucking cracked, and as much as even I hate to say it, she's cracked. It is what it is. I think Kisame just got stronger. I don't think it's a retcon. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kisame has one of the better excuses for its stat boost in the series. His gimmick is literally absorbing other people's power. Good point. Yeah, I
Yeah,
could say
the
that too.
whole time, and this is building up and building up. Yeah.
Yeah. Kakashi Loki was a retcon. You could argue that, but you could just argue
Kashi,
he just had a substantial increase in skill and ability. But then
yeah,
that's
I
explained.
just feel like Kakashi was very balanced
Yeah,
for the most part.
and you can kind of rationally explain why due to the MS and due to his
Yeah.
proficiency with the Sharingan. So I think he
Yeah.
became more his chakra control got more and more refined, I think, with the Sharingan. That's why he like
He
is
probably would have been way more cracked and powerful if he wasn't forced to adapt and utilize the Sharingan and
yeah,
deal with the handicap, you
kind of
know?
like Boruto Kakashi. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, like, I really
Um,
feel like he actually would have been like, he probably would have hit Sonic level by the time he was fucking in early Shippuden. I'm not even
exactly, yeah.
lying, you know?
Let's
So,
see. What was your opinion when Kawaki was introduced? I thought he was very well done, and I think he's still being well done, like very well written from beginning to current Kawaki. I think he's one of the best characters
yeah.
of Boruto, honestly. Um,
Fucking goaded arc,
yeah,
goaded anime
really,
arc too.
really are, yeah,
Incredible.
goated with him. Like overall, I don't really have any critiques on him, to be honest. Mei and Tsunade versus each Akatsuki duo, and Gaara and Onoki versus each Akatsuki. Mei and Tsunade would probably lose to fucking Sasori and fucking Deidara.
Yeah, they lose
Uh,
to Sasori and Datara because
Poison,
of hacks.
yeah, and then
Datara could just stay in the sky. What the fuck do they do now? And
yeah,
Sasori would be fighting on the ground, and he just lose.
Poison, yeah, exactly. Gaara and Onoki, they'd beat Hidanakaku's obviously. Sasori and Deidara though, that's interesting. It's interesting.
Yeah, if you like argue like because this is the best way I see it. Like the Sasori's is completely different though. But for Datara, I feel like
Deidara,
he's a
yeah,
non-factor because what I could see is like if Datara is already equal to Gaara in speed, then if Inoki does like that, what he did to the right Kage, oh Datara's getting blitzed.
right,
He's
yeah,
done.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like he's
If he
done.
amps
Yeah.
him, he amps his sand speed. Yeah, he'll get
Yeah.
him. The thing with
And it would just
Sasori
be
though.
down to a 2v1. But
It's
Sasori,
just that poison, man. If they even get an
uh,
ounce of that in their bloodstream, they're fucked. That's the thing.
and he beat the third Kazakage, who's like the
Above
strongest,
Gara.
and
Yeah.
and mind you, War Arc Gaara was equal to Edo Raza, which is weaker than the third Kazekage.
Exactly.
So
So
I'm just
honestly,
saying.
they probably wouldn't get neither one of these Kage duos would probably get past Sasori, to be honest.
Yeah,
If
I
I'm being
don't think
real.
they beat Sasori. That's the fucking
He's underrated.
problem.
People don't realize how capable
Like
he really
yeah.
is.
Like particle style would be the only threat, but Sasori would just dodge it. He's not going to be an idiot and be like, "Oh yeah, let me just stand in one spot and use the sand and hope it
Yeah.
helps." Like
If he
no,
uses
he
those
won't do
fucking
that.
like poison needles and gets at even at one, they're fucked. They
Yeah.
die. It's
And
over. So
Inoki, he's fast, but he's not super fast. He's only as fast as Gaara is in the beginning of Kazekage and Datara.
yeah.
Inoki, Gaara, and Datara have the same exact speed level. The same
Yeah.
exact. So
Exactly. Yeah. So they would like cancel out, and then Sasori would just be above those guys. It's just pretty much
yeah.
they wouldn't get past. You would need like the Rei Kage no Onuki to get farther.
Like, bro, Lady Chill and Sasori are fucking fast, bro.
Yeah.
They got that speed.
Yeah. She's just
Like
very
you see that
capable.
shit in the anime where like they're moving their fucking hands and fingers like ridiculous.
Yeah. Like she's one of the greatest puppet users. Probably only second to Sasori. So
like
I
their
mean,
whole thing is speed with puppet use. Like they're
yeah. Exactly.
fucking cracked, dude.
Yeah. Madara cleaving all the mountains with just air pressure. Hashirama deflecting a Ninetales BG bomb. Yeah, even those guys have a very very high AP and durability and stuff.
Oh yeah,
Um,
they're
yeah.
cracked. Yeah,
NC Hammer still.
multi-continental, slaughtering mountains effortlessly. Yeah.
Yeah. NC Hammer still doesn't believe there's been a power cliff. Yeah, he's cool, and then he's getting his bag respected, but he's tripping though, man. He's tripping.
Jay, Jay had to bite his tongue for a moment. Jay was about to be like, hey, "He's fucking ridiculous," but then he's like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
I respect you, bro."
He's getting his bag, more than most of us, but yeah, he's tripping. Boruto generation Kages are probably the strongest, right? Yeah, yeah, they are. To be frank, Pain and Obito solo the Akatsuki. Itachi would be a problem. Itachi would be a
Yeah,
problem.
Tachi would be a problem though. Like
Yeah,
because you got like what you guys got to understand. Like I'm being dead ass. Right? I know it's contentious, and you can argue from A to Z with those three characters, right? Of who wins and why. But the problem is, if Kishimoto actually wrote that story, not Kakashi, Itachi, Obito, and Pain, they would be relative, bare minimum. I know they fucking would.
yeah,
Nobody would be speed blitzing. Nobody.
yeah.
You know what I
But
mean? If he
together,
actually wrote that shit, so.
yeah, together they probably would beat everyone, but it wouldn't be easy. I'd say.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
they'll be like probably sick Itachi.
yeah.
And
Oh yeah,
then
that'd
if
be
it's like
Sekitachi. Yeah,
full, yeah, if it's like full prime healthy Itachi, in all honesty, I could see all the passive pains going down, and then it's still boiling down to Obito versus Itachi. I could see
yeah,
that. If Kishimoto wrote it, I could literally see that. So
yeah. Plus the other guys that would like Sasori and those guys that would be eating him, like fucking Kisame and
yeah,
shit.
yeah, and then that too. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, yes, the Akatsuki there too. But even though they're fodder in comparison, but
Yeah, yeah.
you
Most
get
of
what
them
I'm
are fodder.
saying.
Yeah, most of them are
Yeah,
fodder.
like it basically would just be Itachi, Kasame, and Sasori against Obito and Pain.
Yeah,
That's
literally.
basically what it is.
Yeah, exactly. To be frank, he's not the only one. The amount of people who are stuck in 2017 think that Kaguya and Enishi put in Naruto. It's because it's their bias, man. They're appealing to their own bias,
Yeah,
and
it's their
yeah,
bias, and they just don't want to let it go. They love Naruto so much; they're just weird.
yeah. They're like, oh
It's
God.
like they completely forget about Dragon Ball, all these other animes that have constantly shown power cliffing. You know what I mean? Like I don't
Like,
know what to tell you, bro.
and I get it because like watching Naruto get his fucking ass beat by Jigen, it's like emotionally appalling. You're like, holy
Yeah,
shit, like this sucks.
it's
This
like this is
fucking
some
sucks.
bullshit.
But
You know what I
it
mean?
is what it
Yeah.
is though. It doesn't negate the truth. It doesn't negate the truth. So Ishiki would fucking slam Jubidara.
The
It's
harsh
fucking
reality.
yeah,
Take
it's
it, take
harsh.
it and leave it.
It is what it is. It's like for example, it's like when you fail in life, it sucks, but it's the
Yeah.
reality. You're not gonna lie to yourself
And
like,
it's one
oh,
thing if it was
yeah.
contentious, you know what I mean? Like me and Jay be the first ones to admit it, but it's not. There's
It's not
like
even
so much
close.
empirical and
Yeah,
abundance of objective fucking evidence and even high possibility evidence along the subjective territory of things to where it's just not even fair at all. Like you can't argue against that shit. Like it's absurd.
yeah,
like
exactly.
you
It's
know
it's absurd. It's like
and then even the percentage of the Naruto community, like 90% of the Naruto community also understand and agree, etc. You name it, while the other 10% are like, nah, and
yeah,
bullshit
it's
it.
just like people stuck in
So
2010. Like they don't want to
yeah,
accept that, people become stronger and antagonists evolve and stuff. They don't want to accept that. It is what it is.
exactly.
Uh, Daigo Knight arguing that Night Guy's the fastest character. Oh God, I remember seeing that shit, dude. He said that he
Yes,
bent
this day
space.
he still
He
thinks that
bet.
motherfucker.
Yeah, he said he bent time space or some bullshit like that. Yeah, that was crazy, bro. Um, there's actually an argument that Obito is not full capacity because he did not fully heal from the Minato fight, but I don't know. He has Zetsu with Hashirama cells. He did heal. That's not, yeah, no.
You know what pisses me off about that though, Jay? Like what Diagon Knight doesn't understand is like like even if we granted that, then that means that would just upscale so many people like Jumi Madara, Naruto, whatever you name it, and then that would just blatantly be contradicted based upon them losing to Jigen, Nishiki, etc. It's like, huh? Like, it
Yeah,
doesn't even make sense.
it doesn't make sense.
Like,
The claims don't make sense at all. Like they're
uh,
when you actually dissect them and like and you kind of trace them back to the overall narrative, it contradicts like a ton of
yeah.
shit. So yeah, this doesn't make sense. NT Hammer's still better than Daigo. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Like
For the
scaling
most part.
wise, yeah, he's still better. Yeah,
Now, if it was a debate scenario, my money's on Daigo all day, every
yeah. Honestly, I
day.
think Daigo
But
would probably
scaling
beat.
or lore wise, I'll give that to NC Hammer.
Yeah, Daigo probably would beat him in a debate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, like NT Hammer doesn't really like scale very much. Most of his stuff is
Yeah,
narrative
he doesn't really
analysis.
scale or like have like debating defense arguments either. He just goes
Yeah.
mainly lore and subjective opinions. That's it.
Yeah,
He
literally.
doesn't back it up or
Daigo's
substantiate
scaling
it.
might not be the best, but he does scale more often though than
Yeah.
NT Hammer. So
NC Hammer has his moments though. He does have there are really good videos that are very good with scaling and him providing evidence,
yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
But
he
for
does
the
some good
most
videos.
part, it's just rants. It's literally just Jay's rant videos and him not providing any evidence to prove anything. And instead of hearing like Jay spitting facts, basically, it's him saying like either something absurd or something you wouldn't even fucking expect. Like that's the
Yeah,
difference,
just
you
like
know?
narrative
So,
analysis or
yeah,
just his own like like his own speculation. Like yeah, he's it's more of that.
yeah,
It's obviously appealing. He's making bag, but yeah, it's not really
yeah.
scaling. Um, how much would y'all have to be paid to watch Daigo's Naruto rewrite? Guy that given that guy's takes, that would be a very good series. I don't know how long it is. If the video is like 30 minutes to an hour, I'll do it for like 30, 40 bucks, 50. If it's like an
Yeah,
hour
yeah,
long, probably
we said this all the time, guys. Like, if you want us to react to something, just send the money. If
yeah.
you
If it's a
want us to do, tier list, whatever, send us some money. Like that's it.
if it's like a long video, probably like 50 bucks. If it's a
Yeah.
short one, like 20 minutes, probably 20 bucks. We'll do it.
Oh yeah, that's not bad. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I've
We'll
never
match
seen
you
his.
with the number.
But I don't
Yeah.
know how long it is though. So yeah, you guys probably tell us ahead of time before you donate, so we know.
Yeah, because you're over here asking for like an hour, 3 hour long
Yeah,
video,
if it's fucking
like
like if you're being realistic, if you donate like $2 and it's like 3 hours, and now it's not gonna, I'm not gonna do that shit. But if it's like tell us ahead of time, like oh this video's an hour, how much? I'll be like, all right, 50
Yeah.
bucks
Now, if
or
it's like a
40
10
bucks.
or like, if we're being really generous, let's say it's like a 10-minute or like 20-minute video, you know what I mean? And like, and you give like at least something, like it's, you know what I mean? Then maybe we might, but we
Yeah,
got to be fair, guys. Like, come on,
yeah,
if 10 for like $10 for a 10-minute video, 20 for 20, 30 for 30, like you get it how it goes.
yeah. That's
Like,
like fair. Yeah,
yeah.
if it's fucking long, and obviously yeah, we're gonna, but I'd be
And
higher.
you're winning more from that as well, by the way. If you think
Yeah,
about that logically, because when a video is a certain time, if me and Jay have to pause and stop because of either
I mean
incompetence
yeah,
or
yeah.
bullshit or rat's office, it takes more longer for us too. So if anything, you're getting more out of it, and we're
Yeah,
losing
it's
more
gonna be
time.
like the overall reaction is gonna be longer than the video for sure. Yeah.
Exactly.
So yeah.
So
Lore wise, who wins EMS Madara or Prime Hiruzen? Madara.
yeah,
Say somehow Kabuto is able to put Mayorga adapt. Oh, say somehow Kabuto is able to put Mayorga adaptability on his Edo Tensei. Can no six pass character stop the Edos? That's a good question. Then you have to argue the only way to adapt to six pass characters is surpassing them in ability. That's like the only
yeah,
way.
and empower, yeah,
That's an interesting conversation. If you presuppose that Mayorga can literally adapt to anything, then yeah, this even the six pass would fail
yeah.
because then Edos would just be unstoppable and adapt to everything, and they can't
Like
fucking
for
die.
instance, like Doomsday, he just has definitive feats where like we know he can adapt to anything. He also increases in power too, not just like
Yeah.
being immune, but in power as well, and you name it, or ability.
You,
So, but with in JJK, we don't have that much. We know it can adapt and has very impressive adaptive capabilities, but we don't know if it's like completely, you know what I mean, or
yeah.
whatever. We
Honestly,
don't
I
know
would
if it has
say
limits, So
like if we're being really technical, if they even evolve to ceiling, then there is no stopping them. You just can't kill them.
no,
They're
no.
fucked. You're fucked. The world's gonna be taken over. Yeah. And then Kabuto wins. So yeah.
Yeah, because Jimmy
Uh,
doesn't even have ceiling.
Yeah, like Jubidar, like if you can't even seal these fuckers, then how the fuck do you beat them? You know,
Literally,
like you're
he only has
fucked.
Genjutsu.
Yeah, good luck. So That would be that would be a horrible ability for Kabuto for the Alliance. I'd be like, they're
Like
fucked
he
at that
would like
point.
the best thing I could see is like if he uses like a wood style to hold him down, but that's it, you know.
Like what they would have to do is blitz every fucking Edo before the Edos adapt to ceiling. Like good luck though. So it's like
Yeah. Or he
it's
could do
insane.
like a limbo clone, you know,
Yeah.
or a clone that's just fighting them and beating them down the whole time over and over. But I don't know,
Yeah,
bro.
that's a tough situation for the Alliance to win.
Yeah.
Very unlikely that they beat him then.
So eventually,
Uh,
Yamato is gonna fatigue. So
yeah, exactly. Eventually, even he will fatigue. So,
yeah,
Daigo Knight just loves my guy. Yeah, he does. He definitely does.
he's fucking
So,
Gil.
yeah, literally. Isn't there a huge difference between bending space and bending space-time? Yes. Bending space-time is like you're legitimately bending a dimension of reality.
Bro, you're fucking built different if you could do that shit.
Yeah, technically bending space could be something such as breaking the sound barrier or something like that. Like that's
Yeah.
not you're not transcending dimensions and transcending like, that is
It's kind of
different.
like the definition. It's kind of like the word parallel. Like there's different variants of that. It doesn't mean like, oh, that means it's always the same. Like people try to do and rat with fucking Kaguya shit to where now she's, multiversal or some bullshit.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So
So those are two different things. And obviously Daigo used the incorrect statement. They never said he bent time space. That's not correct, but he uses
but
that
it
for some
says
reason.
space. His
Yeah.
moderator just says he's bending space, and when he says that, he's just basically making the rod like bend
Yeah,
and
he's like
and be
he's going
relevant.
fast enough to like manipulate like essentially like the air molecules around Madara to the point where he's like
Yeah,
stuck. It's not like fucking bending
it's
time
like matter
space.
manipulation in a way. Yeah,
Yeah, like on a small scale. He's not actually
yeah.
bending time space itself, which is like a fucking
No.
invention. Yeah, that's not true at
Like
all.
if Guy was that fucking strong, bro, like bro, Madara would have been dead.
Yeah, if he was if he was like a dimensional, like transcending dimensions and stuff, then he would have fucked up Jubidara. That's not the case though.
Yeah,
So
like everybody would have just been like, "Oh my god!" Like Guy, like he's a god. Like it would have been
yeah,
like some crazy like exaggeration if Guy really was. And don't get me wrong, there was emphasis on it because it was like a very important scene.
yeah, it was
But
important.
normally when characters are in true disbelief of power, like you'll know Kishimoto emphasized that shit. He did it with Kaguya. He did it with Naruto. He does it with Madara. You name it. So it's like, come on, bro.
Yeah, that's definitely Daigo was definitely being probably disingenuous, purposely to be honest. That's just not
Yeah,
the
he's just
case.
trying to get the bag. You can't
Yeah,
blame him.
I don't blame him. Yeah. People think Pain Arc Sage no Naruto is above Hokage based Minato, but I don't buy it. Yeah, he's not above him.
Yeah,
Maybe War.
Loco thinks that. He thinks
Yeah.
Sage Naruto and Pain Arc is above Minato. What's it called? And he says because it's not about Sage mode. It's when it says he being surpassed, it has to be overall. And it's like
Oh
you're
my
retarded.
God. Come on, man. Yeah, that's not. No. Stop, please. He's being
It's not like
disingenuous.
there's an abundance of contradicting evidence of like Naruto needing the nine tails power over and over. You
Literally.
name it to get to Mina's level. But
He
okay.
even literally states I'm stronger now to fucking Nagato with
It
KCM.
literally.
Like what the fuck are we talking about? That's disingenuous for sure.
Like I'm
Either
sorry, but once again, nothing but love and whatever. I get it. Maybe he's just trying to get the bag or be different. I don't know. But at the end of the day, Loco, he's just dishonest, bro.
that's dishonest. Either you
Yeah.
haven't read Naruto, or that's just dishonest. Not gonna lie.
Oh, he
Um,
has. He
yeah,
has. I'll
and
tell
I'm
you
sure
that.
he has.
He cherry picks. Yeah, he cherry
Yeah,
picks and he chooses and picks.
yeah, literally. Who's the GOAT YouTuber? Oh, like the greatest? That's a tough question. If it's in this space, probably Swag. If
Yeah,
it's
swag, of course. Yeah,
YouTube in general
statistically,
though,
you name it. Yeah.
yeah, YouTube in general, fuck, fucking Mr.
Yeah,
Beast, I
we're
guess.
saying in general, that's hard because then like
Uh,
Naruto explained he's goaded. TG's are very underrated as well. Very, very
yeah,
underrated in my opinion.
but if it's like the greatest,
Even New Horizons,
yeah, if it's the greatest
six.
YouTuber ever, regardless of like what content they post, that's really tough.
Oh,
I'd be
that's
like,
like
yeah, you have Mr.
fucking.
Beast, and you have
Yeah, I would say Mr. Beast or PewDiePie at
yeah, he
that
has
point,
the
or
most like
Markiplier, PewDiePie, Mr. Beast.
yeah,
You know?
Mr. Beast has the most he's the most dominant YouTuber I've ever seen as far as like
Yeah,
commercial success. Like he's like
the motherfucker
the
makes so much
quickest.
money he can grow it on trees.
Yeah, he
Literally.
was the quickest YouTuber to get to 100 mil ever subscribers, 100 mil subscribers. So yeah,
He's gonna be the
probably been
first one to hit 1 billion, bro. The rate
yeah,
he's
he
going.
probably is. He probably is. Yeah, he's probably the best YouTuber as far as commercial
Yeah.
success. My personal opinion, I mean, the guy that I've watched the most in my life, YouTuber wise, That's a good question,
If we're
man.
like saying like, if we're also now just going only IRL, what do you think on that though, Jay? IRL shit.
IRL,
Yeah,
uh,
that's hard too.
yeah. If we're removing like the big boys like PewDiePie and guys like that, IRL
Yeah,
guys that I personally watched a lot. Let's see. That's a tough one. I watched a
like
lot of
statistically and everything. Yeah,
yeah, I watched a lot of
isn't it Tate still?
Tate.
Is it Tate or no?
Tate I know has
I don't know.
he has the most viewed interview
Or is it
ever.
Joe Rogan? Is it him?
Rogan's the biggest podcast ever, that's for sure.
Yeah,
He's the biggest podcast. YouTuber wise, IRL that I
yeah,
watch,
yeah. YouTube. Yeah,
Mr. Beast, I guess would technically be number one, but
yeah. But yeah.
yeah,
He's
excluding
just
him,
overall in a general sense, though. So
yeah. As far as like my own personal preference, I grew up watching mostly like Flight Reacts and guys like that. Like they do more like reaction,
yeah,
funny shit, like DDG, fucking
yeah, yeah.
Joe Rogan, of course, always been a podcast guy. I watch Joe a lot. He's not
Because
on
he has a
YouTube.
YouTube too. I just don't
Yeah,
know.
he's just
I don't
not
know him
a.
statistically like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
now he's on Spotify because I mean, he still
yeah.
posts his shit like
And
clips.
he's always number one.
Yeah,
Always.
he's objectively the number one podcast number wise in the world.
Yeah.
So those guys probably, yeah.
Like, all right. What about out of anime? Like, if we get rid of the variable of statistics, obviously swag, and you never
Best
it just boils
content.
down to sub count. But if we're saying like content overall, like in general, what do you think on that? I think
Uh,
that's where it gets interesting.
yeah, I guess
If we're removing
interesting.
sub count.
Best like actual content I've seen. The most talented guys I've seen.
For
Probably,
anime and Naruto.
yeah, anime. Let's see. I'm trying to think of some of the best
Yeah,
stuff
just do
I've seen.
anime first and then Naruto. Yeah,
Honestly, anime wise, it's the best content
it's
I've
hard.
seen that I can
That's
remember.
really
Yeah,
hard.
it's really hard.
Yeah.
Uh, Trying to think of some
Uh,
guys out there. TG's up there, I'll say. He has some of the
he
best I've
is.
seen.
He's very underrated, dude. That's why even
Um,
Swag the GOAT recognized him.
yeah, Six is
I
up
ca- and I
there.
called that shit, bro. I even had that in an old video of mine to this day. I called him. Like, I guarantee you, Swag's gonna acknowledge TG. I guarantee it.
Yeah, TG's up there with the greats. Six,
So,
I like TG's content more than Six. It's not even. I don't. I'm not talking about just pure logic talent or like debate talent, but I just mean like content
just
wise.
overall in general,
Yeah, I
yeah,
like TG's
yeah.
more. Who else is up
But
there?
if we are saying like in debate talent and all that and whatever
Six.
skepticism you name it, obviously six.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Six is
yeah.
better at that. Yeah.
So
But yeah, TG Six. Um, there's this other guy that does this other anime. Fucking forgot his
Naruto
fucking name.
explains really good
Naruto
too,
Explained is
but
pretty cool. Yeah, he's pretty good.
because he's basically an NC Hammer, but the competent version.
Yeah, a guy that
It
doesn't
should be the
do.
other way around. Like he should have what NC Hammers is subs are.
Yeah, a guy that does good content that's not anime though is Crisis. He does really good comic book
Oh
content.
yeah, he's underrated.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
He's probably the best comic book content I've seen. Like scaling wise, he's the best I've seen. The best like
Scaling. Because if
most
we're talking about
entertain.
lore or stories, and that'll be like
Yeah,
Naruto explained or historian, I think.
yeah.
Yeah,
Historian's really good. Fucking comics explained.
yeah,
Yeah, those guys are the best. Like entertainment, like lore factor.
yeah.
Yeah,
But like, what about Naruto only then?
Naruto
Out of all
only.
YouTubers that you know, yeah,
If I'm excluding swag, honestly,
yeah,
probably TG. He's probably like the best content I've seen. Like he
yeah.
has
That's
like
fair, bro.
yeah TG. There's a lot of guys out there that I could think of.
For me, I'm in between either TG or Naruto explained.
Naruto explains good.
If I'm obviously doing it like as a debate level in talent, then I'm gonna pick six all day
Yeah,
every
Six is
day.
probably the best I've seen. Yeah.
Yeah, but when it comes to just overall and just Naruto only two, TG and Naruto explained. If I had to fucking pick, I would also say TG. But that's me
Yeah,
personally.
TG's really good. Like he has like the logic, the entertainment,
Yeah.
charisma. He has like all of it. Like he's probably the
And
top.
he's just fair. Like he's never biased. He's super transparent, very equitable. Plays devil's advocate for both sides too. You know what I mean? Like he's just such a like humble, like objectively unbiased Naruto
Yeah, he
scaler.
really is. He's like the
Like,
closest thing to swag we have. Like
but
he's like
literally, now
literally
Swag, he
swag.
has his bias moments.
Yeah, he has more
You know what I mean? Him
bias.
and Six, I'm just being honest, but
Yeah.
but yeah, no. TG, he hits it right there, bro, right in the ball. I'm just saying, it is what it is. So,
Yeah. TG the GOAT. He got my Bunta agenda started. Yeah, shout out to TG,
uh,
man. He is a GOAT, man, for sure. Yeah, he has about the best cut like talent. He's most talented I've seen. Like
yeah,
overall 6 has the best logic. Like
Yeah,
argumentation,
way
he's the
like
best.
even I think even better than Swag too. Like
Yeah, yeah,
Six
he
is
is. Yeah, his
overall, yeah.
argumentation is even better than Swag's. Yeah, he's the best I've seen
Yeah,
as
I don't
far
know
as
that
that.
much about Troy, so but like
Yeah,
maybe if I just
Troy's
watch them
he's
more,
similar to
but
6, but yeah, I haven't seen too much either of Troy. He does a lot of Boruto
yeah,
content. I know that. Good Boruto content. So,
yeah.
um, yeah. Um, let's
Now,
see what
me
you guys are.
personally, I would also bring up D1, but the problem with D1 is he doesn't have a lot of content. He mainly just sticks to the Discord and com level of things or whatever. But
Yeah,
in my opinion, and even like at least what I've seen objectively, he's pretty good. He's underrated in logic and debate side of things. But
yeah, exactly. I know you. I watch. I know Ariel. He's very good. I've never heard of him.
yeah,
Some of Mr. Beast's videos look sadistic. I mean, he has a lot of random
what the fuck?
concepts. Yeah, I don't know if it's sadistic, but uh, I'm just glad Ikimoto's stepping up as an artist. His art looked ridiculously bad early on. Yeah, the art of Boruto has gotten better. I agree. Um,
Yeah, I got a question for you real quick, Jason. It's not that many comments.
yeah,
Fucking, if there was one YouTuber you can pick that you can make a video on their channel and you get the same profit they get, who do you pick out of all? Who do you think
shit.
business wise would be the best for one video and the most profit? Who would you pick?
If it's like, but based on the content I make,
Yeah,
probably Swag.
you probably
Probably.
swag.
He
Yep,
has, he
I
has the
think that would be
biggest
the best.
following.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. Yep.
And then if I'm being like overall YouTube, it'd be Mr. Beast. I mean, if I put any
Yeah,
video I put on there is gonna get
you would
like
have
fucking
to do Mr. Beast.
like
Yeah.
yeah, I can fucking post a video about me fucking taking a piss. It'll be like 10 million 2 million views. You know?
Imagine like Mr. Beast, like because he's giving you free reign, right? And then
Yeah.
Mr. Beast, like the only thing he gets to do is just title the video, and it's just like Jay taking a piss, and that's the title of the video.
So all you hear is
And
piss in
you're
the
just
background.
making millions off that shit.
Be like me in the background, all you hear is piss and it's like 10 million views. I'm like, holy shit, bro.
Literally, bro.
I'd probably
Like,
make like
let's be real. It'd be a troll video too on top of it with like probably some
yeah,
funny editing, and it's like it would. I could actually probably see that working too, and
yeah.
it would just make so much money for no reason at all.
For like I'll be like hundreds of thousands of dollars on that shit. That'd be fucking crazy. Yeah, that would be
Oh
crazy.
shit! What
But
the
yeah,
fuck?
swag for this space probably the best. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, no. For our space,
Um,
obviously, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Swag might be biased, but he does play devil's advocate. Yeah, he does. He does.
No, he does. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
That's why I fuck with Swag because yeah, there could be moments where he does have bias, and he'll even admit it too. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, or he'll be funny about it, but he'll also be transparent as well and play devil's advocate if it is necessary. He's
Yeah,
not gonna be
exactly.
weird about it.
Yeah. Do you
So
think Swag will make a How Strong is Ishii video? I don't know, because
maybe.
Ishii's the
Uh,
past now. I think Swag's very picky on which is good. He's very picky on the concepts he
yeah,
wants to do.
he
He did
wants really, really good topics, really good
yeah,
ones,
he wants to do really good
or
stuff. Yeah.
unique. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It kind of felt bad when Seth versus Naruto explained debate. Naruto explained was grossly underperforming during the argument, but he was no reason for Seth. But Seth was being a fucking asshole towards him, though. That's the thing. And Naruto explained was trying to be respectful towards him. He was like, "Ah, stop rambling." I'm like, "Bro, let him fucking talk. What the fuck? Like, he's tripping."
Bro, he's a lore content creator. He's not a fucking debater like you.
Yeah, he's like, "Bro, he made a tier list and he's trying to tell you about it.
Yeah,
You won't let him
and that's
fucking
still
talk."
evidence too. Like that's also
Yeah,
still evidence. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
even if
like,
it's
bro, what the
different in
fuck?
its own way, you're gonna be a dick about it.
Yeah, like, what the fuck, bro? Yeah,
Like if that was Jay, like Jay would like sure Jay would probably be a little annoyed because he's hearing a lot of ranting or whatever. But then all Jay has to do is just nitpick the certain segments of it and refute that accordingly, and then bam, it disconnects and it doesn't go through, and he wins.
yeah.
That's
I
it.
wouldn't be like, I
Because
wouldn't be
he's
like
because
fucking.
he's
I
just
would.
better logically or debating.
Yeah, I wouldn't be like, oh, fuck, hurry the fuck up. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, let him talk. What the fuck is wrong with
Now,
you?
if he's an asshole and or a little bitch or egotistic, whatever, blah blah, then at that point, who the fuck free reign, right?
Yeah, if he's being disrespectful, then it's different. Yeah, but
Yeah.
Naruto explained was being very cordial. He was trying to at least. He was just being an asshole towards him. In the middle of the video of you pissing, the video sponsored by Honey. Yeah, dude.
Oh, literally, bro.
Yeah. Also, I saw a random streamer of yours hit 500K. Can you guess why? Yeah, dude, a few of our streams are fucking like 50K plus views. We have one like last month that has
Wait,
like almost
500K? What
yeah, we
the
have one
fuck?
that like half a million views. Like what the fuck? Yeah, there's a few streams that have
Damn.
popped. There's a few with
That was
over
it, me
50.
and Shinobi too, or just
I
you?
think so. I think it was all of us. I
Oh
think I
wow.
haven't watched it, but
That's funny.
Yeah, 500K. We have another one that's only a couple
I have to
months
go to your
old.
most popular videos then and
Yeah,
check it out.
another one that reached. It's probably gonna hit 100K soon. It was a Boruto. It was when the Boruto time skip designs came out. And we talked about that. That one's at
Okay.
like 80, almost 80K. And then we
Hey,
have a few
hey,
that.
I blame the Boruto marketplace. They're like,
Yeah,
let's
I think
gas
that
this shit up.
that was a good
Yeah.
idea. Yeah, that was a good design that we did on that one. And then
Yeah.
the other ones are 50 plus K. I don't really get. Actually, I kind of get why, because that was during the Seth bullshit. Like the actual when, the
Yeah,
Seth
yeah.
stream itself when we were fucking flaming him. That only got like 2K. But then the streams after that, both of them hit like 50K for some reason. I don't know why. I think we were just
Um,
cooking in those, and they did well. The one with 500K, I mean, I think the 500K one was right after the Seth stream. The right that one like popped for some reason. 500K.
no, no, like I don't know when you put that Snowhawk, but Jay didn't say that. He said soccer would win.
Yeah.
Soccer would beat John Jones. No, what do you mean?
Yeah, Sakura would beat him, yeah. But yeah, we're definitely grateful for it though, man. Some of our fucking pods have really popped, you know. And obviously we're doing something right, but we have the support as well. It's very appreciated. It's very cool to see that, you know. 500K, 70K, 50K. It's crazy.
Uh,
That's insane, man.
AJ, what's it called? If nobody donates, it's up to you. If you want to be very generous and do like a bonus type of vibe for your audience, I don't know. It's your call. I don't give a fuck. But if you want, we could react to like the 10-minute video. It's like 10 or 11 minutes long for Minato versus Ken and Ken with
Oh
logo.
God, I kind of don't want to give that guy clout though. That logo dude.
Oh yeah,
I don't.
you're right. You're right. Yeah,
Yeah,
I feel
I
you.
don't. Not
And
that I have
then
a
next
problem
thing
with
you
him,
know, he
but
comes out of nowhere with some like Super Saiyan vibes.
yeah, he's probably gonna be like, "Oh, debate me on." I'm like, I don't really care
Yeah,
about you.
literally, like debate
Uh,
me.
yeah, yeah. I don't have a problem with him, but I don't know. He
I don't
just.
blame you though. It was
For
just so funny though, bro. That shit was hilarious. I was weak.
yeah.
Oh my
Would you debate
god.
Swag? Hell yeah, I would. With Pain versus Itachi? Absolutely, I would. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That'd be great actually. I would love to debate him on that.
What Swag thinks pain,
Yeah, he
right?
probably
Yeah.
that would be cool because that's contentious, and I could debate him on
Yeah.
that and then try to beat him with Itachi, you know. So real good content creators also. King of Lightning, yeah, he's good. Seth the programmer for real at one point. I gotta admit, dude, Seth's videos were good. I'm not gonna lie.
Seth was second place. That was the crazy
Yeah,
thing. He was literally second place statistically and everything.
yeah, I
And I,
can't
and
lie.
I think even as of now, he still is
Yeah,
in
he is.
Naruto.
He still is. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. His shit's
Which is
good, man.
crazy.
His shit was good. I can't cap. I'm not gonna say his videos were ass. They're good. You
No,
know,
no,
you
no.
can't
His
lie about
videos
that.
were good. They were.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
can't lie
were.
about that.
No, you can't.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, 461K views. You were cooking. Yeah, Kawaki versus Code. Oh, that's what we were talking about. Yeah, that's right. We were talking about
Hey, you want to know? Yeah, go,
yeah,
Jay.
I think another thing we did at the beginning, which cooked for us, we were talking about like what was it exactly? I'm trying to remember. We were talking about fucking people that are disingenuous and try to
The
say that their claims are factual and objective. I remember we were spitting on that too. That at the beginning of that fucking pod. So that, I remember we were talking about that, and we were talking about Qualky versus Code, and that's basically how we cooked in that one. And that one did really
yeah,
well. It just fucking for some reason it just like hundreds of thousands of views. Like what the fucking crazy, you know?
bro,
Um,
Jay, I was looking through my popular videos, like most popular shit, whatever.
yeah,
And the one that has the most views, it was like 10,000 views. And literally, like it's just titled like Naruto Shinobi Legends Sakuma Hatake Wasted Potential. And
damn.
bro, like I don't know what happened, but the algorithm was like yummy, yeah. Like,
Yeah, like
that shit was
fucking
funny, bro. So
yeah.
random.
Crazy. Like our pods do better now on average. Every couple months we'll have one like pop. Hopefully at one point, you know, with the people's help, we'll get to a point where we're regularly having like 10K, 20K. We'll basically be like
Yeah,
the
it'd
Joe
be
Rogan of
nice.
this. We'll be the Joe Rogan of this space, of the like the anime space, basically. You know, like we'll
Shit,
be
I'm
like,
I'm still proud of myself in a way, bro. The fact that I even got numbers in any way, regardless with you, and then even like on my own shit, like
yeah,
I just feel proud of it in a way. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like
In a way, all
regardless
of
of the
us, yeah.
consistency.
All of us
Yeah.
contributed to those streams. Like all those ones that had like 50, 100K, 500K. That was because of all of us were on those shit, on those fucking
Yeah.
pods. You know, that's
To
fucking
to be
crazy.
fair, it's your idea though and your shit, but
But yeah, we definitely it's cool to see the support though. It's pretty fucking cool. So,
yeah.
and we had some guys help us out, Six, TG, you know, guys, goats out there. So definitely, we gotta give credit where credit's due. So,
Facts.
yeah. Hey
Bro,
Jay and
that's
Batman.
crazy. I'm looking at it right now. That's funny as fuck.
Yeah,
461,000.
that's
Oh, no wonder,
crazy.
bro. It says the problem with the anime
Oh, that's
community.
right. Oh my God, we were cooking in that one. I can't lie.
Oh
Yeah, we were
shit.
definitely cooking that one. Hey Jay and Batman, you should watch Tekking 101. He has great bleed. I think I've seen a video of his before, and I've seen his channel around.
No
Um,
offense to the guy. He's probably goated, but I've never heard of him. Sorry.
yeah,
So
like there's a lot of great Bleach creators, but they're just not known here because this is mostly
yeah.
Naruto and stuff. But yeah, there's some good dudes out there. Some good dudes. Um,
Oh,
s-
bro, AJ, your most viewed for like normal vid though was that's funny. That's understandable though. Swag Kage versus Arrow and Kabuki.
oh
Sakura
shit, yeah,
versus
that one has
Naruto.
like 25K views or some shit. Yeah, I remember
Yeah, and,
that.
it's like 3 hours long, bro.
Oh my
Like
God.
what? How does that make sense?
Yeah, people just really, I guess they
People are
enjoyed
like,
my,
fuck the time. I don't give a fuck. It's three
yeah.
hours. Hell yeah, drama, funny shit.
Yeah, fucking just mostly like me reacting. I guess they enjoyed my reaction to that shit. But
Yeah,
that
they
debate
love
in
that
general was
shit.
crazy.
Damn.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And not
Um,
only that, yeah, your reactions are pretty fucking goated. You know what I mean? So it's like it makes sense, but it's just funny.
yeah.
It's like it's 3 hours
You know what's
long.
funny is I think my reaction to fucking noodles shit was like almost 10K views. Him versus Swag. I think
Bro.
like my reaction to that is like 10K views or some shit. Yeah. I was like, what is this bullshit? I was like, what the hell is this? Yeah, I
Literally.
remember that. I feel so bad for Swag because
Like Jay,
Seth.
oh, Jay stirring the pot. Yeah.
Feel so bad for Swag because Seth, the pedo, was associated with him. Now his community is gonna be called weird for a while. Yeah, I get what you're saying, man. It's like guilty by association in a lot of people's eyes. I
Yeah.
get it for sure. Like Six, Clyde, Swag. Yeah, I get
Yeah,
it.
but Swag is still fine. The
Swag is
business
fine
is
though. Yeah,
like
yeah, he's
good
fine.
still. Like sure, maybe in like the philosophical or like morality aspect, I guess in a way, but in numbers, he didn't go down. He's
Yeah, no,
still
no, he's
he
fine.
went
Yeah.
he's going up and up. Yeah,
Yeah, he's
so
still doing really well with his videos and stuff. And Six,
yeah,
which is good. It's not their fault that fucking Seth is, who he was. So,
yeah.
um, Swag is not gonna have to worry about guilt by association. Yeah, no, there's not enough of it for it to be a problem. Yep. Jay, that was a
Facts.
great stream. I was there that day. Yeah, that was a great stream, man. That one we were just everything just like aligned that day with that stream with like almost 500,000. Everything just aligned
Yeah.
for us that day. It was like we were cooking. It was a good stream. A lot of good questions. A lot of good shit to talk about. Besides the Seth shit, obviously. There was like we just talked about a lot of shit that day. It was a good pod. Yeah. Um, no, not Swag himself, mostly his community. Yeah, yeah. Kabuki stuff was crazy. I left after an hour. Oh, dude, that debate's crazy. Let's see. I wish Afro and especially Kabuki would debate more often. Yeah, I don't think they care,
Hey,
especially Afro. He doesn't even care
I'll
about
say
that shit.
this though, Jay. I guarantee you though, with that stream view count you got, I
Yeah.
guarantee you that's probably higher than the majority, like high percentage of the Naruto community. That's way higher than all these motherfuckers. I
Oh yeah,
guarantee it. I can go
yeah,
on many YouTube channels, and I highly doubt they have that view count.
yeah. Like especially,
Like
I
if
think,
we're including like the low tier sub count or mid tier, I do think that would be the case. On God.
yeah. Honestly, like podcast wise in this space,
Yeah.
our
Yeah,
goal is to
even that.
try to,
Oh yeah, then you should be number one.
yeah, like our
Yeah.
goal is to try to be like the podcast of this space.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I was
think,
just now thinking about that.
yeah, we're trying to become that. That's basically our goal. Not even in an egotistical way, but we're trying to become like the
Yeah, no.
like the Joe Rogans of this space as far as the podcast.
And there's nothing wrong with that. With us wanting to
Yeah,
be,
yeah,
that's just goals. That's just, wanting to have fun and enjoy and
yeah. We want to
embrace our
enjoy
passion
it.
and challenge ourselves.
Yeah, we want to get to
So
that point. Like,
not being toxic, or
yeah,
anything.
yeah, not being toxic. Bringing on goats. We've had some goats on already. TG6.
Yeah.
We want to bring on more goats late in the future. Maybe,
Yeah.
New
And there's been
horizons
some
and
discussions with even bigger goats that will potentially be joining along eventually.
yeah,
So,
some goats,
you
man,
know,
for
a
sure.
lot of good vibes.
We're trying to become like that kind of pod, like to like the community. I don't think the community has that yet. Doesn't really have like a
No.
podcast where it's like, oh, this is where you talk anime. So
Yeah.
we're trying to become that. Like, obviously, I do like making other content too. Like, obviously, we make Naruto videos, scaling videos, but this pod thing is like we trying to make it something too. So it's
Yeah,
cool to
see,
see
you
like,
got
yeah,
you
it's
got
cool to
TG
see.
beaten, by the way, in views.
Oh yeah, TG. Yeah, it's cool to see
Like
like
the most.
what's cool to see is like the views that we have gotten. Like it's working to an extent, you know. It's cool to see the support we've gotten and
Yeah.
definitely grateful for it because without you guys we wouldn't fucking, wouldn't be
Ah,
here today.
I was trying to see Jay if he also beat six, but nah, he has 709K with
Oh
one
yeah, he has
was
that
the
one
Naruto
video.
video.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
when
has that
Naruto's
one.
Taijutsu is unbeatable. Yeah.
Yeah, he has the fucking yeah, the
And the
taijutsu one.
Swag Kage debate.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
that
oh
was
yeah, that
great.
one did
Yeah.
like 500,000. Yeah, that did a lot of views. Yeah, that was pretty good
Yeah.
to yeah.
Damn.
That's
We
yeah,
got
that's pretty
TG
good.
though. We got him.
Yeah, it's cool to see us, like having that kind of success. Like I mean,
It's cool. It's really cool.
we've been streaming a long time though. It wasn't like we did this overnight, It was a long
No,
fucking
no,
time.
no, no, no.
Even
That's not even
before,
how that works.
yeah,
Yeah.
before like look at what episode we're on, 113, dude. And this is not all the
Yeah.
episodes I've ever recorded, by the way. I have pods that are
And
not
then
no
add all
longer
the
around.
hours too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I've been doing this for years, bro. Like, and it's cool to see
Oh
support now.
wow.
That's it. Yeah.
Swag's biggest thing was 10 million and it was a 16-minute video of the Rinnegan explain. That's
Oh
pretty cool.
yeah, that shit killed. He killed it with that. Yeah, he
And
killed
then
it
his
with that.
Akatsuki ranking video was second place.
Yeah, so I got some big ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see what you guys are saying here.
Damn,
I'm
that's
ninety
a
percent.
large number though. 10
Yeah,
million?
that's a
God
fuck
damn.
ton.
God
Yeah,
damn.
I'm 90% sure that's the first time I saw you off. Yeah, appreciate it, Steven. Yeah, that was a good stream, man. That was a really good stream. It's good to see the support. It really is.
Damn,
Um.
comic historian got fucking the 19 million? Damn. That
Oh
makes
yeah,
Fry look like
those guys kill it. Those comic guys, they
the
kill it with that
comics
shit.
guys? Yeah,
Yeah.
god damn, bro.
Yeah, he fucking kills that shit. Shame that the stream doesn't have much for your channel. I expect a big increase in subs for 500K. I got a decent increase, but yeah, I see what you're saying. It would have been cool to like even 10% of that would be what, 50K? But I see what you're saying.
It's a spectrum of
It's a
things,
slow burn.
algorithm,
Yeah,
it's
dude.
very yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and I'm prepared for that. I mean, I've done this for a while, so I'm prepared for the slow burn, It's all good. So, we want to do it the right way,
Yeah.
like make good content, experiment with new content, see what works. Like the Boruto content, people seem to enjoy it when I do reviews and stuff. I did that for a while, and I wasn't doing that well, but I just kept at it, kept increasing, like try increasing the productivity, the production value, my script value, and it takes time, takes time.
Yeah.
Um,
Barrock TV, when are you guys inviting noodles? Me, I don't give a fuck. I can't speak for Jay though, so
uh, thing about Noodles is like, listen, I'm an adult, and I really don't give
yep.
like a damn about what happened. But it's just his like his approach to things is not very appealing to me. Um,
It's
would
not
I ever bring
productive
him on?
business wise,
I'll never
etc.
say never, but right now our bridges are pretty much burned right now. I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah.
especially after how his behavior was like after the debate thing didn't go through.
With
I didn't appreciate
swag,
that.
with the Seb situation, then with
Yeah.
surf
And
bones,
then
and then
just
you
his
have the
history
shit
and
he's pulling with
behavior, like I
Jay.
don't,
So
yeah,
yeah,
not even with just with me, but like his past
everybody.
behavior in
Yeah.
general. Yeah, it's just not appealing to me, and it's not someone I would want to do business with. I'm not gonna lie. So that's where I'm at with that. Jay does have the most interactive streaming. Have you guys pulled in Daigo? I do want to get Daigo on. I know a guy that knows Daigo. I'm gonna ask him, if we can maybe make it happen. I think that'd be clean. Like
Yeah.
it'd be
Oh,
fun.
Daigo Knight, that would be goaded. And then Daigo Knight he has a Discord. There's actually a way to get in contact with him. He has
Yeah, I gotta find
moderators.
him. Yeah.
Yeah, his server is easy to find. If you just go to his YouTube, you can find it. But you could tag him as well in the server. So like Daigo Knight's easy to locate. So we're
Yeah,
not
it'd
worried
be cool
about
to have him
him.
on.
Yeah.
It'd be dope to have him on. Just like, we'll probably fuck
Yeah.
around, troll
He's one of
with
the
him.
goats, bro.
Yeah,
Gotta
he's
give
one of the
respect,
goats.
you know?
Definitely, yeah, he's one of the goats for sure. I think y'all should compare the 500K stream to others people's streams instead of edited videos. Videos are much more popular than streams. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
Videos are
true.
more
I
popular.
get you.
The thing is, if you do podcasts right, they can be as popular. Look at some of the biggest podcasts in the world. I'm not saying like like the anime space. Those we don't have those podcasts, but look at podcasts in general. If you do it right, they do well. And I've been trying to like gradually improve. I still want to do videos, so don't get me wrong. You're right. I do want to do videos like like original content, stuff like that. But pods is like a good it's having success, thankfully. The people support us. Thanks to them, it's having success. So we do want to continue that. We enjoy this format. It seems that people do as well. And I'll continue to try to evolve it, So to
Yeah.
make it better for the people. Like, so yeah. Let's see. It takes time, by the way. Yeah, it's a slow burn for the majority of YouTubers. It's a slow burn. So.
Yeah.
Jay, what was your thoughts on Pain's Cycle of Hatred speech? One of the best speeches I've ever heard in anime. One of the best speeches for sure.
Goated.
Yeah, very,
If
very good.
anything, I say it's number one to this day, but bare
Yeah,
minimum
really,
top
really
three.
good.
Top
Yeah,
three.
very, very good. Let's see. Noodles was also acting toxic to Swag for no reason. That was very strange. Because here's the thing. I'm man enough to admit, and like have enough humility to admit, Swag is way bigger than me, and he was
Yeah.
so hostile towards him on Twitter. I'm like, do you expect the guy that's 10 times bigger than you to pay any mind towards you if you're being disrespectful towards him? I don't
Yeah.
understand that. It's like me and you were relative in size as far as channel. I get it. But he has nothing to gain from you. Nothing. Like, why are you talking shit to him? You think that's gonna incentivize him? Swag doesn't really care about this shit, like about fucking debating. He doesn't give a shit
Yeah.
about that. So that was a poor approach. Like if I was trying to debate Swag and like be calculated in how I'd approach him, I wouldn't be like, oh, you're a fucking pussy and shit like that. Like, dude, what the fuck? You're not gonna respond to that. You have to come professional. You have to be, hey, big fan. I'd really, it'd be an honor to debate you. Just let me know. Let's leave it at that. You don't have to fucking hound him and fucking, this is strange. It's not the best approach. Not professional.
Bro.
Yeah,
Jay.
it's very, very bizarre.
You want to know Naruto explains biggest video? Bro, it's literally what if Naruto married Sakura? These motherfucking Sakura simps, bro.
They're still
These
there.
Sakura
Yeah, they're
simps.
still there. They're still out there, man. They're still out there.
And you wonder why she almost won the popularity fucking poll, dude.
Oh my
Insane.
God. Yeah, that's just insane,
Insane.
bro. Insane. Yeah. Oh, $2, €2 from Steven. I appreciate it, brother. Let me get that on the stream. Oh yeah, and by the way, folks, like as far as streams, like I give credit's due. Like before Shinobi and Batman, they weren't doing as well as they are now. Like I came to a conclusion like, hey, with co-hosts, it just works better. And
Yeah.
I'm not big enough to pull in. I wasn't big enough to pull in guests left and right. So I was like, I need some co-hosts, and I did like these tryouts where like several people wanted to try out, and for you guys, I made sure it was thorough. I had like power scaling questions, IRL questions, like I made it a thorough thing, and then obviously that's why I had a few guys try out, and then Shinobi and Batman did the best. So I was like, these guys have all
It was
the
it was
check.
very, very fair and very
Yeah,
intimidating too. Like,
yeah,
like you didn't bullshit or anything. So
yeah. I didn't try to bullshit anyone. Like some guys didn't do so well. I'm not gonna say their names or anything. Like the guys that didn't make the cut, some of them like didn't come prepared, and like I'm not gonna have you on. I'm not. This is business. At the end of the day, I'm not gonna have you on if you're fucking like half-assing this shit. So
you gotta want it. You gotta
yeah, you
want it,
gotta
bro.
want it. That's
No.
basically why I had like these tryouts to kind of like prove that people could prove themselves, and then Shinobi and Batman did. So here we are today. Obviously the format and the formula worked. We're doing better. Obviously, there's a long way to go, but we're doing good. So
The fact
yeah,
that there's growth and it's going productive and positive, that just shows it all. I mean,
yeah,
it speaks. Fact speaks, so
yeah, and I analyzed all aspects, not just scaling, because there were guys that were very good rhetorically, but they were, I'm not gonna lie, they were just bland entertainment wise. They couldn't entertain a crowd, and just being real. So some guys had really good scaling. Some guys were like very mathematical with it, like, oh, this guy is massively faster than the speed of light according to my calculus. I'm like, okay, you're smart, but you're not very charismatic. I'm getting bored listening to you. Not to be mean, but I'm getting bored. Yeah, so
imagine Jay's like he has one of those guys and like it's fucking and like the audience is like, tell him to shut the fuck
literally.
up.
That's what would happen on here. People would be like, "Can you shut the fuck up? God damn!" Like it wouldn't work. But yeah, I had to like I've always wanted to up the production value of this. In general, on my channel in general. So $2 from Steve. I appreciate it, brother. Standard Gamma Bunta over data or don't know. Facts, bro. Facts. Let's see. Don't worry, just catch more of that JJK stuff and Boruto stuff, and you'll be fine. Yeah, I agree, Moma.
Oh yeah.
I do want to do JJK stuff. Yeah, I do want to do that. In the future, I will be doing that. I'm reading it more for enjoyment right now, but I'm slowly, when I have time, I'm like analyzing again the narrative for like scaling purposes, and yeah, I definitely want to engage in that stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing my first Boruto video either December or January, latest February. what's it called? But I'm gonna try to find a really really cool goated. It's either gonna be a goated versus battle that's very contentious, or it's gonna be like some type of narrative thing. But I'll see.
Yeah,
But
yeah. Boruto
we'll
content
try
is
it out. Why not?
it's doing well, especially now that Boruto the narrative itself is very popular and very well
Yeah.
received. It's a good time, you know. Jay, I'm leaving. Goodbye. Thanks for coming in, Christian. Have a good
Yeah.
one. I low-key think people don't understand that YouTube isn't a Mr. Beast growth overnight. Yeah, he's an outlier, man. That guy's a fucking outlier. Like, he's the outlier of outliers. Like, you're not gonna have that shit overnight, you know. 100 million in a few months, like, nah, man. Um, I like your rant on character scaling. The Caucasus rant got a lot of views. The Total rant was fire. I appreciate it, brother. Yeah, that came out of nowhere. That was just an
Pissed off a lot of
experiment.
people too.
Yeah, it was just an experiment gone right, I guess you could say. I didn't even
Yep.
skip. I didn't even script those. I admittedly scripted the most recent one, but I didn't script the others. I just said, let's see what happens. You know, and it did well. So enough for a certain someone to react to my shit. So, hey guys, I'm head out. Have a good night. Appreciate it, Mo. Thanks for coming in, brother.
Yep.
But yeah, we'll stick around for another 15 minutes or so. We're over the 3 hour mark. Unless more people come in, we get more donuts. Maybe we'll stay out a little longer. But yeah, so far so
Yep.
good. You know, it's been a good stream. Yeah. But yeah, folks, any questions at all? Any questions at all? It can even be about our journeys on YouTube. We've had our journey here and shit. Over 100 episodes in, and that's just this podcast. I've had others that don't exist anymore because they're ass, but I've done many. Many like formats and stuff. So yeah. I remember JJK fans finding out fan calcs are bullshit when a side character was calced to hypersonic for catching a bullet only to struggle against someone who's explicitly stated in Mach 3. Yeah, I would avoid fan calcs. They're just not very valid or credible.
Because that's a perfect example of like if it's being stated verbatim of how fast they're actually moving, which is by the author, you know what I mean, literally.
Yeah,
And then one of them catches the bullet, and you're gonna try to apply science to that and calculate, and now they're being beyond what's actually being stated, what they can do. That's a blatant example of fan fucking made scaling. Okay.
yeah, exactly. Like these arbitrary metric systems that fans use to calculate arbitrary calculations cannot be validated or deemed
Yeah.
credible because the only metric used for these metric systems are their own discretion, and there's no way to validate someone's own discretion. It's subjective and ambiguous. So that's why fan calcs aren't recommended most of the time. So
Not only that, I didn't know this, but shout out to Six, on his recent go to video he did with JJK and Naruto of Toji versus the Retrieval Team. He brought up an interview statement from the author of JJK to where they asked him about the, hey, like what happened with the bullet scene. And he's like, oh yeah, he's like, yeah, that was too much, but I was just doing it mainly for like the aesthetics and for it to be cool in a way.
yeah,
He
yeah.
wasn't doing that like, oh yeah, they're that fast,
Yeah,
like
no, yeah, Six is fair. Like, he's very fair with his conclusions and stuff. So he does a
yeah.
good job with all that. Jiraiya comments about EDP about Conan. Does he scale to EDP? EDP is a legitimate pedo.
Yeah, no,
Jiraiya,
that's not. Yeah, that's a false
yeah,
equivalence. Like you're taking
yeah,
one extreme to like like so. The problem with Jiraiya is he's just such a weird, pervy, horny like weirdo that like he's so desperate. Like he's a fucking like a simp. He's a
yeah. He's a
very
simp.
desperate, embarrassing simp, and he's old as fuck too. And he's so desperate that to where he'll make Naruto transform butt ass naked as a girl. So yeah, it is weird, and under Naruto's age, then technically that would classify under the definition of, a pedophile, right? But overall, like the problem with it is if you analyze it in another regard, to where basically it like when Naruto is transforming, he looks like, he's a tall figure, whatever, blah blah. It's not like it's showing like, it's clearly a child, if that makes sense, in like the visual aesthetics or whatever, blah blah, you name it, yada yada. That's why Kishimoto was even able to do it to begin with. If Kishimoto's over here putting pedophile fucking shit in his thing, literally at like, bro, he wouldn't even be, he'd be done. You know what I mean? He'd be getting shut down, culture, cancer cultured, you fucking name it.
Yeah,
So
I would say
yeah.
regardless of your like interpretation of that, the lesser of two evils is by far Jiraiya. EDP blatantly like
Yeah,
tries to meet up for a sexual reason with a fucking child. Like it's very obvious. So
exactly.
yeah, it's not equivalent at all. Now they say it's inconsistent because the feats contradict it, and it's an appeal to authority fallacy. Oh my God, they throw that around. You're right, a lot.
Yeah.
Jiraiya's featless in terms of pedo scaling. His statement about Conan becoming hot was a mistranslation. Oh really? Okay. Yeah, Jiraiya is not no EDP, that's for sure.
And I wasn't talking about Conan or whatever that shit is, but I was talking about the part one. Like everybody, loses their minds over it. And I get it. Like I understand, I get it, whatever, blah blah. But like overall, if you analyze it overall as a fucking picture, if I were to get any normal person to look at Naruto as a girl, no one would be like, oh yeah, that's a fucking teenager or that's a little child. They'd be like, oh, it's a grown woman or whatever, or an 18 woman, whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? Like they'd be under that natural impression. Like you know when something is blatantly emphasized and extremely like a no-go for pedophile nature. You know, it's not rocket science, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
So
If Jiraiya is a pedo for being attracted to an illusion, that means Ebizun here is an R too. Yeah,
oh yeah, even Hiruzen. Yeah, Hiruzen also like got fucking, weird about it
yeah,
too.
he got
Yeah.
nerfed
So,
with that shit too.
yeah, his blood came out of his nose and he just got like one shot.
Yeah,
It was
they
a
were more
mental
like,
like one shot nerf.
yeah, there was more fan
Uh,
service early on in Naruto, I guess. They kind of like got away from that later
and
on.
that's just anime as well. Like it's like everybody fucking is so weird and sensitive nowadays. It's kind of like the culture. Anime's been like that from to begin with, where it's always about the nudity of things or like girls, whatever, to where it's like, showing the perv spectrum of characters in anime shows. Like that's always been a thing. It's nothing fucking new either,
Yeah, especially in anime,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um,
Japan's sexual humor in general is always a bit weird. I will say this, it seems
it is.
Japan's threshold for sexual like advances is different from the West, I do admit. Yeah,
Yes.
I do
Yeah.
admit with that. Yeah, the culture and stuff is different, and there's probably things we would disagree with when it comes to sexual humor in Japan. I do agree
Now,
with that.
Swag has a good argument for why it's not necessarily pedo, like because once again, I can understand why people whatever blah blah, but
Yeah,
there's a scene where it's in the manga and the anime where fucking Naruto is looking at a manga bookstore and he's looking at 18 or it's like 18 and up magazines, you know what I mean? Otherwise it'd be illegal, etc. Right? What's it called? And it's literally like he's looking at all these naked girls because it's like porno or whatever shit, and then he's always getting kicked out of the fucking store and whatnot, and that's what he based upon his transformation jutsu. So meaning, therefore, is it actually, you know what I mean? Yada yada yada. And that was Swag's whole like thing because he also got like mad about like people trying to say, oh, Kishimoto's a pedophile, whatever, blah blah yada yada yada. But it's just things like that you just got to kind of keep in mind, you know.
yeah,
So
exactly. But yeah, folks, a few more minutes. It seems the viewers tapered off a little bit, so yeah, a few more minutes we'll
yeah.
depart. Great stream though, great stream. Lots of conversations for sure. Early Naruto and Dragon Ball have a lot more fan service than later on. You could even argue that because of the times, because as time goes on, sensitivity to that sort of sexual advance became more and more, I guess, I would say higher. So because of that, as the times went on, fan service began to become eliminated, especially in that regard. So. But to be honest, Kinjaku
Uh,
been 1,000-year-old taking back shots from a 20-year-old Jin. Yeah,
bro,
exactly. Yeah.
Barrock TV on my thing, Jay said, I feel like Swag's fall off a bit. He doesn't put in the work anymore.
I mean, I think he's more picky now.
He's one, and yeah, and he's picky. He's already
Yeah,
accomplished. You know what I mean?
uh,
Like, and he's very like if he's gonna come out, like he's not gonna like come out with like some grinding vibes. He doesn't need to do that. He doesn't need to do the snowball effect anymore. You know what I
yeah, he
mean?
doesn't need to do
He
that
could take
anymore.
his sweet ass time. Instead, what's gonna make the most value for him and what would actually mean the most is him coming out with a very unique banger video or a topic that's just gonna be able to bring upon the most value. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like
So
he doesn't need to.
consistency would do the opposite. It would do more
Yeah,
harm
he
than
he
good.
doesn't need to
You know?
be as consistent I mean, as ambitious
No.
anymore. Like he's good. I
Yeah.
don't think he's fallen off though, but he's just not. He's more picky with
And
his
he's
efforts.
acknowledged it too. Like he's even
Uh,
admitted it. He's like, yeah, I should probably post more, whatever, blah blah yada yada.
Yeah,
He's
he
humble
says it.
about it.
Yeah.
So,
I think it was
yeah.
more so Kishimoto and Toriyama outgrowing that kind of fan service in order to focus more on the story. Yeah, I would say outgrowing and also probably becoming aware of the times that they're currently in. You know,
Yeah,
so they're
exactly.
older. They're not like our age, or I mean,
Because
I mean,
that
it's
was
obvious,
like
but
years and years ago when he's doing that shit, bro. Where
yeah, like
nobody
Joe.
didn't think of anything of it, you know.
Yeah, like not even.
So,
I'm not talking about pedo shit, but in general, humor has
uh,
evolved to. Well, not everyone's humor, but humor in general, and in the eyes of the masses, has evolved
yeah,
to try and acknowledge political correctness and try to acknowledge people's feelings. And I'm not talking about
yeah,
pedo shit because that shit, regardless of the time, is wrong in my opinion. But I just mean
yeah,
humor in
exactly.
general. Yeah, humor in general has evolved for sure. Fan service has evolved as well though because of the times.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then you got like the fucking scenes where it's like it's like the Konoha boys and girls like in the bathroom, whatever, blah blah. But it's like more of an emphasis of a comical setting, and of like one of them being a weirdo, a perv, like either Naruto or whatever,
yeah,
things like that. So like it's just if you pay more attention to certain things, comedy has always been subjective, and
yeah.
throughout time, it is dired down in the evaluation of what is actually okay and what's not okay anymore. And
Exactly. Like
that's
look at
basically what's
yeah, like look at guys that have been in like that have catched heat for their humor, like Dave Chappelle
yeah,
with the LGBT thing a couple like I think last year or some shit. Like he didn't give a fuck though. He's
yeah,
like, I don't give a damn, bro. I'm gonna say what the fuck I want to say. And he
yeah.
survived because Dave Chappelle is like a
Uh,
legacy now. And in the comedy
Comedians
space,
too, bro. They just say
yeah.
whatever the fuck they want nowadays.
Yeah, there's some very controversial ones like Louis C.K. and the comedy world. It's
Yeah,
a whole different thing, but yeah, some guys don't give a fuck. They're like, I'm gonna say Bill Burr is another guy. He says whatever the fuck he wants. And then we have trash ass comedians that want to be politically correct, like Amy Schumer. She's ass, or some other
yeah,
trash ass comedians. So yeah, humor is in the eye of the beholder. The art is in
yep,
the eye of the beholder. So that's true. But people, most people in a general case, I'd say, listen to humor to sort of lower the seriousness of life. Like
yeah.
things that should be funny, they don't mean it. It's funny because it allows you to have some sort of relief from the seriousness and
Yeah.
cruelty of the world. And that's what it should be. It shouldn't be like, oh my God, how dare you, you fucking ass. I'm like, this is humor,
Literally.
bitch. Like I'm not. This is a fucking comedy show. Like what else did you expect? You
Literally,
know?
right? Like it's the same shit with the Jiraiya scenes where he's being pervy, whether if it's with Naruto's transformation jutsu or other
Yeah.
shit, whatever, blah blah. It's just that's just how it is. But at the end of the day, me and Jay would keep it a buck. Obviously, if we're analyzing an objective morality stance, technically, yes, it is still wrong and weird. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Like the
So
like
it would
regardless
still
of the
be
times.
underclassified.
Yeah, regardless of the times, obviously pedo shit, hell no. Like never.
Yeah.
That's never. I'll never condone that shit ever. I don't give a fuck if it's a drawing or not. Like some of these fucking weirdos on Twitter, like, oh, it's just a drawing. It's not real. I'm like, yeah, but it depicts a kid. Wait, fucking weirdo. You're weird as fuck. Like,
Literally. I mean,
yeah, and it's weird as fuck that some guys like fucking try to defend it. Like, it's just a picture though. I'm like, you're a fucking weirdo. I'm sorry. Like that's fucking
yeah,
nasty.
no, like it's like, and even if if they're if like I guess it's like a statement or whatever, and to where I don't know, let's say it looks like a kid or whatever, and then fucking someone's what it's like, oh, but that they're not actually like for like Bleach, there was like this weird ass fucking character that I actually thought was a kid, but apparently she's like 40 or 50 fucking years old, you know what I mean, or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
So it's like, but overall that shit's still weird though, because it's like it's the perception reality of things. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, any normal fucking person, if you see a fictional anime character and they look like a kid, and 9 out of 10 times someone will be like, "Yeah, that looks like a kid," even if they're not, and you're fucking with that or advocating for it, that's fucking weird.
that's weird as fuck. Yeah,
That's weird as fuck. But now if you see an anime character that you see and they either look like an adult or 18 up, whatever, or some reasonable, whatever, blah blah, and they're talking about that. That's whatever. I don't
it's
care.
fine.
I
Yeah,
don't really take that serious, because at the end of the day, let's say if they haven't seen Naruto and they see like fucking teen soccer or whatever, in like a weird a picture or something. I don't. It is what it is. It's not their fault. They don't fucking know and read the data books or watch
yeah, yeah.
Naruto and
That's
know that she's
not.
actually.
Yeah,
So
it's
so it
intention at
is
that
what it
point.
is. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's intention exactly. So at the end of the day, that's the problem. People will cherry pick or misconstrue certain factions of that shit, and that's where there's issues and just chaos.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
So
fucking like if you think Tsunade is a bad bitch, I don't care. But if you think fucking kid soccer is bad, like you're fucking weird, bro. I'm sorry.
yeah,
Like you're a fucking weirdo.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like for like you see, like if you see Kid Sakura in the beginning, like when she doesn't even have a headband and she's in like that weird
She's like a
ass like
fucking
what was it
child.
fucking yeah,
Yeah.
like when she's in that like that fucking girl, like I don't know what it fuck it was, but it was like a girl class. But either way, they're clearly kids, right? And you're
Yeah.
doing some shit with that, you got fucking problems and you
Yeah,
need
you got some
help,
issues, bro.
okay?
That's fucking
But if
nasty
it's
and
Tsunade who's like in her 50s or 60s, and you're like, damn, she look good. Who cares?
yeah, at
Boo
that point
hoo.
I
You know what I
don't
mean?
to each
Like,
your own at that point, yeah. I don't
yeah,
give a
it
shit
is
then.
what it is, bro.
Yeah. Like a bad bitch like grown like Boruto tomorrow's a bad bitch. She's grown.
And
You
you
know?
can't blame someone either, because let's say once again, if they haven't seen Naruto and they look at Tsunade, any normal person would probably be like, "Oh yeah, she's in her 20s or 30s," because that's what she literally looks like, bro.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, if
She's
you're unaware
deceiving people.
if you're unaware Like it's a anime character. She's like 18, but you think she's
Uh,
18, but she's actually 17, and she looks 18, and you don't know. Like, come on, it's not a fucking pedo at that point. He just didn't know. It's different.
literally.
So yeah,
Yeah.
either way, I'd be careful because you don't want to get caught looking like one anyway. But still, yeah, I wouldn't
Yeah, you
blame
don't
someone
want
at
to
that
put
point.
yourself in that area either way. You
Yeah,
know,
I would say be
like,
cautious.
always, 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 especially how it just is nowadays with social media, you name it, and people misconstrued or false narrative or whatever. Just stay away. Like, don't even. It's just not worth it. You know,
Yeah,
unless it's like, and I would still not even recommend this unless like you're like doing a thing where like you're, I guess, like making a tier list of like all the, the whatever female characters and yada yada or men, whatever the fuck you're doing. At least there's context and whatever yada yada to where obviously people are gonna be like, yeah, like come on, calm down. But at the end of the day, just anything remotely that can even put you in that regard, just don't do it.
yeah,
It's just that simple because people are
exactly. Yeah,
retarded.
yeah, exactly. Like PewDiePie reached his goal, then does it for fun now. Yeah, PewDiePie just does it for fun. I mean, he makes so much fucking money, dude. Yeah, he makes so
Oh,
much goddamn money.
he could
Each vid,
retire and do whatever the fuck he wants and still be
yeah.
making
He,
bank.
dude, that guy in one videos hit 1 million is low for him on videos. He makes fucking a ton of money,
let
bro.
me
Yeah,
let me pull up Beauty fucking
yeah.
money.
Every video is over 1 million.
Uh,
Like everything he
let me
posts.
see his shit. I'm gonna look at his most
Uh,
popular one
probably like
and
fucking hundreds of millions.
let's
Um,
see. Oh my god, why is there so much fucking?
Comedy
Hold
has
on,
to be
hold on.
offensive, or what's the joke? What are you laughing at? FX. I agree. um, I'm pretty sure Naruto never uses a transformation jutsu after Sasuke retrieval. Yeah, the fan service kind of died after that. Yep.
Okay, so
Uh,
PewDiePie's biggest video was 317 million views, and the title is "Bitch Lasagna 2 minutes and 15 minute seconds." That's
that's fucking
hilarious.
crazy. Yeah, he kills it, man. That's fucking crazy.
It's called "Bitch Lasagna," and this motherfucker has 317 mil. Like, okay.
Even in the war, it's usually a subversion by having him use a reverse gender version of the Genjutsu on a woman, so it's still a different version of the. Yeah, yeah, when he does it against Kaguya. Yep.
Yeah.
I don't think it's fair to be call someone a pedo if they sim for a character that looks, sounds, and acts like an adult, but is secret. Yeah, no, I agree. If you don't know they're underage, but they look like a fucking adult, then I wouldn't blame you. If you're,
And, yeah,
if you're not sure, I would
still
say
stay
be
away,
careful.
but
But yeah, I would say
yeah.
be careful. But like
Like no
even if,
matter what you like, that's just anything in life. You always want to reduce risk. That's with anything, regardless of how it is, whether if it's social status, perception, whatever, blah blah. But
yeah,
it's like what me and Jay are basically advocating for. But if you are going to put yourself in a situation we recommend not to do, especially if you want to be like a content creator, an athlete, celebrity, whatever, okay. If not, then you do whatever, right? But if you are in that spectrum, then we don't do it at all. But if you are, you better make sure there's clearly fucking context and clearly where it's obvious as day, like there's nothing wrong. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Because if there's not, and it's just some, then I'm that's you. It is what it is. You deserve that shit. You're gonna get
yeah,
the Seth treatment. Okay.
yeah, exactly. You're basically Seth at that point. He is blatantly aware, like it's a fucking
Like
kid.
and even if it's like someone that like no matter what, if they're unaware, that's obvious, right? Not rocket science. But even let's say it's someone that does, I guess, know Naruto, and like let's say there's a bunch of like ding dongs that are like just putting like the female Naruto characters, like like, and they just put like who's like like the most tried, whatever, blah blah, yada yada. Like yes, it can be weird, etc., whatever you name it, but it's not like they're over here like, oh, kids and blah blah. It's that's not what the emphasis is. It's more along the lines where they're like, yeah, they just look like adult, woman, whatever, or 18 up. This is what I think is more attractive, blah blah. Like for instance, when you ask me and Jay, like out of all of them, Jay's like, oh, Tamari, and I'll say like, oh, Hinata or some bullshit, whatever. Even that's not me, but I'm just providing an example.
Yeah,
We're just saying that overall, like, looks, whatever, blah blah. We're not clearly like, oh yeah, like when they're young, blah blah. It's like, come on, like, grow the fuck
yeah,
up,
it's fucking obvious. Yeah,
So
exactly. Like One Piece Bonnie, she has a fruit that affects how she looks. She's 24. She looks 24, but she's 12, and if someone doesn't know that, I wouldn't call them a pedo. Yeah, I wouldn't call someone a
yeah,
pedo either.
exactly.
It's not their fault at that point. Which is actually weird is that the author knew she was 16, but still sexualized her. That is kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, if she's 12 and you're like trying to sexualize her shit, that's kind of strange. Her
It's like
her
what?
fruit affects her age. Yeah, that's kind of bizarre. I'm not gonna lie. That is kind of
See,
bizarre.
and say like that's where it's just like it's weird because once again, then it boils down back to the whole Naruto thing where it's like he's a kid, right? But then when he transforms, now he's an adult, right? And then you
Yeah,
have her where she's a kid, but then when she's doing her fruit shit, now she looks like an adult. So it's like at the end of the day, it boils down to the perception of things and the context, whatever, and all that. At the end of the day, like me and Jay said for the millionth time, just it's not even worth it. Just don't put yourself in that regard.
I don't
It's
know.
that
Yeah.
simple. But but if you are for whatever reason, whether if it's comical purposes or like a tier chart, whatever it is, okay, just make sure there's clearly something to clear you. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
this way, even if it's some loser or cancel culture buffoon or whatever the fuck false narrative bitch, if they do come out of nowhere, you can at least defend yourself,
Yeah, like
and
me
clearly
personally,
prove you're not
like
doing nothing,
luckily I don't like anime fan service really never like I never really cared about it really. Like I'll say if an
Yeah.
adult anime character is a bad bitch like fucking Tsunade or some shit, but I don't really
Yeah.
care about it. Like in the I care
And
more
me either.
about
Like, I'll say that shit right now too. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Sonata, visually wise, yeah, she is. I
yeah,
don't
like
give
but
a fuck.
I'm more of like the real thing and obviously like even in the real
Yeah.
world you should be cautious like especially if you're like 18 or 19 you're a guy and a girl likes you and you don't know her age I would be very sure she's over 18 first things like that like
Facts.
be careful anyway like regardless whether it's anime or the real world because you know it's you never know man even if you're not in the wrong it's you do the wrong
And
make the
that's
wrong
your
choice
fucking fault at that point if you're
yeah you're
not
just
being
not being
responsible.
cautious
Be fucking responsible. You know what I mean?
yeah
Especially if you're meeting someone online or whatever, or even in person. Like, I'll be like, don't be ignorant or better that they're the same. Don't judge a book by its cover. You know what I mean? Like, come on. I mean, use your fucking brain. Get, ask the right questions. Look, pay it some fuck attention. Because if you don't, and whatever, unfortunately, even if the attention wasn't there or whatever, blah blah, if the picture is there and people can see it the other way, you're fucked. You're
yeah exactly
done.
just be careful like dating apps and
Uh,
shit like that like be careful you never know some people lie about their age or some will lie about you know some shit just be careful man just be
yeah.
careful and
And it's important, guys. Like, obviously it's weird, and I personally don't like talking about this stuff. But what's it called? But we're looking out for you guys. And for any of you that want to be content creator, whatever, blah blah yada yada, just be smart about it. Don't be
yeah
stupid. You know.
yeah yeah be in general be careful you know so
Yeah.
let's see would you call people who simp for Shippuden era Konoha 12 weird since the characters are canonically 16 or 17 uh do I think they're weird. This is my rule. This is the way I
Yeah.
am.
Yeah.
I don't even
Yeah.
like look at someone that's under 18. I don't. I don't give a shit if
Yeah.
they're 17 and a half. I don't give a damn. I just don't. Even if I'm being real technical, the way I live personally, I'm not saying everyone has to. I don't date anyone that's like that's under 2 years younger than me. I don't go even below that. And I'm like 22, like 23 and 21. I
Yeah.
don't go anything below that. That's just me personally. I'm not saying everyone has to do that, but I'm very like keen on that. And also I would say as far as
Yeah.
that question, do I think someone that's 18 who likes someone that's 17 a fucking pedo? No, but I personally wouldn't do that. I would
Yeah,
say that.
it's like at the end of the day, to keep it simple, context and perception is the most two important variables. Those
Yeah,
are the
yeah.
two most important things. But like Jay's saying, it's like just don't do that. And then two, at the end of the day, if we're being blunt and we're being objective, okay, by definition, if you're under 18, I'm sorry, you're guilty. It is what it is. You know what I mean? But if we're doing it under like the whole like, does that necessarily make it whatever, blah blah? Obviously no, because let's say 10 years go by, yada yada, whatever, right? Or let's say, they clearly look like they're in the fucking 20s, so like we get it. We're very aware of why someone would not necessarily be under that verdict or in that perception of light, but
Yeah.
it's just not, it's not productive, guys. It's
Yeah,
not.
exactly.
So
Depending on their age, because if you're 15 and you like Shippuden Sakura, you're not. That's not an issue. Oh no, we're presupposing you're over 18. Yeah, obviously, if you're a fucking kid and you like kid Sakura, it doesn't matter. You're a
yeah,
fucking
like, who
kid still.
cares? You know what I mean? Like, or
Yeah,
if you're having like a simp moment, or you're attracted to an anime character for whatever, like whatever you do, you know what I mean?
yeah,
But like, and then like, let's say you're older, whatever, and you're just like bringing out like, oh, I think Sakura just had the best looks out of all these other, what female character, whatever, blah blah, like whatever, cool. It is at the end of the day, we all are like, whether if you're dumb or not, it's not rocket science. It's very, very crystal clear when someone is clearly being a fucking pedophile.
yeah. It's
Okay.
pretty
And it's
clear.
very, very, very crystal clear when someone's just either being comical or they're just basically like giving a subjective view, yada yada. And clearly the intention is not for them to be pedophilic or whatever the fucking case may be. Okay.
Yeah.
Just it's that simple. Use your brain,
Um. Yeah. What's going on, Ken?
Uh,
Sorry, I'm late. No, you're all good, dude. What's going on? One Finger Sukuna versus Jogo. Jogo wins that. Is it the general rule for if it's okay to date someone whether they're older than half your age plus 7? General rule? I've never heard of a general rule. But I'll say this.
Uh,
I'll say
uh,
where it's not weird is once
whole
you're
other
fully
can of
de
worms.
yeah, where it's not weird anymore, regardless of the age gap, is once you're like fully developed. If it's a fucking 35-year-old female with a 25-year-old male, I don't really care about that. I don't
Yeah,
think for
no,
the
me either.
I don't
No.
think she's a fucking pedo. I know some people are gonna be like, she's grooming him and shit. Like he's fully developed though. He's a fully developed man. Like I don't think he's grooming him. Like woman or
Uh,
vice versa. If it's a man,
careful, careful, Jay. You're a pseudo pedo now. You know,
yeah, if the
whatever.
man's
Some
35
bullshit.
and she's 25, I don't see a problem with that. I don't. I
No.
think that's like they're both fully developed adults, and really, as long as it's consensual, I don't see a problem with
Like, and
that.
it's even the Chris Evans situation where like he's in his
Yeah,
40s and she's in her 20s. Who the fuck
who
cares,
cares? Like,
bro?
it's a grown ass woman, man.
Like it's
Uh,
legal. They love each other. There's no issues. Blah blah. Whatever. It is what it is. Uh, who the fuck cares? Sure. Could you
yeah,
say
I
it's
don't
weird? By
look
all means. Could you say
like
it's weird? Sure.
DiCaprio.
I'll give you that.
DiCaprio's like
But
in his
it's
40s
you
and
know.
he only dates girls
Yeah.
like in their 20s. I don't care. I don't give a
Yeah,
shit about
it's
that.
whatever. It is what it is.
Uh,
Like it could be weird in the aspect of like, would that be the norm? Obviously
yeah, it's not
not.
the
But then
norm,
again,
but
but
uh,
then again, what's the funny aspect about it is you actually be very surprised. A lot of people actually have kinks like where it comes for a younger person is like more into older women, like cougars, whatever, blah blah, and vice versa, where older women or whatever are into like younger men and yada yada. So like it's just subjective sexual preference, basically, right?
yeah, at
And
that
then it
point,
goes and it goes further those
once
lines,
you're
you know?
fully developed, I don't care like who you date
Yeah.
really. Like it might be weird. Someone said
Because you're
60-year-old.
adults,
Yeah, you're adults at
et
that
cetera,
point.
and you're developed
Yeah.
and you're
A
mature,
60,
and it is what it is. You
yeah,
know,
a 60-year-old dating a 20-year-old would be really weird. I think that 20-year-old is nasty, but I don't think they're immoral. Like me personally, that's kind of gross. A bit, but the fucking bitch is old as hell. But like,
and it gets there's a lot. Then it gets really really complicated because then you have like fucking times where it's like there's some states where if the person's 16 and even if the other person's like 20 or whatever or a little bit older, like then it could still be legal, whatever. Personally, I'm gonna be honest with you. If I was analyzing that situation, I'd say that shit is weird, even if
yeah,
it is
that's
legal.
weird.
That I'm sorry. That's
Uh,
to me, I think it's still objectively. I don't give a fuck what the law says at
like
that
in the
point.
Middle East,
Like,
fucking
and the
like,
reason why, yeah, exactly what Jay is exactly. He's bringing up a
uh,
perfect example. Like, there's other countries where they think it's okay to be with a 10-year-old and
it's fucking
force them to
disgusting.
marry a
Yeah,
fucking
no,
30-year-old. So
yeah,
the
no, no.
law don't mean shit. Okay,
Yeah, no, that's
you
disgusting.
know,
Like Middle East, like fucking 12-year-olds getting married to fucking grown men. That's fucking
literally.
disgusting, bro. I'm sorry. That's not. I don't give a fuck about
So
legality.
it's like
Like
once
it's,
again, use
uh,
your logic, use your brain. Come on. You know what I mean? So
yeah. Like
it's
what I think that individuals that date should be in a similar threshold as far as development. If it's a fucking
yeah,
little kid in sixth grade dating another little kid in sixth grade, okay, it's cool. If it's a fucking grown man dating a grown ass woman, no problem.
yeah.
It is what it is. I
Who
don't see a problem
cares,
with that. Don't care. It's they're on an equal playing field as far as
bro?
like
There's even 60 or 70-year-old motherfuckers that are dating people in their
yeah,
20s and
like the fucking
30s.
the guy that played what's his fucking name? The
Oh,
guy that played Scarface. I think he has like or either De Niro or that actor. They're still having kids. They're like fucking 80. They're still having
that's
fucking kids.
crazy.
I don't see a problem with it. He's a G. I don't see a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. And those guys are
Like you'll feel bad for the kids at the end of the
oh
day,
yeah, yeah.
but
By the time they're 5,
because
their dad's
reality
dead.
wise,
By the time you're 3 years
but
old, your dad's passed away. Like it's fucking old.
yeah, but overall, it's like yeah, it is what it is, whatever.
Yeah, like, I don't see a
So
problem with it. Is it weird to me, my subjective lens? Yeah, maybe that you're dating an old
sure,
ass
yeah,
person,
yeah,
but I mean, I
yeah,
don't think you should go to jail for it though. You know. So that's really where I'm at with that. So yeah,
yeah.
I like hate people that say Taylor Swift is grooming her boyfriend because he has brain injury. Oh, that's so dumb, dude. Yeah, I agree
Oh
completely. That's
my
so dumb.
god.
Like she's dating the Chiefs tight end, Travis Kelce. He's a fucking stud. And trust me, his brain works just fine, dude. He's one of the best
Yeah.
athletes in the league. He's very intelligent, runs great routes, a great athlete. I highly doubt she's fucking grooming him. Like, come on, man. It's a grown ass man. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very bizarre. That is really weird. UK age of consent is 16, but boy in the band still a freak for dating 6 year. Yeah, I don't agree with the 16 thing. I think they're too young. 16 is still too young, in my opinion, and I think that 16-year-olds shouldn't be dating fucking 20-year-olds or whatever. I think that's weird. I do think that's strange, and I disagree with that. Yeah, I do disagree with the age of consent. Age of consent should at least, honestly, should probably be even higher if we're talking from a biological standpoint. Your brain doesn't really develop until around 25. That's kind of high though. It's kind of high, like it's fucking high. I think 21 maybe to meet in the middle. Is probably should be age of consent. That's just my opinion. But yeah. Is all forms brain damage regressive your age mentally? Yeah, exactly, dude. Not all brain damage like regresses your age, like the mental age that you have. I agree exactly. And the guy seems fine mentally. Travis Kelsey, personally, he seems fine. So fucking really weird. But yeah, I think that's gonna wrap it up. We got a weird tangent at the end here.
Yeah, we
All,
did.
yeah, all I could say is, hey, we're all against fucking pedos and they're fucking nasty,
Yep.
and we weed them out, man. We weed them out like fucking, like weeds in the grass. That's why Seth was out
Like
of here.
personally, bro, why do you think they get killed instantly in fucking prison, bro? Even
Exactly.
even criminals or
You
the
don't fuck with
worst
that.
of the worst don't fuck with that shit,
Yeah.
bro.
They know you're a
Come on,
pedo and you're in the prison,
okay?
you're fucked, bro. You're gonna have to be in
Literally,
protective custody because you're gonna get fucked up.
right.
So
So like,
now on this side, man, we'll always weed out the pedos, man, like Seth, fucking EDP. We don't fuck with that shit, bro.
yeah,
Never.
all we were saying, the relevance of everything was it's false equivalences. When we were
Yeah,
talking about
yeah.
fucking Naruto and certain things where people could, that's all just a whole fucking subjective territory. And if you objectively analyze it, it's like calm down. That's actually not, pedophile, whatever, blah, blah. And
Yeah,
even
no,
Swag Kage, the biggest fucking Naruto guy, even said like, y'all need to calm the fuck down and leave Kishimoto alone.
yeah,
It's
Kishimoto, like,
ridiculous.
nah, I don't think he's a fucking pedo. I wouldn't say that shit.
No.
Like, nah,
Now, One
that's
Piece, that shit, I don't know about all
that
that.
that, that fruit's
That
just
looks
kind of
bad.
weird.
That
That's yeah,
that looks bad.
yeah, that's kind of bizarre. I'm not gonna lie.
Uh,
But yeah, folks, I think that's gonna wrap it up. We'll read the last couple ones here though. One Finger Sukuna cooked Gojo and Jogo, excuse me, in a domain clash. I disagree, but yeah. Honestly, a 60-year-old dating a 20-year-old would be more weird to me than a 20-year-old dating a 16-year-old. Yeah, it's pushing it, but the difference in development is still well laced. I don't think so. I mean, a 20-year-old is technically not all the way developed, but it's basically a full-grown adult, basically. While conversely, a 20-year-old is basically a full-grown adult, and 16, there's still like legitimate like puberty aspects in that person's actual
yeah.
biology still occurring. Like the 60-year-old is old as fucking shit. That's true, but the
Uh,
20-year-old is basically fully developed. Maybe the brain isn't, but it's close to it, very close to full development. Um, so yeah, I don't think it's as weird, as
it's
weird
just
as
guys like there when it comes to morality, like we're not over here saying, oh, gray area, and like this is really really contentious, like some type of crazy sin. No, there's things where it's just blatantly crystal clear, concretely obvious. Like, no, that is fucking wrong. It's
yeah.
that
I'll just say
simple.
this:
I mean,
the
like,
the biological development difference between the 16 and 20-year-old is probably less significant than the 16 and 20-year-old, despite the age difference
yes,
being 10 times greater. Like the age from 13 to 18, there's so much development, it's insane. Especially for male and female, the development from the physical to mental standpoint is insane. You get
yeah.
taller, your brain develops, you start to gain more physical strength. If you're a male, if you're a female, your body develops. It's like
You're more
huge.
aware,
Yeah, more
experience, you
aware,
name it,
experience. So
etc.
yeah, I think both are weird though. I wouldn't date a fucking
Yeah.
60-year-old in my opinion. I wouldn't
No,
do that shit
fuck
either.
that.
That's
No,
fucking nasty.
no.
I'm not attracted to 60-year-olds, not to be mean to old people, but I'm not.
No.
So I see what you're saying, but yeah, I still think the 16 and 21 is more weird. But still, yeah,
It's like, bro, at the end of the day, like, just don't put yourself in that, like, why? Just why? There's plenty of fish in the sea, bro. Like,
yeah,
what you
yeah.
doing?
Like, come on, dude, get someone your age or someone near your age, and
Literally,
do
stop
it.
being weird, because
Like a guy that's,
if anything, the red flag that I really could say, even though you can't maybe definitively, you can't really definitively prove a possibility, you could argue it, is like, wait, like, why do you even have to go for a fucking 16-year-old? Like, what, you know what I mean? Like, why can't
yeah.
you
To
go
me,
for someone your age or
it's like
older,
you can't pull someone your age, and you're attracted to
Yeah,
you.
like
Like,
what? Are you trying to groom them? Or are you trying to
yeah,
like what are you up to?
that's kind
That's
of
where
weird.
it's like,
Yeah, that is kind of weird. Like the 20 and
uh,
6-year-old, I would say to the 20-year-old, I'm like, can you not get pussy your age? Like, why are you dating a
literally,
fucking
I just make
6-year-old,
fun of
bro?
him at that point. It'd be like, you
Uh,
can't.
like, is this bitch rich?
Uh,
Is that why you're with her? If she is, good for you. But like, can you not pull a woman your age, or vice versa? If it was a man dating a 20-year-old, I'm like, dude, are you rich or like, I mean, it's kind of
Literally.
bizarre. Like I wouldn't say you deserve to go to prison, but like it's kind of weird. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Man.
Um, 13 and 18 is gross. Oh, the difference? Yeah, that'd be weird for those ages to do each
Yes,
other. Yeah,
blatantly obvious.
it's kind of yeah. 18 is near development.
Like
13
if
is
you, I'm
barely.
sorry, but if you're a normal person, like you would literally like want to like that's the exact let's say I'm about to say throw up, but
Yeah,
you would feel disgusted.
that's
Just you know what I mean,
disgusting. Yeah.
just like it's just disgusting, dude.
Like
Like it's not.
18, like even if you look biological standpoint, 18 you're finishing up the puberty development phase. 13 you're barely starting. Like it's disgusting. Yeah, that's not
Yeah,
okay.
and at the end of the day, like anime is obviously can be an exception as well because when we're seeing these anime characters, like for all we know, like just like if we're just looking at them, they could actually look like 18 and up, just by looking, right?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
what I mean, we would never think like they're this or whatever, blah blah. Like, I'm sorry, Naruto. There's so many fucking characters that I would never think in my life are fucking 13 or 12, whatever, blah blah. So at the end of the day, when it comes to it, like anime, obviously that's an exception, whatever. Who cares? But when it comes to simple logic, where when it's a fucking kid, okay,
yeah, exactly. Especially in the real
so
world, it's very apparent for
exactly the real
most of the
world. That's what
time.
I meant.
Yeah. What Naruto topic would you love to debate six with? That's a good. I feel like we agreed on almost everything. Um, what would I want to debate him on? Hmm. Maybe a Boruto. Maybe there's like a
Probably,
Boruto topic.
yeah, probably something like contentious too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like not like something one sided or
Yeah, there's probably something in Boruto we might disagree on if we ever debated. I feel like on Naruto we agree like on 99% of things, to be honest.
yeah.
Like yeah, we agree almost on
And if
everything.
that's the case of Boruto, whether if it is or not, like then one of them would have to play devil's advocate.
Yeah, I mean,
So
we'd probably have to. Like Itachi versus Pain, we agree. Fucking Five Kage-sama Sasuke versus Sage Naruto, we agree. Like we agree on most things.
um,
Yeah, so Itachi versus
That
Pain. No,
that that's
we
the
actually
issue
agree
with
on
that's
that.
the issue with me and Jay. Like
Yeah,
fucking we literally everything we just agreed to, which to the point where I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna take a devil's
yeah,
advocate stance. Like
yeah. Like Itachi versus Pain. I think Six actually thinks Itachi wins that too. We agree on that
yeah,
actually.
yeah, he does.
So
No, he was flaming swag on that. He was like, oh hell no, bro.
yeah, like we agree on that. So we one of us would have to play devil's advocate if we debated that. So.
No,
Yeah, we agree on mostly everything. There's probably something in Boruto we disagree with, but then again, there's not like
probably.
current. The thing with current Boruto is we both have to speculate because there's not a lot on these guys yet. So we could debate it, but it's not like we can really prove who's right. We could prove who has better
Yeah.
logic, maybe. But
Yeah,
yeah,
there's one thing I remember to this day where like Six says Boruto loses to Hit On and Kakazu, and I'm like, I don't know about all that. Like
yeah, maybe something like
Boruto's
that.
really, really strong. He has two S rank fucking rising guns, lightning stream to make him speed blitz shit. Like, fucking could do multiple shadow clones, like
Yeah,
he's a prodigy, like all his feats and shit. Like, I don't know. I think he could be able to deal with those two. If
yeah,
Kakashi
that.
could in beginning Shippuden, I don't see why Boruto can't, but that's
Yeah,
just
maybe
me.
some topic like that we could do or something. That'd be a hard thing to talk to debate, but
Yeah.
maybe something like that. Um, what is your previous debate topic? Oh, it was KCM2 Minato versus Hashirama.
No.
Yeah. I just wasn't prepared, unfortunately.
Yeah, Six had
Uh,
like a bunch of shit ready for it, and then Jay was just
yeah.
going with the flow.
Yeah, I had to like adjust, I honestly never understood how Sage Naruto beats full power Kafaka. Yeah, we agree on that. Me and Six agree that he wouldn't, yeah. I agree. He even admits he wouldn't, so.
No.
But yeah, I think it's gonna wrap it up, folks. We've been out for quite some time unless someone donates here in the next couple of minutes. Appreciate you guys coming in. Um, yeah, it was a good stream. Tons of
Yep.
content. I'm bringing a Boruto review next week. I'm scripting a Naruto video. After that, I'm probably gonna do either JJK or another IRL scaling video. But we hope you folks enjoyed, and we'll see you next time, folks. Stay classy.
Peace.